Anyway, I'm not gonna say that out loud, but damn, that kind of befuddled me. I am kind of concussed at the moment. So today we're gonna be talking about on painting with friends. As usual, I'm Sir Hazington, and I have my friend here.
I
Rex
need
McKin-
him to rap. I know this bitch named Becky.
Does he want me to rap about this bitch named Becky?
She's a girl.
Okay, I got you. I'm with my co-host Rex McKinnis.
Hello.
And today we are painting Yusuke Urameshi, and we're talking about if time was frozen. So we're gonna be talking about on Twitch if time was frozen, and if you can get us to 50 followers, I will eat some ass. So Rex,
Yes.
we're gonna do a rap about Becky. Give me a beat. Give me a beat.
A beat.
Give me a beat.
Boom, boom, boom.
Becky.
Boom, boom,
Becky.
Boom,
Oh,
boom,
Becky.
boom,
Ooh,
boom,
oh,
boom,
Becky.
boom,
Becky so
boom,
fine.
boom,
Becky so
boom,
luscious.
boom,
Becky so mine. Becky, why don't you touch this? Becky in my room, give me hickeys on my sticky. Damn, Becky, she got me whip up with the blicky. Feel like 6'9" when I'm with Becky. Cause I'm trying to 69 when I'm with Becky. Damn, Becky, why you so fine? Becky, why you can't you be mine? Like Becky, have fucking summertime. Becky, yeah, I got a bitch named Becky. She bad as super sticky. Her booty super thicky. Okay, Becky, I'm trying to wait, I'm trying to get some necky. I'm trying to get some necky from Becky. Ooh, Becky, that's all you get for free. Thank you. So Rex, what do you think about us? Oh wait, let me give some background knowledge.
Whoa, Kenny.
All right, so that was some good beatboxing, bro. You are really good.
Thank
so
you.
Aaron was up last
She
night.
gave the flame emoji.
That shit was hot. Let me know. So Hazington got some buzz. Anyway, so our friend Aaron, who is controlling this live stream, shout out to him because without him, all things would not be possible. What?
He just said, "What's up, Curry?" That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was up late last night watching porn, and he was watching Japanese porn, and he found this Japanese porn
Oh,
where
God.
the dudes had stopped time, and they were having sex with women while time was stopped, and his question in his head was like, "Isn't this rape?" And while he was going on about this story, I thought to myself, "Damn, let's have a discussion on if time was frozen and all the things you could do if time was frozen." One of the things that, since that is the main discussion of what we first brought up, I guess you could rape people if time was frozen, but it's like also like they won't get moist, they won't get hard because time is frozen. So have fun with that and use lots of lube. But I don't want to talk about rape on Twitch. I want to talk about if time was frozen and you step into water.
Yeah, my main question, I was watching a podcast and they talked about that porn, but my main question was I did search it up because I was curious, but when you freeze time and jump into water, the water would be a solid.
It was peppy.
So wouldn't you drown in like a block of Legos or something?
Would we drown in a block of Legos if we stepped into water while time was frozen? So my theory is water has displacement. And there's a certain amount of molecules. So if you did step into water while time was frozen, it would be like you are walking on water, but you are slowly sinking. And if you sunk all the way, you could not swim back up because the molecules are just not there. I don't know
Someone else is hosting us?
Becky.
Whose name
Ooh,
is the
you
same?
like that? You like that freestyle? I be doing it. Ain't no other 45-year-olds kicking freestyles this high. What's up, Cosmic Programmed? Anyway, if you hit over to our Twitch, you can check my recent posts, and you can go to our live stream, and you can join us in the full chat room. We are hosting, and if we get 50 followers, I will show you all how to eat ass on Twitch. A professional way, giving my knowledge to the youngins. You know how I do. So what do you think about walking on water while time is frozen?
I think that's lit.
Like, do you think you would sink?
No,
Why not?
because it's frozen.
So if time is frozen, you don't think you would sink? You think it would be like a certain surface? Because like how water's not a solid. It's kind of like it's aqueous.
Yeah.
So what are the rules of this
I am not
time
49.
window,
I've
you know
never
what I
been
mean?
49. You've been talking to Belinda, and don't let my wife catch you talking to Belinda because my wife will beat my ass, and then she'll beat your ass if you're talking about Belinda. I am not 49. I am 45 years old. I would not be wronged.
And this is
That's
Time with
true.
Fast.
You
So
smart.
yeah,
Hey,
what are
I'm
the
smart as
rules
shit.
of
I'm 45.
freezing the time though, right? Like, can you interact with other objects? Like, if you touch like clothing, would it bend or would it be like a brick? You know, like a cum sock or something. Like, would it just not move?
So you're asking me, would if we froze time and we walked on water, would it be like walking on a cum sock?
Yeah, like would it?
I have never in my
what are
fucking
the
life.
rules of this freezing time?
I have
You know
never in
what
my
I mean?
fucking
Does anybody in the chat have the answer to this? Because obviously I don't.
So somebody said, Michael Leathers, I'm a fat nigga. I count for the other 48 people. What the fuck, 48 people? I didn't mean in this live stream, bro. I meant in our Twitch live stream. You got to go to our Twitch. You got to go to my recent post, and you gotta like follow the stream post and go to Twitch, and you got to follow us there, because if we get 50 followers on Twitch, then
But the
I can
water
eat
won't
ass.
move. 'Cause frozen, right? Well, yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out, right? Like,
I can fight too. I mean, what's up?
would
I'm trying to
the water
fight.
freeze, but can you interact with it? Would it become like jelly? Yeah. What,
Wait, oh, you mean you trying to fight my
go-
wife?
Yo, go look at the actual Twitch chat because they're finally answering your question.
Oh, shit. I mean, she said she can fight my wife. If you can fight my wife, I'll make you my new wife.
How about this? How about I bring it up on this phone, even though it's cracked, you can still see it, and I bring up the Yusuke picture on here, because the crack I can barely see it on here.
All right, I like that.
All
Wait,
right.
but the water won't move because frozen, right? Will it become like jelly? It definitely becomes like jelly. Because if the water is frozen, then the water becomes like jelly. Because water is aqueous. It is not a strict solid. The molecules are further apart. So if you were to walk into water while time was frozen, you'd be walking into jelly, which would be certain death. You cannot swim while time is frozen, I don't think. Maybe you could. Do you think you could swim
Well,
while
yeah,
you're
that's the
frozen?
question.
I
Can
don't know,
can you
bruh.
well, that's why I'm questioning. Like,
Hey,
say
what's up,
say if
Trins?
you have clothing, right, and
My
you freeze
nigga.
time and you want to put on new clothing, would the clothing bend like the shirt you're wearing right now? Would it bend or would it be like a cum sock or something, just full?
There's no
rock
gravity.
hard?
There's no gravity. It would not bend.
So then you won't be able to bend the water. So then the water would be a complete.
No,
solid.
no. Here's the thing. I would
She
be able
said,
to bend
wait,
it,
but the
it won't-
water don't
it won't-
move 'cause
it won't
frozen,
bend
right?
unless I move it.
But
because
then a
I'm
cum
the
sock
force.
will be
Yeah,
crusty.
that's what I mean. When you pick
Cum
up
socks
the
will
shirt
be crusty.
to put it on, would the shirt start to bend? Would it bend? Would the shirt you're wearing bend, or would it still be a solid?
I have
'cause
no
you
clue,
froze
bro.
time?
I have no clue,
I
bro.
cannot speak English right. Well,
Depend on how
you got to get a
much
book.
is actually affected
Cool
by the
name.
frozen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool
see,
name, yeah.
these are the questions we want to know. How much is affected by the freezing of time?
So basically, I think everything is affected by the freezing of time. Like everything is frozen in time. But here's the thing: when time is frozen, the question is, does your force apply the motions and effects that are needed upon the universe in order for things to still move, or does everything become stuck solid because time is frozen?
It would depend on how much is actually affected by frozen time. True shit.
Judas, I'm gonna need you to go to our Twitch and follow us because you are saying some nice things, and I'm loving it. And she said, "I've never lost a fight, and most of my fights were with men. It's the New York in me. I'm loving that. You
What
can
does
whoop
that
my
have to
wife's
do with what
ass.
we're talking about?
Hey, I'm just trying to, I'm tired of dealing with Belinda and my wife, and Judas is sounding like my new wife.
What are they saying on the chat?
Where are you getting
Um,
so many fights with men? You're
Uh,
psycho.
okay, so only thing that can move is you. The water will be like solid or crusty. So we're thinking that if time has stopped and we're the only thing that can move, we're thinking the water would be more crusty like a cum sock. Those are our analogies. We think the water would be crusty like a cum sock. Cum sock.
Corn sock?
Wait, so if someone had a boner doing this, they'd be frozen solid. Yes, I'm talking if you were frozen in time. God damn it. Listen to me. Look at me. This is my picture of Yusuke so far. It's not turning out so well. Look at that. Not so good. I'm not liking it. Ooh, there's a better picture of Yusuke. I'm liking that. If you were frozen in, well, god damn it, I don't know what the fuck to do. Shit. We'll paint next time. God damn it. Anyway,
I'll paint, but I'm about to do
I got
this
paint on
first.
me.
I keep that thing on.
Yeah.
I keep the thing on
Yeah, I
me.
got colored pencils. But I want to get this sketch down. Anyway, so this is what the fuck we are saying, goddammit. If time is frozen and you get a stiffier, then your dick will be as hard as a rock for infinity. And if you have a hard dick while you are frozen in time and there's somebody that can move, they can potentially rape you. Is that what we're saying? I kind of got lost while I was on this rant. I'm going to be fucking honest. I'm so sorry.
Do you know how terrible that would be to have like a bastard child because someone raped
I'll
you
protect
while
you.
you had a
It's
boner
because I
while
used to have a
time was
bad
frozen?
anger issues, and chicks just stopped arguing with me. Judas, you sound like a saint.
Wait, no, because you wouldn't be able to ejaculate from the rape, so you'd be good, but it'd still be a rape, I guess.
All right, so very thick gel and might be impossible for you to move in. So everyone's blood won't circulate too. They be sitting clotted and shit. So we kill people by freezing time, and then when we unfreeze it, they all get strokes and shit. Damn. yo, okay. Listen. Yo, y'all are asking some very advanced fucking questions. Like, well, we all catch blood clots if time is frozen. If you head over to the fucking to the live stream on Twitch and link in my bio if you're on Instagram.
Things don't become weightless.
And then also link is on my recent Facebook post. You can hit that link and go to my stream. And we get 50 followers. I will show you how to eat some ass. Shit. What was I trying to say? So the topic at hand is if time's frozen, time is fucking frozen. This is too much shit to deal with. I'm sorry. People gonna catch strokes and shit.
I have a question though, right?
Yes.
So if time is frozen, everyone frozen, what happens to their consciousness? Is it kind of like when you like go under for a surgery, like you just kind of like boom, time travel real quick? And if so, is it still a rape if you weren't consciously there to even know it happened?
Listen, so the real question
you're not
is
even knocked out. You're just consciously not there. Like you're physically not even able to move. You're just not there.
if time was
Are
frozen.
we? Wait, have we said anything about what they said in the chat already? Or are we just
Yeah, we're
ignoring the
going
chat?
off of them.
Okay.
Poop stink or not?
What's up, Shot-Town Joker?
I don't think
No,
poos will
right?
stink.
Because
Poos
the
won't stink.
poop would need to interact
No,
with
because
the
if time is
oxygen.
frozen, poop won't stink.
Don't laugh at
You
these
can
niggas,
take
Curry.
you could take unsmelly
Yeah, you
shits.
could eat all the ass you wanted with frozen time.
Yes.
Because ideally, you won't be able to taste under frozen time either, right? Because your taste buds won't be able to interact with the other molecules.
Won't
How-
almost
how
half
is
of the
this going?
population will die because the Earth will not rotate. I mean, if time's frozen, I think everybody will be fine because the whole universe would be frozen too. Look, dog, I'm not Michael
Yeah.
Tyson. I'm not Mike Tyson
Michael Tyson, because he has the answers.
I'm not Mike Tyson. Wait, which one is it? How'd you get your hair like that?
Talking-
I do some things. You like the paintings in the back. I do some things with my hair.
No bullshit. Like then Twitch. The goal is the Twitch, nigga.
I'm sorry.
The fuck.
I'm sorry.
We hit our goal. We got up to 11 viewers. Knock off those fucking stupid.
I'm sorry.
screenshots.
I'm gonna have to stop streaming on Instagram. I'm about to stop streaming on Facebook. You're gonna have to hit up the Twitch. I have been annoying my Twitch followers. I'm sorry. So you can go to my bio link if you're on Instagram and hit the follow, and you can go to our Twitch and you can follow us there because we're trying to reach 50 followers.
You said like
And you
six
can join
times
this
if you ain't followed,
conversation.
then you on some other.
And in Facebook, you can go to my recent posts and you can hit the recent posts and you can follow us on Twitch. And if we reach 50, I will eat some ass live on Twitch. I will eat some fucking ass. I'll show you how to eat some fucking ass. All right, I got to go. That was Sir Hazington on Instagram. That was Sir Hazington on Facebook. I'm out of here. I love y'all. I love y'all very much. And where are you from, man? I'm from fucking. You got to go to Twitch and ask me that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go to Twitch.
How the fuck you end this
Nigga,
shit?
how you
How you end
streaming
it?
while
God damn it.
streaming? Nigga, we got one goal we trying to do. Fuck your followers on Instagram, nigga.
Hey,
get your ass and
Thank you for posting the links, Aaron.
this. God damn, this nigga.
I'm
And you won't
sorry.
be able to get pink eye too. All the germs will be frozen. No STDs at all. God, I forgot how.
These are very good.
I forgot.
Yo,
that
you
Curry
will not-
would fit perfectly in here. I would
Yo,
wish we could interview
Diseases won't be able to spread or mutate. Like
That is facts. You won't be able to get no diseases.
her. Curry, I just want to say something real quick.
You a fucking
I
genius.
fucking love you.
So next question for like freezing time. Oh shit. If time is frozen and you get a burger and you eat the burger, will it remain hot if you freeze time while it's hot? So you could eat a whole entire hot burger while it's still hot, while time is frozen, and you will never have to eat cold food again because
wait,
Food won't
wouldn't,
get
wouldn't the burger instantly get cold though? Because the only reason it's hot is because the molecules are still vibrating, like they're still active.
God damn
once,
it, Aaron.
Once you stop everything, there's no vibration, so it gets cold again.
He's hitting shit. He's hitting it. So basically, would food be cold or would food be hot if time was frozen? And if time is frozen, does that affect temperature?
Well, temperature only exists because of the rapid movement of molecules. Like that's how energy it creates heat in a way.
This is an interesting conversation. I'm sorry I'm not into it, guys. I have no fucking clue.
I don't know about like light though, because that's like light waves, but like UV light, that's different. But like how a microwave works.
Hold
has
on.
to
God
vibrate.
damn it. Light switches wouldn't work. If you were frozen in
Cold
time,
food forever.
if you were frozen in time, God damn it. Listen to me. Check this. If you were frozen in time and you turn on the light switch, it'd still be dark. Because time's frozen, so you could
Yeah,
never turn on
you
a
couldn't
fucking
even
light
light
switch.
a torch either. Like
You
an
can't
old
light a
school
fucking
lantern or
torch, you
candle.
can't do shit.
You'd have to hope that the hemisphere of the Earth you live on had the sun risen at that point, because you're kind of fucked. Like if you're on the nighttime section of Earth, you're fucked. You gotta find a way to move to the other end. Which how would that work? You can't go
It's
by
my use
ocean
case so far.
because all the ocean would be
sucks.
frozen. You can't drive in a car because a car needs explosive engines to move, or at least electricity to move. So you can't drive. You'd have to walk to where the sun exists.
Hold on. So what happens to the sun if time froze? Like, does it just remain the constant temperature? And as you move around, do you not like collect all that heat? Like, if you move in an area while it's still hot, do you not collect all those heat molecules and you just get really hot? And you like, fuck, I can't move that much because then I'm gonna burn up.
Damn, son. These bitches want some.
I don't know.
Stop stealing the picture off of yourself. Put it on the fucking table like we had it.
Talk to me like a fucking human being, and maybe I will.
Can you put the picture on the table
Thank
and
you,
share,
nigga, 'cause
please?
you got me fucked up.
Thank you. Thank you. You can't even hunt for food. I mean, you can hunt for food. Everything's frozen, so you just pick it up. You just pick it. You just walk up on it,
You
pick it
just
up.
walk up and snap the deer's neck off
Yeah,
like a goddamn
Ooh,
chocolate
deer.
bunny.
yeah. Fuck it up.
What is Curry
Oh,
saying?
yeah, all animals would be hard as shit.
He said all animals would be hard as shit. He said you can't really cook them
Curry
either
is
because
a woman.
I'm sorry. She said all animals be hard as shit and you can't really cook them. You can't cook them.
Yeah, sushi
'Cause-
would be on the rise.
Yeah, lighter just wouldn't light.
Ooh,
Right? 'Cause
Frozen
then
sushi.
you could never get food poisoning from sushi. You could literally eat the most exotic fish and never worry about it.
Damn,
I like that.
son.
I like that. Yo, we really onto some shit.
Well, Curry's on to some shit if we really want to be honest.
Yeah.
Curran and Aaron.
Yeah, you're right. So should we switch to fucking anime because I do not know what the fuck to talk about for the
Bro, I
time.
don't know what. So
I just
what's some
don't
of the
think-
favorite animes that you've been watching lately?
Oh, my favorite animes I've been watching lately.
Yeah.
I recently watched some Netflix animes that I watched Seven Seeds. I watched this one called
You were watching the Saint Seiya one. How'd you feel
Damn,
about that?
right? Will your body still work, or you just die instantly?
Fuck. So I think like you would collect a lot of heat molecules while walking around through time because that's a lot of heat you're passing through, and there's no way for it to displace it, and you're not. But you're able to give off respiration also. So, dog, I don't fucking know. This is a tough fucking subject.
Yeah, and now, food. I guess food still wouldn't have flavor, so sushi would be pointless.
Damn.
At that point, I think it would be like, would it be like the endeavor to make the most texturous foods? Like they'd be putting like bark and mud together so you could actually feel the food.
I don't know, man.
I don't-
Man, that's loud.
I don't fucking know, man. Like, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to change the subject. So, new subject. We're gonna talk about anime and whether or not hand-drawn anime will cease to exist and be replaced by CGI anime.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think hand-drawn anime is just don't get the dick hard enough as CGI anime.
I'm gonna have to agree with you only because I think Disney is the test of what's gonna happen, and Disney used to be the pioneers of hand-drawn animation, and now they just make CGI reboots.
Hell yeah.
So, like Disney became Disney because of animation, and they have pretty much given up on animation, at least hand-drawn animation. So,
And if any of y'all saw that trailer for the Lupin the Third, Aaron, can we pull up the
Ooh.
trailer for the Lupin the Third movie?
Can we do that? Yeah, please. What? Can you pull the trailer up for this anime we're talking about?
you can put it up on the TV in the background.
I don't know how to do that.
We won't get audio though, but we can do that. What's the trailer name?
Lupin the Third.
Lupin.
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 Lupin the Third. So, we're strong believers that hand-drawn anime will cease to exist and that most of Japanese and Koreans will be out of work and be replaced by computer graphics engineers.
Let's hope that does not happen.
Totally will happen. So hand-drawn things are also very expensive to make these days. It's super expensive. That's why everybody's moving towards more computer animation, and that's why the new Saint Seiya was all completely animated. But hey, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. They kind of rushed through that whole entire story, and it's kind of hard to follow everything.
For real?
Yeah, they had the funniest part that I liked about it was there was this interesting conversation that Seiya had with this manhole, and that was about it. That was about it. Fucking it. I didn't care for any of the rest of it.
How many people in here? 8. Okay. It's pretty much has. Hand drawn things are also expensive to make these days. That's why when they do use hand drawn, it's mixed in with CGI. Yeah. I guess I don't want hand drawn anime to just die, but
I mean, it would be a tragedy because, you know, some people, the hand-drawn feel is kind of cool, but you got to do storyboards hand-drawn. But when you replace it with CGI, like, Lion King was dope. But then when I saw the Lion King remake with the fucking live animals, I was like, yo, this shit is crack. I don't want to watch the drawn one no more. I want to watch the CGI one.
that movie was okay.
That movie was awesome. They did everything shot by shot.
It was literally
And
the same fucking movie.
It was the same fucking movie, but I liked it better.
No, I didn't.
I like looking at animals, goddammit.
Well, that's what's up, nigga.
Okay.
You want a cookie?
Yes. You got some?
Here it comes. It's behind you. It's behind you.
Guys, look at this shit. You gotta move, nigga.
So we're showing the Lupin. I'm sorry. God damn it.
I don't know if it's got audio.
It does not. You may. You gonna have to start it over. Vaz, move, nigga. You still in the way.
I'm trying to get out the fucking way.
All right, guys, look at this beautiful ass. Look at this shit. Since 1967, you gotta keep moving.
Damn it.
Just move all the way, nigga.
I'm sorry.
Since 1967. Look at that shit.
Where'd you go?
Bro, this is beautiful. Like, this is really beautiful. This is amazing. Bruh,
Yeah.
I cannot wait until that comes out. Like,
is
that was
fucking spectacular.
That was insane, bruh. That's why anime before the 2000s have a distinct look. Yeah, you're right. But that shit was beautiful, guys. Like, Jesus Christ, that animation just, oh.
I totally think that that's the way most animes should move. I mean, I was watching the Saint Seiya one. Yo, when they was using their superpowers, it looked super stupid. They failed with that one. That was a total fucking fail because they didn't do like the powers correctly. It just looked dumb, like dumb as shit. But I think a lot of anime like Astro Boy was a good test. I like Astro Boy when they did the whole CGI one. That shit was tough.
That's a,
What the fuck is this? Okay, scared me. Almost give me an arthritis.
I can't get back to the picture, so we're doing full screen.
Okay,
oh my God, Rex. There you are. Hold on.
who the fuck are you talking to?
I remember I have my stream live too, so I've been trying to get people into your stream.
Oh, okay. So basically, we believe this is a big push towards the anime industry because it costs too fucking much to keep hand drawn out all this shit, and a lot. If you've seen a lot of the Netflix originals like a Jin, Knights of Sidonia, the new Godzilla movies, they're moving more towards CGI. Some of that shit did look like a little bit crappy, but we're getting more stuff that looks like it's made by DreamWorks and that looks way more remastered and refined as techniques and quality goes up. So I think anime, the hand-drawn anime is completely going to die, and we will have CGI from now on.
I don't believe that.
You're a hater.
No, it's not me being a hater. It's just it's expensive as fuck.
I mean, it's expensive as fuck to hand draw. Shit.
I mean, it is, but it's a lot less cheaper than full blown CGI. Is it not? You know I'm right.
I don't fucking know. Aaron, what do you think?
I'm actually reading an article on it. What was the question?
Well, they're not. CGI is cheaper than hand drawn.
Yeah, CGI is definitely going to be cheaper than hand drawn, and it already
Why?
is. And once you have
Explain.
AI, once you have like AI and computer learning, now you're completely taking out a human needing to be paid for their labor of animation, and computers will be able to learn through watching decades of animations to animate how to animate, and you'll like. I can send you some videos. There's these. We can even watch a video real quick if you wanted to. We can watch an AI computer writes a whole fucking script. I think I sent it to you a couple months back. Donna.
Yeah, it was awesome.
An AI computer wrote a whole script, and it won't be too long before they can animate a whole script as well. You have like Google Deepfake thing where you have all those face replacing things.
And and he's right. He said you have to consider that these studios are extremely small compared to DreamWorks and Pixar. So these anime studios, they just don't have the ability to compete with CGI studios, like studios that do graphic art and what the fuck was I trying to say? Are we at fucking 50 followers yet? I want some chocolate milk.
Nigga, no, we're not at 50 followers. We're at 30.
I'm fucking craving, my nigga.
31.
I'm craving hard and
Bro, if we hit 50 today, son, that's what's up. That's really what the fuck it is, seriously.
I feel bad, man.
But
Shit
who say
hurt.
we hit affiliate though? That's the thing.
I don't fucking care, man. Just give me the fucking chocolate milk. So,
But yeah, no, I think it would be cool to see more anime and CGI because literally, like, just watching that trailer, that was so beautiful, bro. Like how
Fuck
they
yes.
moved, how they looked, how fluid it looked, and everything, bro.
You know what's
Like,
crazy?
man?
fucking Lupin the Third was.
recent anime, you'll see a bunch of Korean studios doing most of the work.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, most the first anime I ever watched where
That's someone typed in the chat.
where anime was sexualized was Lupin the Third
I think the first
because he was
one
sexualized the shit out of Fujiko.
Yeah, he was. You can't get away with some shit like that today.
And Korea is responsible for most of the work. Korea animates Family Guy. Korea animates
For
Bob's
real?
Burgers mostly. Korea animates a large portion of animes that do premiere. A lot of animes that are on Netflix. Korea. The only anime that I think that's been animated in France sometimes was Pop Team Epic. That's about it. It's a lot of outsourcing. A lot of animation does not occur in Japan anymore.
Because motherfuckers realize that it's lit.
It's lit. It's lit to not have to force people to do backstage work. If a mangaka can like just focus on drawing the comic and then send it off somewhere else to be easily animated, why the fuck not? And you know what's also starting to become popular? Manhwas. So you have mangas in Japan, but you also have the Korean version of webtoons or comics that are called manhwas in Korea, and they're starting to get really popular on what's it called? Platforms like Line, Webtoon.
Yeah.
And really big things are starting to pop for a lot of these creators because they're starting to get their own shows on YouTube and get some animation just from like small companies, or they're doing it themselves. Animation software is everywhere. You can do anything nowadays.
I got a question.
Sure.
What is probably the top anime that you would love to see made in CGI?
Fucking Dragon Ball Z, you know goddamn watching Goku beat the fuck out of somebody's ass in fucking CGI with spit flying everywhere and you seen their face move and them getting bruised up as they fight. That shit would be brutal. It'd be like watching a video game.
I would love to see that, but I'm tired of seeing him beat that same Frieza arc all the time, and I have a feeling that's.
I'm just tired of watching Bardock die
Yeah.
in better definition. But an anime I guess that I would love to see in CGI, it'd have to be Evangelion.
Ooh.
Evangelion would be tough.
Ooh.
You are not alone. I was just like,
do they have a Gundam already in CGI?
they should. God damn it.
They do. That'd be lit. I want to see I would love to see I would love to see JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in CGI. That'd be amazing.
I did not know that One Punch Man and the Boondocks and Naruto were like were done in. Oh shit! Gundam has been doing CGI for years, bro.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. That's why I was like, did Gundam do CGI? Like, yeah, I thought it did. Whoa.
I like it. I like it a lot.
But yeah, nah, Gundam. That's what I thought. So yeah, I just want to see more. I do want to see more anime in CGI. What? Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me? Yo. Yo.
Are you good? Oh, he said the stream froze or something.
Yeah, no, I don't know what just happened.
I don't know what happened either.
think we're back, maybe? This got really weird. They continue talking.
All right,
Yo.
so are we back?
I'm gonna go take out what's in the background real quick. That might be fucking up our stream.
Okay.
I don't know how to change back to what it was. But we're okay.
I don't know. This has never happened before.
I think you guys are back live though.
Oh, shit. All right. So recently we were talking about while you guys were away how I was out with my wife and were at Red Lobster and somebody comes back.
Nigga, we talking about anime, nigga.
Yes. Usually when I'm laid up with my wife, I do like to watch anime. And she always be like, why the fuck you watching these kids cartoons? And I'm like, bitch, you don't understand. And if it was more CGI, I wouldn't have to explain myself to this grown-ass woman. Why the fuck I watch kids cartoons?
Someone was saying that about Lion King.
You guys can get back on topic. I think we're good again. Feeling weird.
But yeah, no, guys, I would love to see JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in CGI. That'd be amazing.
That shit would be crazy, but it has to be only part 2.
No, 'cause
Part
that
2,
makes no sense.
part 2 with Joestar. That shit would be flex.
Then I would like to also see what else? I would like to see Yu Yu Hakusho in CGI. That'd be amazing.
Oh, that would be fucking incredible.
What else would I like to see in CGI? I of course would love to see My Hero Academia in CGI. That'd be amazing.
Fucking spectacular.
So yeah, those are kind of some of the ones. Sailor Moon, I would see it. I would definitely.
I don't want to watch Sailor Moon in CGI because that's too. They just wouldn't add the sex appeal right.
It's not about the sex.
It's about the sex appeal. It's like watching My Little Pony. You can't. There's no sex appeal. You don't want to watch it. What? You ever watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? You watch Foster's Homes for Imaginary Friends, right, Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good show. The main character in there, his name was Cheese, and he would always say, "I like chocolate milk."
He was not the main character at all.
Anyway, that's besides the point. Help us get to 50 fucking followers so I can get some goddamn chocolate milk, please.
Stop rushing it.
I'm sorry. I'm having
That's
shakes.
That's why
I'm
we
having
not
fucking
gonna get it 'cause you rushing this shit.
you fucking you rat.
Nigga be
How
off
your
the.
drawings going? You can start adding color yet?
No, nigga.
I
Taking my
got
time.
a person. He looks terrible. Look at this shit.
I just can't get the eye right. But this is my drawing so far. I look kind of stupid, but yeah. You just get your mesh.
You're mishy.
Oh shit! Yeah, she left. All right, but let me see what they saying. I haven't paid attention to the chat for a minute. Stream frozen. Trying to fix it. All right, we back. Sergeant still here. Hey Curry, what time is it your time? I guess it's like late at night or something. We'll get back on subject. I just want to know that.
So what are the implications that you think will supersede hand-drawn animation?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, way to spit my own fucking question back in my face. Thank you. So I think like the main implications is that there's just not a workforce that supplies it anymore. It's never been something that's been supplied in America very much. America outsources hand-drawn animation. A lot of places outsource hand-drawn animation. So it's like if there's no workforce for it, it's not possible to keep it going. People are looking for cheaper options. So thinking that it will last is just it's silly.
Almost 9 p.m. there.
It's not almost 9 p.m. Damn.
Yeah.
South African time.
He in South Africa?
Huh?
He in South Africa?
If you call her a he one more fucking
Oh, I'm
time-
sorry. Who are we talking about? Is it Vay or is it King?
No,
Oh.
nigga, it's Sergeant
It's-
Curry.
I'm sorry. Is she in
No,
South Africa?
Yes.
She in South
Who
Africa?
just followed? Somebody just followed or somebody just hosted? That's what that noise is.
All right. Hey, did you see the?
yeah,
I got a question, Curry. Did you see Lion King? And you in South Africa? You see Lion King? You see it?
I mean, she's white, so doesn't matter.
Hate to say it, but technology is low key killing art. That is a damn lie.
Yeah, it's a-
Technology
that's
is
a complete
taking
lie.
art to new areas that I have never seen before in my life. Technology can find faces in just a picture now and turn a regular picture that was just some rocks and trees into like some warped out trippy shit.
Yeah,
I fucking love
The
technology.
problem is you have a lot of studios paying very cheaply for for good technology to be used badly.
Yes.
That's what's happening.
People aren't paying professionals; they're paying amateurs.
Yeah, because the technology keeps getting more and more amazing. Like when you see good CGI in a live action movie, you don't know it's there, and that's how you know it's good CGI.
I couldn't tell most of them fucking animals. I was like, yo, these animals is all
Like,
fake.
How
when I
much
was watching
CGI
Lion King.
is in the Titanic? Yet most people never sit there and be like, it had the most amazing effects, and it's just like, yeah, well, because
The Titanic was CGI?
There's so much CGI.
What the
in
fuck
the
you mean
Titanic.
Titanic was CGI?
The whole, I mean, this
Next
is
time,
obvious.
next thing
but-
you're gonna tell me is Avatar was all CGI.
Oh man, wait for your mind to be blown, right?
Shit,
But
man, I am.
But actually, Avatar paved the way for VR headsets we have today. It's fucking amazing. But
You know,
yeah, it's just the problem is studios are paying for people who don't know how to use the technology properly, and you're getting shitty results. But the technology is doing amazing shit. It's just shitty people have control of it, and they're making stuff with it.
Guys, just if you know real quick, I don't mean to
There you
change
go.
the
It's breeding
subject,
laziness.
But we're trying to get to
that's,
50.
Yeah, that's a lot better. It's just
Trying to get 50.
people think the technology is going to do all the work, but if you don't understand the technical aspect of how to get what you want done, the technology can only do so far. So
I don't
much.
know why I picked this picture. His hands is going to be so hard to draw.
yep. That's why I free drawed it. I free ball and I free draw. Ha ha.
My name's Rex, and I flex.
Yeah. You watching a new one on Saturday? What's the new one on Saturday? Technology is breeding laziness. Yep. That's more what I meant.
She's probably watching the new Lion King because you asked her if she's seen Lion King.
You're on a super delay right now.
I am a super delay.
This is like a 15-second delay, I feel like.
Ooh. This week's special, hold on. This week's special features up to 60,000 jewels, 100 speed gems, 10 sun gems, and more. Did any of y'all play the Kingdom Hearts app?
Nope.
Play the Kingdom Hearts app.
Well then, fuck y'all. I don't give a shit.
Anything more to talk about with anime?
Yeah, I'm just, so is there are you excited to, so can you tell me why you like the certain anime that you like and why you would like for it to be in CGI?
Oh, Evangelion?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so if it was Evangelion, I love how they do all their cross cuts and cross scenes. Like, they take a lot of shots. They'll show you a lot of the setting. And they put so much detail into, like, every single little thing. And it's such a well organized and, like, meticulous, what am I trying to say? Story. Like, the way it's drawn, everything. And if it was CGI, it would just be so much shit and so much things with physics applied to this world that is just made up that would really take somebody's imagination and put it on screen. It's like the most imaginative thing ever, because when everybody's living in that post-apocalyptic Japan and seeing the dude that like came up with that shit,
Yeah.
how they're like their whole entire upper ground is just a faulty like display to trick angels whenever they get attacked. Like, that shit's just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And watching all that destruction that happens all the time when shit's going crazy, and then the whole entire focus of the show is just focused on raw teen angst and people like trying to figure out how to deal with each other. It's a fucking amazing story.
So Stream, if y'all can answer, is there any reason why, is there any specific, besides Trav, because I think Trav already answered this question, is there any anime that you would like to see put in CGI, and if so, why? I would love to know your opinions. What?
Future's bodyguard got knocked the fuck out today.
What do you mean Future's Bodyguard? The original was massively detailed until the last 6 episodes because they blew their budget.
What are you talking about?
Facts. The original fucking Evangelion. It was really good. Like, the original was really good, and like there was a lot of detail, and it was like really good. Then like the last 6 episodes, it just becomes a fucking shit show, and you're just like, what the fuck?
What the fuck just happened?
And what the fuck just happened? Yeah, like it just wraps everything up. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck. Can I see the video of Future's Bodyguard getting knocked the fuck out? Pass it. Pass it. I want to see it.
I gotta find it again. Hold on.
Don't know where my yellow is.
Man, these fists look terrible. I always sucked at drawing hands.
Damn! Damn. Damn. That boy got knocked the fuck out. Damn, he snuffed him cold. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, Ricks. Look at him. Look at him. On the floor taking a fucking nap.
Damn.
Yeah, that is crazy. All right. So,
Future's bodyguard got slept.
yes.
I don't know if the camera could see it. I can try.
You can try. Here you
First you don't succeed.
go. Give up. If you not actually, let's give some advice. Let's give some life advice. So if you're out there and you're going through some problems or you're going through some struggles and you're trying your best, my advice to you is do something fucking else. Nothing in that life should be that fucking hard. You should just do something else. If you are really struggling, just do something fucking else. You just are not cut out for what you are doing.
Have you learned nothing from our interview Friday?
What?
Yeah, you gotta get through the struggle. You gotta
Yeah, I was about to say, the fuck are you talking about?
I wasn't part of that interview.
Bro, that guy. The funniest part about me was when he was describing why they made the diamond the logo,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Cause you gotta really dig, and you gotta struggle to get down to the earth to find the diamonds." I thought he was gonna go way more philosophical and be like, "Diamonds are created through a lot of pressure and struggle, and the crushing of carbon, and eventually you get something beautiful like a diamond." And that's why we made that a representation of our company. It's because it shows you have to go through hardships and struggling, and you're going to be pushed by other people, but eventually you're going to become a beautiful person that you've been trying to be. But he went so not philosophical or poetic with that.
I would use butterflies to do something like that, what you just said. Because butterflies gotta they gotta be ugly. New follower from who?
Oh, Nadine Corey. Shout out Nadine.
Shout out Nadine Corey.
That's my homie all the way up in New York. My homegirl. She's
Thank you so much for
great streamer.
being another follower. I will show you how to eat ass once we get to 50 followers. And I will buy some chocolate milk with the money.
I will not be here for that.
You will be here for that.
No, I will not.
Yes, you will.
No,
Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
You will be a supporter and you will watch like everybody else.
I love how you telling me what I am gonna do. What I'm not gonna do is what you just said.
It's like we have talks, but I feel like we just don't see eye to eye sometimes.
Nah, I don't know you. That's all.
It's okay. I don't know you either.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mama Wevel.
Exactly. So my main concerns with trying your best in life is just always push towards a result that you want. And if you're not getting that result quick enough, change how you do it. Or do something and change up the process, keep changing up the process. And that's what I mean. You can keep trying to do to get the same you're trying to reach a goal, but if you're not getting the results you want, give the fuck up and try something else.
I do not agree with that at all. Hey, LOL, what's up? I don't think you. So, I have a question. Nadine, I have a question for you. If you feel like you are struggling in something and you're getting nowhere with what you're struggling, do you think that you should take some time to reflect to change your approach to what you're doing, or should you just give up? That's a serious question.
Just give up. I ain't just say just give up. I say, did I say just give up?
Yeah, you pretty much did. You did. You said just do something else.
Just do something else, as in change your marketing strategy or
No,
do
you made it
something.
seem like just give up on everything you're
Marketing
doing.
strategy. Why does everyone need to have a brand nowadays? What's up with like millennials and it's like that's not my brand? Like what are you trying to sell to people right now?
I'm trying to sell
What's going
myself. I'm
on?
trying to sell my body, bitch. We trying to get some
simmer
rent.
down, David.
I'm trying to get some rent money.
Simmer down.
Okay.
Life isn't a sales pitch.
And I eat ass.
And I eat ass. What?
I don't eat ass.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I've never eaten ass a day in my life.
You told us that story.
I didn't tell you shit. And whatever you talking about, it must have been the other Rex, because that damn show wasn't me.
Oh, never mind. So, would you eat ass?
Would I eat ass?
Yes.
I don't know, bro. I don't think I would.
There's only one girl on this planet whose ass I would ever eat. And that's Patty.
Yeah, I don't think I would eat ass. We at 32 now? Aaron? Yeah. Cool. 32 followers.
So
No
how
one's
many?
answering the question? So
How
I don't
many?
know.
How many is that away from fucking chocolate milk?
18.
So we need 18 more followers. How many followers did we gain today?
Like, I don't know. Like,
Our
followers
goal
have we
is
gained
16
today?
followers today, right?
yeah.
16. We started the stream with 27, and we're at 32. So that's what, 4 followers? 5 followers?
I'm not pleased, everybody. I need 16 followers today so I can get my chocolate milk and eat ass.
That's 5. We have 5 followers.
Hey.
Yeah, Nadine. That's Nadine.
Anyway, so my main advice is let's talk about news.
Okay.
Did you see the news?
I don't watch the news.
I don't watch the news either. Want to talk about shoes? I want to get some New Balances. I'm a big fan of New Balances. Do you feel like everybody in the world needs a brand nowadays?
Do I feel like everybody in the world needs a brand nowadays?
Yeah.
I think people need a representation of themselves, because otherwise, how are people gonna know what you are and what you do represent?
So do you feel like everybody has to stand for something or fall for anything type mentality?
I think whatever you do stand for, you should be strong about it. I think also in relations to it I think in relations to it is just that if you are having something like Twitch, for a prime example, you obviously have to represent yourself on Twitch for a thing like this. Is A Kimmel Films. When you come to my channel, it's Rex McKinnis. I'm representing myself, obviously, but it's still something. So I think that whatever you are representing, you should represent something strong. You know what I mean? So
I feel that on like a level. Do you think people like choose brands to identify themselves as, or do you think brands are identifying people?
both. That's a good question. I say both because you got a lot of people that don't know exactly what their brand is, but they know who they are, if that makes sense. Like, they're still trying to figure it in representation of them because your brand and you are two totally different people. Like, I'm Rex, but when I get on Twitch, you know, I'm Rex McKinnis, of course. I mean, my whole name's Rex McKinnis, but what I represent on my stream is streaming, as far as games, cooking. That's my brand.
Yes.
So I just feel as if you do have a brand, you need to like represent it properly, because a lot of people come out and they're like, "Yeah, I got a brand." Okay, what's your brand about? I'm on YouTube. Okay, what do you do on your YouTube channel? Like, some people don't understand what.
So
they,
it's the
what they're trying
important
to
question
represent.
behind a brand, and when people tell you like that doesn't fit my brand, it's the important question asking them mainly like, what is your brand about?
Yeah, what is your brand about? What does your brand represent? Are you just you? Are you just here turning up all day?
I swear, if you don't yank a kitty cat out of
spitting
there,
my fucking caverns everywhere, and I can't get them back in the box.
I suck at making eyes, man.
Huh?
I suck at making eyes.
It's not that hard. You just draw circles. I can't find. God damn it. I can't find my fucking smelly good markers.
Your
There
smelly
they go.
good markers? You have
Yeah,
smelly good
I got
markers?
scented markers. Couldn't find a black, so I'm gonna get a black from here. What do you think about racial inequality?
What do you think about racial
Jesus Christ, that was
like, what? That just kind of came out of nowhere. How do we go about brands to talk about that? Like, nigga, what?
I've been thinking about gender constructs and shit recently, and racial constructs, and like people want to identify so much. Like, it was brands, and then I thought about like how people identify themselves, and I was just like, damn, if we don't identify as these things, then people would most likely start identifying as brands, and like, you know, people nowadays, he's like,
So
you want to
it's-
get rid of gender because gender is a social construct, and then we just be left with social, like sexual reproductive organs. But if we get rid of gender, you know, that eliminates people trying to identify themselves as like cisgender, transgender, heterosexual. No, wait, I think that's a sexuality. Actually, I'm kind of confused on all
So-
of
This
this.
is my stance on all that. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. If you're gay, trans, whatever the fuck you are,
But I just don't think
care.
it should be on a piece of paper. Like, what do you identify as gender wise?
Yeah,
I just
so-
don't care.
here's what's. Are you asking like if we stopped with all these weird pronouns that are, I would definitely say are getting out of hand at this point.
Yeah.
At least for any government, literally any kind of government body that is acknowledging all these different pronouns, that's when it starts getting out of hand. But are you saying if it wasn't that wild, would people start becoming more like brands and be like, oh, like how like people were Apple or Android, it would be like, oh well, I'm Nike, clearly. I'm very athletic, like almost like a zodiac sign type shit.
Yeah.
But instead of saying like, oh, I'm a Cancer, it's like, oh, I'm Nike. You know, I'm very athletic.
Yeah.
I like to wear joggers a lot.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm a Louis Vuitton. You know, I like the simple pleasures in life. Well, not simple, I guess, but you know, I'm very, very. I don't know.
Yeah, and then like people start identifying more for what a brand stands for, and then trying to like identify their life based on that. Like, you know, I'm athletic because I got the Nike on me, but you know, I skate because I got the Supreme on me.
Or Vans or something.
Or Vans
Whatever
on
the new-
me.
Whatever the new company is now, I guess
You have
Supreme.
a sharpener? You don't have a sharpener, do you?
Oh yeah, I got a sharpener. Got you. Is that what you're trying to say though?
Yes, I'm trying to say that because like I just don't. If we get rid of like these gender pronouns, but I don't think the English language is designed to get rid of
You
these.
trying to
English.
go half on some beer?
I feel like there was a sharpener.
Aaron, you trying to go half on some beer?
Why do you always want to get drunk?
Why do I always want to get drunk?
Yes,
I don't question what you want to do I?
you do
You know
not.
I don't always want to get drunk, motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
Why you always got to talk some shit?
I'm
Why you
sorry.
always got something to say?
I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
Don't knock everything down. You don't gotta get. You don't gotta.
Why you when you drink,
Hey.
you drink dot juice?
Hey, you don't gotta raise your voice.
My voice already been raised.
It's true.
I don't know. I kind of want to, but
What? Yeah. I'm
I'm
like,
always the one at the lead.
So yeah, I'm just like if people start identifying, like I don't have to deal with people changing their fucking pronouns every so often and be like, call me Chad now, or like no, I can deal with that part, but like I don't want to deal with the part like now I gotta refer to you as a he or she. Like I just rather be like, what's up, you? How you doing?
Yeah, I think people are taking
It's just too much.
these pronouns or whatever, these addressings, a little way too serious at this point.
I tried to give my son the birds and the bees talk, right? And the little nigga starts telling me shit. Like I was like, hey, there comes a time when a man and a woman, and he was like, or it could be a man and a man or a woman and a woman. I was just like, I ain't say all that. And
You were
he was
like
and he and then-
verbatim saying a Comedy Central sketch.
and
that was already
you,
aired.
You know I am, and you gave it
Yeah.
away, and now I'm not gonna finish because you gave it away. Well, fuck my story then.
Because you tried to take somebody's joke.
Yeah, you're trying to take
well,
someone's joke, so I have to call it out.
All right, Carlos, let's see it. Get the fuck out of here.
The thing is, yeah, I think people are just taking it a little bit too seriously, and they should be focusing on the matter at hand of just like how people are treating other people. Like, I don't like to overreact or to be triggered or whatever just because the wrong pronoun was used, or to force people. Like, I got in a conversation with someone about using the word tranny, right?
Yes.
And they were talking about how, like, this is not a tranny, and it showed, you know, like a transgendered woman, man, or whatever. It was like, this is a tranny. And then it showed a car transmission. And I was trying to, like, make the point of, like, well, I've heard a lot of interviews, podcasts, and radio shows with trannies. Some comedians I follow, Jim Norton, is a big fan of trannies, so I get to get a little insight of that because he talks to them a lot on his radio shows and TV shows that he's had them on. And you hear a lot, at least in the past, tranny was just the abbreviation for saying transgendered, because like having to drop transgendered constantly in a sentence is just too long, so that it got shortened to tranny. And that's why you also say tranny for your car transmission, because if you keep dropping transmission in your sentence, it gets annoying. So you're just like, oh yeah, your tranny's busted. Like, but now people are like, well, you shouldn't call people like that anymore. It's like, but what if they want to? It's like, well, some people don't. But it's like, all right, I understand that. Like, don't walk up to someone and just be like, oh, you're a tranny. But it's like, I feel like to focus so hard on the verbiage instead of just how you're acting with that person is just a little over the top.
Yeah.
To me. Just like if I'm just full on disrespecting you as a person, then like I'm a shitty person. But if I'm getting the pronoun or how you want to be referred to a little wrong, it's not like I'm doing it on purpose, you know?
Yeah. No, I feel you all the way. I think honestly, for me, it's just, I guess it's just respect. I don't know.
Yeah, like I get it,
It's
but it's
respect.
also like you gotta get people time to learn, because it's not
Yeah.
like when you're trying to literally change you're redefining the words that already exist right now,
Have you ever
and you're
seen,
adding new words into the language.
have you ever
So you
seen
gotta
Atlanta?
give people. I'm sorry. What?
He said
Have
that
you ever
gets
seen
really
Atlanta, the show? Have you ever seen Atlanta, the show before?
Yeah.
So do you remember the episode on season 1 when Paperboy went to that news show, and then they
Yeah.
were saying like the homophobic lyrics, and he was like, "Look, I ain't got a problem with y'all, but y'all can't force me to do something." Like, and that's how I feel about it too. Like, there are people that come into my streams that are gay. I don't give a fuck. But you know,
You're like, I'm still gonna say the F word.
no, I'm not. But
You just said it.
That gets really bad. In other words.
No. So like me, honestly, I tell people that come to my stream, be careful about what you say, respect my stream. If you tell me, hey Rex, there's certain things that you know I don't want you to say, then yeah, obviously y'all don't give a fuck. But
Yeah.
if you come in my stream, I ask you, hey, lighten up. Just please lighten up, because I have certain people that come in my stream. Like I have a few gay followers, and it was a night where we were talking and somebody was like saying a bunch of homophobic slurs, said faggot, all that type stuff. And I had to stop and pause real quick. I was like, hey, bro, I get your stance. I'm not telling you to be PC or none of that shit, but I'm asking you out of respect for my stream, just be a little bit more lightly and treading on what you said. Because then one of my gay followers, hit me and was like, hey, I came across your stream and I heard like what your friend was saying, and I kind of felt some type of way. And I was like, look, I understand. I'm sorry about that. More so the fact I'm sorry that you were offended. And I already talked to it. We already like squashed everything and shit like that. But like it was
Sorry
just,
you were offended.
it was pretty much like it's like I mean, what
But
you
that's
want me
what
to
it
do?
is, right?
You know,
It's like,
what you want me to do? I can't do nothing.
Because someone hit that person's life.
Yeah.
That's what being offended by. I assume it was a joke. If it wasn't a joke, then that person
Oh no,
probably is bigoted.
that person was dead ass.
Oh, then they're bigoted.
Yeah,
Possibly.
they were dead ass.
But like, if it was a joke, once it gets around to people's territory, that's when they're gonna be offended. Like I'm pretty sure that gay friend probably would give no fucks about Christian jokes or no fucks about 9/11 jokes.
They have
or,
quite a sense of humor, and they said that they was like, yo, I was chilling, but they was like, then he kind of started saying
what
some
you said,
crazy
it sounded like the guy was not saying it in a funny way at all.
Yeah, no.
My point is like to get offended, it's just like not you're not that guy specifically.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like when
of
people
course.
get offended a lot of times, I think it's just because it's finally in their ballpark, but they'll probably laugh or not really give a shit about other things that do offend other people. So it's like yes, you have the right to get offended, but you don't have the right to like now force your ideas onto
Yeah.
other people because they made you feel a type
Yeah,
of way.
yeah.
You gotta like
Facts.
let society grow together,
To get to it,
but you
get
can't
used to
force it because when you force it, there's going to be pushback, and the pushback
Yeah.
will always be worse than the ignorance.
Exactly.
The ignorance can be solved, but once it becomes like a spiteful, vengeful pushback because they feel they're being controlled too much, that's when you get out of control. And then I don't want to like bring it to politics, but that's kind of how you get like the Trump movement to be as powerful as it is, because there was so much PC pushback was coming real hard around 2009 and in the early teens of the 20 teens. And so like PC culture has been starting since I would say the late 80s, but like it
PC
really
culture.
started hitting hard
Tired of PC culture.
in the 20
Actually,
teens.
What did Trav say?
I kind of like PC culture.
It's funny,
Trav
so
said
it's
some.
you, yeah.
Trav said some very interesting things. Actually, I have a story about that. It's funny until it's you. So when I was younger, when I used to go to school, this was back in the day. I'm 45 years old, so imagine.
This was back when
This
they
is
had
when
separate water fountains.
this is when bullying was still like they would say suck it up, suck it up. Yeah, I'm 45. I didn't say fucking 50.
Didn't segregation end in like the 70s?
It ended when
I'm sorry,
it ended
Jim Crow.
before like I had.
Jim Crow.
It ended before like maybe my mother had to deal with it, but like it ended before my time.
40s. We're almost in 2020, so the 40s would be the 70s.
I'm 40 bro.
Yeah, so you would have been born in like what, 65?
No,
Almost 60
No.
something?
no, Not at all.
67?
no. 1970s, bro. I'm only in my fucking 40. I'm only 45, bro.
We're not even in 2 decades of we're not even in 2 decades into the 20s. So
I'm just letting you know I was.
1999 you would have been 1999 you would have been like what, 20 25. So then 1979.
Can I just tell my
yeah,
story?
I don't know.
Can I tell my story? Can I tell my
You
story?
can attempt it if it's not fake.
All right, here we go. So back in the day, when I used to go to school, this
we
is
got
like
a new
before.
follower. Shout him out.
Hey, who is he?
Who's it?
strange.
Oh, he rated it. Never mind. Someone
Oh, he
rated it.
rated. Vay rated.
Hey.
Oh, thank you,
What's
Vay.
up, bro?
Dope as Vay. That's my homie, bro. That's the
Here's
homie
my
right
use
there.
case drawing so far.
Hey, Vay, we're drawing
You like it?
Yusuke.
Hey, nice.
Can you see it?
I like Rex's more.
Yeah.
The eyes look fucked up
Rex,
and the hair's
is,
kind of
Rex is killing it right now.
Yeah, the hair's
Yours
kinda
kind of looks
weird.
like that one meme of like the dude with the green shirt who always looks kind of sad. You know what I'm talking about? That like one like you got fucked meme.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Okay, I don't know. Anyway, tell your story. I'm sorry.
All right, so this is back when this is back before like bullying was a thing
I need a
that
white
that
colored pencil.
people would do stuff about.
White power.
So it was all. It's funny until it's you. So basically, there was always that one weird kid that everybody would kind of pick on because like, look, man, we ain't had no fucking iPhones. We ain't had shit, bro. It was just you play outside and like you found your humor, you found your entertainment where it was, and there was a guy that was really short, and he was shorter than the rest of us when we were all kids, and we would play basketball on the court, and they would never choose him, or if they did choose him, they would do like the most horrendous tricks. They would dunk on the nigga, they teabag the nigga, they hold the nigga down and pour ants on him. To one day he was fed up with the bullying and his parents. They took him out of the school, and then I had become the shortest person. And beforehand, I was having fun, I was having fun bullying that kid until I became the one that was being bullied because I was now the shortest person there. And then I was the one they didn't want to choose for basketball games.
Peppy? No, not Peppy.
And it was hard. And it was funny until it was me.
I might be just
And
morphing
then
these
like
together.
then a new kid showed up and he was short, and then I wasn't the one that got bullied anymore. And I started bullying him, and then it was funny again because it wasn't me. And that's my story.
It fucking sucked.
Yeah, that was a terrible story, bro.
I'm sorry.
Fucking story was
1974. That's when you were born. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm 45.
It's amazing.
It's funny how it took you that long to do all that math, but it's okay.
No, I wanted you to finish your shitty story before I cut you off. But
All
I
right.
should've just cut you off
You should have just cut me off.
because that was dog poop. So why don't we move the subject forward now, because you just told I don't know what some masochistic story of weirdness. So we're gonna go and find something fun to talk about real quick. U.S. Navy energy weapon gets first kill shots on Iranian drone. Look at that. That sounds fun. All right. Let's see. India launches a rocket to moon today. That should be fun.
Okay.
They're going to the dark side of the moon. South Pole, whatever that's supposed to mean.
I don't know what that means.
Deforestation in Brazil has rocketed.
What do you think
Okay.
about fake titties?
Oh, that's fun. Fake tits.
Trav, what do you think about fake tits? Are we missing some colored pencils here? Oh, can I get that yellow, sir, if you don't mind?
No, they're just being segregated. They're in the other one.
Oh, Jesus.
You're setting up for good
I
jokes.
ain't come here for all that. I don't know. What do I think about fake tits?
Yes.
I don't like fake tits, bro.
Have you ever touched one?
Yes.
What did it feel like?
Silicone.
What does silicone feel like?
Like,
Does it feel like this?
no, it feels like, picture like a jelly bag in human skin.
Oh! God damn, you shouldn't be putting that in your body. All them strippers
It
in Miami,
just-
they
it
got all that
just-
jiggly jelly.
I don't get fake tits. Like I don't get the goal for that. I just don't. I guess and maybe some women can explain to me. I mean, when you're stripping or doing porn, then I get it. But like just to be living a regular life and to get fake tits,
Trey said, not my
I
body.
don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's weird to me.
Actually, sometimes when you got the money on you, and your girl's a little sad, be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you some fake boobies, make you a little bit happier.
We're gonna go boost up them fakers.
Yeah, my wife, as she got older, her
That's my
titties.
favorite word for fake tits. To just be like, look at those fakers.
Anyway, so after we had like a couple of kids, her boobies deflated. Because when they swell up during pregnancy, they get bigger, then they deflate after pregnancy because you gain weight, then you lose weight, and then like those things, they just weren't perky anymore, like how they used to be when I first met her.
How do you get this color?
And
How did you get the color? Well, he looks kind of like a zombie on your picture.
yes, he does. You gotta use like an orange peach. You gotta have a peach.
Go back to the story about why you got your wife tits.
Oh yeah, so it was after she had a couple kids, and this is like back when I'm like
I don't understand.
I'm
massive
38.
oversized implants either.
I'm 38, so her tits has started to like.
Are you
droop.
still married?
Yes. Yes. Anyway, so
Interesting.
we had the money on us, and she was going through like one of her little midlife crises. She was becoming unbearable to deal with. I had been spending multiple nights with Belinda at the time period, not to her knowledge, and
Wait, did you? What?
What?
Hold up. Hold up. Wait. You can't just skirt by.
what?
what
So-
kind of nights were you spending with Melinda?
We're not. That's not what this story's about. Anyway,
No,
she
but
was
you
she was difficult. My wife was difficult to deal with.
You keep like forcing forward that you're not cheating on your wife,
I'm not.
but you just said your wife started having too saggy of tits, so you've been spending more time with this other woman.
Whose life is this story about? Is this about my life or is it about my wife?
Yours, because you're the one picking
Just
and choosing candy
ask,
mixes.
Don't ask me questions, man. Just let me tell the story. So, we had found online that there was operations being done, and it was very cheap that you can get breast enhancements. And she thought that we had some talks because our marriage was kind of like teetering. The kids weren't fully out the house yet, and we're still trying to keep things together, mostly for the kids. But we still love each other very deeply.
That's a terrible
I mean,
way
not-
to keep your relationship going.
No,
For the
we
kids.
still love each other very deeply. We've been married for a good good 15. It's been a good 17 years, and if I count our
Been
dating,
married right out of high school.
17 years.
People do that.
Yeah, they do.
And
Back in a time when the internet didn't exist.
look, man, I'm 45 years old, bro.
No, for it to last that long.
It was
though,
nothing much to
like-
do, bro. I was out fucking,
Oh.
and
People that
you
got
get a
married
bitch
when they
pregnant,
got
you
out of school
get
in my
married.
time, they still married.
My mom was gonna beat
Damn.
my ass. I didn't marry this woman. Her father he was scary. He had shotguns. That it wasn't a shotgun
It was a
wedding.
shotgun
He was just
wedding? Oh, okay.
he just scared me. He scared me, so I was gonna take care of his daughter after I got her pregnant.
Is
anyway.
your wife white?
No,
What's
I've
your
never
wife?
heard of a black person doing a shotgun wedding.
Yeah, what ethnicity is your wife? What,
anyway,
what
so
kind of cute little children are you bringing into this world?
can we just keep going?
I'm asking questions about your life.
I don't. That's not what we're here for.
Well, you
This isn't about Sir Hazington.
jumped forward.
is.
Anyway,
Yes, it is. You're talking about why you got titties, fake tits for your wife, and I'm trying to peek more into your relationship so we can understand why your wife needed some perkies.
she had some big titties back when we was in high school. Let me tell you, I was.
So she had big titties in high
Suck them
school.
Jones.
Yeah, I said the shit out of me. Yeah, I mean, that's
They
all
were,
with it.
they
you
were
know what I mean?
shall we
Them
say,
titties-
honeydew melons.
Yes, yes.
And then after pregnancy,
Girl,
they
you
kind
still
of
here?
turned more into like deflated
bananas.
grapes.
They turned into bananas and
Bananas.
inflated grapes.
They went from honeydew melons to bananas. You
If-
went from sucking titties to sucking dick on your wife.
I
That's
just
why
wanna
you
let
got
y'all-
her
can I
some fake
interject
tits.
Scary.
real quick?
It was scary.
If you have TikTok, follow Sergeant Curry. She is really famous on TikTok. She is popping on Twitter right now. That is my nigga. Shout out her.
Hey, thank you, Sergeant Kid, for talking to us and taking time out your day to be here. And we will follow you on TikTok and Twitter. So basically, we had found the breast enhancement, and we had already talked about our
Found the
marriage,
breast
and we were
enhancement.
having problems at the time,
Yeah.
and
What do
we
you mean you
wanted.
found it. What,
Alright,
were you on a
alright.
scavenger hunt for bigger boobs?
No, it was just something that had
He's
like
talking about
popped
his
up on the
wife's
internet,
titties.
and so we had thought that it would spice up our marriage again, and we were taking some time to ourselves, and so we went to go get the surgery. It was it was some money.
Yeah,
We had some
tell us
cash.
back.
She was sore for a little while, and then she looked really great, and she found confidence in herself again.
Oh, my phone just restarted.
And we went on a couple trips, traveled, took a trip to Hawaii, traveled around like areas of Mexico, visited Cancun. What was the name of that one place? Starts with it. Was it Kamal? 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 I don't know what the fuck the name of the place is. But we had went there.
Cambodia?
No, it was like near Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And
Tijuana.
we had no. It was started with Kamal. Shit, man.
Starts with what?
It's like come.
Cancun?
No, that's it. We went Cancun. There's another one.
I don't know if that's near Bedford.
Fuck, man, I can't remember. But after she had got her breast implants, the breast implants wasn't what did it for our marriage. It was the confidence that she found in herself, and there was like a new sexual appetite in our marriage that allowed us to come back together. I had stopped seeing Belinda for a period of time before that, actually, before we had got the money, because we were trying to work on our marriage. And right now, I think we're in a great place, thanks to breast implants.
So your wife got banana titties. You cheated on her. She got big fakers.
That is not what
again.
happened. I never cheated on my wife.
Okay, you.
I never cheated on my wife.
You decided to see another woman, and as far as we know,
I never
nothing
said that.
sexually happened.
Nothing sexually happened.
Okay, as far as we know,
Yes.
that you'll admit. Then you got your wife some big old fakers, and it gave her such confidence that both of your sex drives were reinvigorated, and now you are like you're young again, and you think your love life is getting stronger. Yet your wife still accuses you of seeing the other woman.
I'm so confused.
I don't know how the fuck you just gonna like add a bunch of
how
shit to
we
my
got
story.
I'm not adding. If anyone follows Hazington on any of our streams, he basically will get the life story of who you are, because you keep fucking talking about your goddamn wife and that you're not cheating in every stream. So it's not like I'm pulling up shit people don't know. If they follow us, they would know this. And I feel like the audience would like to get more in depth of why you keep bringing this up. Clearly, I don't think your wife thinks the relationship is as good as you think it is, even with the fakers.
Maury.
I love my wife, and basically what I'm saying is, I love my wife, and basically that what.
Okay, Tiger.
I love my wife, and I just found out.
Man, fuck you, man.
I just found out my wife is a broom.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you
Jesus,
both.
that sounds painful.
But basically,
that's just like one of those good
it
Asian
wasn't.
Swiffers.
It wasn't.
No, she was a
Like
normal
with
human.
like goose feathers. You can fuck the shit out of
just
goose
sip-
feathers.
It wasn't. It wasn't the. It wasn't the
White
breast that did it
people,
for me.
y'all,
It
white
wasn't
people.
for me. It was the confidence that she found in herself, because she felt more comfortable with herself. Because you know how women get. Women are very insecure creatures.
So if she had all this confidence in herself, why does she still think you're cheating?
I didn't. Where the fuck did you get that from?
You playing
You
striking
literally
vipers.
keep saying you're not cheating. You
You're
see,
not-
you even
we're
said
not
on the
playing
last
striking
live
vipers.
stream we did a few days ago. You even said my wife can watch the live stream and see I was here doing this live stream. I was not out with Melinda.
Belinda had when my wife had found out about Belinda, it had hurt our marriage very severely, and I would like to say we are in a better place
So
marriage wise.
why did it
I don't
hurt
think
it?
it ever.
If you guys have you guys haven't done anything sexually, why would it hurt your marriage
because
so
she
much?
had suspicions
She had suspicions. What arose these suspicions?
that
Were there like condoms missing from your drawers?
there were no fucking condoms.
So you're okay, or are you both like impotent, or are you okay with
What the fuck?
possibly
What the
bringing more
fuck are
kids
you?
into the
Stop! Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this right now. I've been here for too long working with you to start doing this type of shit. Let's move on to chat. Nobody gives a fuck about my marriage.
world? I don't know.
I'm
Apparently,
sorry.
this entire conversation is brilliant, according to one person.
Yeah, according.
So basically, if I want to get into it,
So you're happy with her new fake boobs?
I'm happy with our marriage.
You're happy with the marriage?
I'm happy with our marriage.
and what
at this
made
point.
the marriage happier is that she got some fake titties.
we were having problems.
and the new confidence she got with the fake titties.
Can you let me finish? We were having problems in our marriage beforehand, and
Problems with your marriage beforehand.
but Belinda was a hinge in it, but I never did anything.
Belinda was the hinge, so she was the opening gate that allowed.
No, she was just another hinge
Well, a hinge
on the
hinge
door that allowed us to
ideally-
get to a better place in our marriage.
A hinge is to like let an object move around. You know,
Look,
you know how hinges
You,
work. Like
you
you
be
go
with
into,
somebody
like,
for
doors
17
and
years
stuff.
and think everything just gonna be sweet every single morning. Everything is gonna be sweet every single night. It's not easy. I got two.
Yeah, but
I
it
got,
sounds like
I got 3 beautiful kids.
he's
and I'm
that
happy
she's
about-
happy. You're happy that she's happy, but
I'm very happy that she's happy. It
is she happy? Because she still accuses you of cheating.
After it happens, like it's hard to move on. That's all I'm saying. You don't
It
really
sounds
get
like
over
there's
that.
a lot of trust issues, and it also sounds
It-
like
it-
the initial issue of.
If I wanted to
lack
keep my
of love
marriage, there
and
had
sexual-
to be a transparency that was established.
But it sounds like the lack of sexual like love for each other created you to have to get surgery for her to increase her
wasn't
sexuality.
That was not it. I'm trying
Well,
to tell
because
you.
the surgery made her more confident.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah, please. Let's see where the drawing's going.
That is beautiful.
The eye looks stupid. Like I'm not fucking with the eye.
Hold it up more.
You gotta shoot that thing.
Like
shoot
rotate it, like the light's bouncing off, like rotate it downwards or something. There we go. That's nice. That's nice. It's kind of like it's like if Cartoon Network reamped the Green Lantern, or Danny Phantom.
That's funny.
Not Danny Phantom. What was that Ben 10
Sir,
dude? Like it's like
fucking
instead
use
of Ben 10 being a kid, it's like Ben 10 but he's 18.
How'd you get that color, brown?
Brown and I just lightly, very lightly.
See, yeah, you blended.
I mean,
Good
it was
job.
okay.
Good job.
I fucked up on the eye so bad.
Yeah, you did.
But it's all good. Y'all get the drift.
Yeah.
I don't draw anymore.
Yeah. But no, that's not what I was saying. What I was saying is like we had a lot of issues going on, and me going into detail reveals a lot about my life and my wife's life that I don't feel like.
Let's
that
just
is
come
very-
up with a
But
subject
we
to talk
can't
about.
agree
Did
that
this die? I
we
think
can't
this
agree-
died.
Oh man,
Yeah, I think it
my
died.
phone restarted. Maybe that restarted too. I don't know.
Oh shit! I don't know how to turn.
I mean,
If
we
it
don't
died,
need it.
that was quick. I
We don't
could've
need
sworn
it
How do you
anymore.
turn it back on?
We don't need it anymore.
All right, but I feel Randy's hosting us.
Oh, thank you, Randy. That's Bay.
What is hosting mean?
I could have sworn I told y'all this like 8 times.
That's all. That's weird.
Did I not?
I'm 45, bro. I'm still learning how to turn off the live stream.
Okay,
turn it
so
on.
hosting means whenever, and y'all needed. I think
God damn it.
did we set your hosting list up? If not, I'll check that after the stream. But hosting is whenever. Yeah, I've told you this because I told you this last time. So hosting is whenever I'm not streaming and you're streaming, it's gonna show your page on my page.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like they put it's like a repost.
Kinda, yeah. So like,
See, I'm 40. I got Twitter. You know, I'm 45. I got Twitter, so I know what the fuck. Going
yeah.
on.
So pretty much it's just that if I'm not streaming and you are streaming, your stream will show on my page. So if people want to, they can just go to your page and follow you automatically.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, I get it.
So how
That's-
many followers we at? We at 35. We're getting there.
We're at 32.
We're at 32. Okay, 32. I would have said like the
I'm
goal
never not
was
gonna
to
get-
hit
I'm never gonna get some
35.
chocolate milk.
I think 16 is just.
I like to give a
Wow.
shout out. Shout out to my lovely wife.
I was saying I think the goal should have been like
Shout out to my
get
3
to
kids.
35 instead of like 16. 16 is a high ass goal.
And I hope this show can fund their bellies.
If we can get 3 more followers today, then we are making a fucking goal. That's my goal for this channel. Their goal may be different, but my goal for this channel is if we can get 3 more followers, that's all that matters.
Does anybody else have something else to talk about besides my fucking marriage?
Yeah, let's talk about some shit, man.
Because
What do
now
y'all
I'm not
wanna
even
talk
happy. I don't even have a smile on my
What's
fucking
y'all
face
opinions
anymore.
on some things? I would love to hear what you guys got
Talking
to
about my
say about
fucking
some
marriage.
things, man. Because right now I don't know what else to talk about.
You put deodorant on your back?
Did I put
Why would you
deodorant
do
on my
that?
back?
Huh?
Why would
no.
do you do that?
I mean,
You look like you do that.
I mean, technically,
White people are
when
interesting.
we technically do. I mean, when me and my wife.
we got a new follower.
Hey!
Hey!
Shout out Randy. That's my beautiful babe.
Randy.
Well, I mean, like,
Randy.
because you know how like musty these summers are getting, right? So, just a good old streak down your back. So when you get that back sweat, it kind of smells a little good.
You are fucking insane,
What?
man. Anyway, so
like
white
you put
people,
deodorant
yo.
at your knee bending where your
No,
knee bends,
nigga. Why would you do that?
because it's like it's gotta be every
You
day.
just take a shower.
jumping Jehoshaphat. I ain't never
like armpit, knee pit, gooch.
gooch.
Do women don't
What
put
in the same
deodorant
hell
on
is the
their
fucking gooch?
You get it right.
Oh my boy. Oh my God.
Jesus
You
Christ.
know what?
Deodorant on the back? Wait a minute. Yeah, he's white, Randy, so that's
All right. So to expound upon that before
no,
it
when
becomes
it gets hot, I
don't
got
do
a
dumb
question
shit
for
like that.
women. So when it gets hot and y'all get that titty sweat under your titties, what do y'all
Delicious.
do? Do y'all take the bra off or like? I would love to.
you
know.
have to wipe it.
I'll be having musty backs. This is new to me.
Yeah, no, I don't put deodorant
Yeah.
on my back.
But we
I think
should
that's
be.
a white thing.
Because
My
no,
wife,
we
she just
should-
takes showers.
We
She
should be
don't do all
putting
that,
deodorants
like-
on our backs because they sweat a lot in the summer. And then that goes right down to your crack, and then you have like good smelling farts.
So I guess technically, like if I
Like,
could,
would you put cinnamon in your underwear
Can-
so when
can
you
I just-
fart,
can
you
I
get
ask
it-
No,
Can I
nigga.
can I expound?
What is wrong with you?
Can I
Just put the
expound?
mic down just for a minute.
Y'all be having
No.
musty backs.
Look, I'm gonna say this, man. So I'll put deodorant under my arms. That's where it stays. That's only place it's going. I'm not putting deodorants under my balls. I'm not putting deodorant on my back. That is in one place, and that's it.
I put deodorant on my balls sometimes.
You put deodorant on your
A
balls?
little bit of baby powder.
That seems like it may like hurt.
They
after
make
a
ball
while.
deodorant. They make special like
No,
deodorant
I
for
know
your
that.
nuts.
Yeah,
But
they
we're
do.
just no one specified. Niggas just said balls.
Every woman likes a good smelling man. I'm just gonna let you know that.
I put castor
Here's
oil
the thing,
on my
though, right? I
balls.
feel like if you're sucking dick and it smells like a man, you know it's a dirty dick. Because why are you cleaning it?
What
If it
does a
does-
man
if it
smell
doesn't
like?
have, if it
What?
smells like that person? No, I'm sorry. If it smells like deodorant, like manly deodorant.
hard work.
No, like weird manly deodorant that men always want to fucking
Oh,
wear.
here's the thing.
If it's smelling like,
See, I was
it's
gonna-
like, it's
I was
like
gonna
if you're
expound
eating
upon it.
someone out and
But
it starts
this
tasting
has
like cotton
been brought
candy
to
or
you
something.
by
It's like, all
Mustard
right, you
Dick.
got a stinky ass fucking.
I was going to fucking
Hold
expound
on,
upon
hold
it.
on. No, you keep the bra on. If you have titty sweat with no bra, the sweat will show on your shirt.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they just go home and take a shower. That's what my wife does.
Could you imagine seeing a girl on a first date and you just see like two sweats like
They
right
said the
here?
white man
You just
wildin'.
looking like.
Okay, check this. So I'm gonna expound upon it. So the deodorant on the back thing. So me and my wife, when we give each other back rubs, we actually use scented lotions and stuff. So these scented lotions, that's as close as you're gonna get to like putting
Your
on
whole water bottle's blocking that, bro.
putting deodorant on the back. Cause that's when you smell good. You get the scented lotions, you get the stuff from Bath and Body Works, you get the stuff that's gonna make you smell really nice.
This like.
I don't know anything about
$26 Lego.
you can get special lotions that retain moisture so that you don't sweat as much.
You get pills for that too, though.
But like when I shave and I get my waxes,
You get waxed?
I like to put on scented.
You get waxed? Niggas get waxed?
Yeah, so me and my wife we don't get waxed.
Do men get waxed?
We get waxes.
Do you get your asshole waxed too, or
we
is
get
it
we
just
get
around
everything.
the-
We get everything waxed. We got
You get
special.
your ass waxed?
We have special deals.
You
all
got
day.
ass hair?
Hey, look, bro. I'm 45 years old. Yeah.
You keep telling me your age, nigga. I know how old you are.
I'm just saying, like, think about it. Think about it, goddammit. You saying it's like you shocked.
I can see that, Rex. I need a close up. Oh, I can't
Yeah,
see
you
that.
already walked forward. Though.
Yeah, I already kind of went back. Randy, babe, it's all good.
You did that.
You did that? Yeah, I mean, it was okay. The eyes fucked up, but like, other than that, I mean, I used to draw all the time. So yeah, because obviously these motherfuckers ain't paying attention to the goddamn stream. But yeah, no, I'm gonna just say that's disgusting, man.
How's that
You
disgusting?
got a hairy ass.
So it's okay for your woman to wax, but it's not okay
you
for you to
haven't
wax.
waxed your balls, Rex?
No, I
Why'd you
haven't
ask it?
waxed my
No
balls.
manscaping.
No manscaping. Wow, you never waxed your balls, Rex? Randy, man, you gotta have a talk.
I'm just saying, like, it's something to do when you're in a relationship as long as I
No, I
am.
never waxed my balls, man.
you
That
might-
seemed like it hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's for a second. Only for a second.
That's not how waxing works, but okay.
It hurts for a little bit.
I don't. I mean, I don't be. I mean, I'm really. I'm to myself.
After
a lot.
after we
You
get
know those quick hardening like chocolate syrupy things that you could get at like the store, like you put it on your ice creams and they harden quick, but it's a syrup and that instantly hardens.
Mhm.
Have you ever like dipped your balls in that and then
I have done some
Put some
things
good-
with
put
a
some
lot of
kinky
food.
shit?
Me and my wife, we experiment with a lot of things.
strawberries up the booty?
I have put
Suck them out.
cherries. I put grapes in her asshole.
Wow, grapes.
Uh,
How did those not get crushed?
Rex, you look like you got a hairy ass.
That was the
Don't
thing.
lie
That's
for
what we're doing.
people.
We're having fun.
Randy, you look like you got a hairy bush,
Now,
and you got to
you know.
shave that shit
Huh.
every day.
Should you ever like put golf balls, like ping pong balls up her puss and try and shoot them at you?
We have not
if she
tried
can
that.
hit you like 3 times in a row, then you got to eat
Yeah,
her
not
ass
tried
and
that.
fun stuff like that.
We have not tried that. I've not tried that ever.
She said
Oh,
I look
man.
like I got a hairy ass. Like, who makes that observation and says, "Yep,
Hairy asshole.
ass right there. Hairy ass right there. That ass
Yo,
is hairy."
imagine you just sitting in like the train in New York or our metro, and someone just leans over and like, yeah, I bet you that person has a hairy ass.
Somebody just chilling you on the joint, they're just like, "Hey, you got a hairy ass, don't you?" Hey man, you be plucking that junk? Cause I'm just trying to figure. I got a Brazilian last night. This shit hurt. I don't know how I'm sitting down right now.
And I'll be
My
like,
ass
I'll be like,
cheeks
that's,
on raw.
I'm like, that's crazy because I can't sit down for a while. We go to the sauna. We go to the jacuzzi part. You know, I float around in that joint for a while, wait till it cool down. Shit.
Hey man, shout out to the old ass niggas that be in gym that be butt ass naked.
I'm one of those
it's
niggas.
always that old ass white dude
I'm one of those niggas.
where you see hair, all his hair is
I
white
be
all over
free
his
balling.
body.
I'm letting
That's
you know
where
it
you
be
got
all
hair
out.
ass at.
Sags
it's
everywhere.
just
I don't
white,
give a fuck.
And it's just like, bro, and it's just.
I am
flopping
very
around.
content.
I'm
I'm looking
like,
good
bruh,
for a 45-year-old. I don't
Like,
give
if you
a
don't
fuck.
put that little centipede somewhere, man, he's like, oh, and he's like trying to put baby powder on everything. I'm like, it's already a lot of white on you, bro. Can you stop?
Baby powder do everything. Baby powder do the works. Let me
Hey,
tell
bro,
you,
I'ma
it do the
say
works.
Who knew grinding up babies and putting them on your nut sacks would just protect it from so much sweat?
Moving on.
Baby powder? Come on. Okay.
Moving on. Don't scare away the followers, y'all. doing that, man.
Now you cooking with Crisco.
There you go. Boom.
Now you cooking with Crisco.
I know you fucking lying. I'm done. Randy, get out of here.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna tell it like it is.
Randy been giving
There's nothing wrong with getting waxes with your significant other. It's actually like you should do a lot of things. It builds a bond. Builds a bond. You both understand the
When
pain
was the
that
last time you got a wax?
So we both went to go get waxes probably like 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't do that often, apparently.
Nah, it's not something I want to do often. It's only like when you want to really get things really nice and out the way. And like sometimes we'll get like certain offers, and you get an email and be like, okay, you can come back and get this much off. And like, why not use it?
You get promo codes for waxes. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
We'll get certain days at like the spa or something, and we'll just go to like get like cleans, get manicures together or stuff like that. Fully like clean the body. Do health.
Who get Did you say queens get manicures
I
together?
said clean the body, cleanse, clean.
No, who get
clean.
manicures together?
We'll both go get manicures together.
Okay.
Do face masks, all that stuff. I spend my whole day with her.
So
Yeah.
let her know you're not with Melinda.
You keep fucking coming back, man. It's like, all right. I think how much time we got on the stream, bro?
We're an hour and 43 minutes in.
That's
I
it?
think we should cut it.
I don't think we should.
I don't want him to keep
'Cause-
talking about fucking Belinda.
Well, I think we should, especially if you're trying to get some amount of followers. Just cutting it like that. I mean, I'm having fun.
You having fun?
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
Actually,
Him bringing up my fucking
You
my
wanna
fucking
br-
marriage.
You wanna? No.
What?
Mm.
I was about to smoke a bong real quick.
Roll up the bowl.
1 second. I'm gonna go find something to do.
Okay, so guys, is there any other topics that y'all would like for us to talk about while we're still here? We got 7 viewers here.
You want to do an album review?
My babe is here. What we gonna do a album review on?
We're gonna do an album review on Ed Sheeran and
I haven't
Ed
heard
Sheeran's.
that.
We're gonna listen to it. We're gonna listen to it.
Can we listen to that? That's gonna mute out your audio.
That's fine. We're gonna keep the parts that where we review it. You don't have to listen to the parts with the music.
So we're gonna listen to the whole album?
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't want
then
to do that.
we can listen to then we can listen to it then come back on. I don't know.
Nah, let's like skim through it real quick.
No.
I don't want to listen to that album right now.
We can listen to Lord Orange's new album.
Let's skim through it real quick.
I don't think you know how album listening reviews work. I don't think he knows how album
I
reviews
do
work.
know how album reviews work. You gotta listen to the whole album, but I don't feel like doing that on stream. Like,
That's what we're gonna do on stream. People can come in and listen with us.
but what if they don't feel like hearing that?
Well, that's what we're doing. We're gonna be streaming music and doing album reviews after.
Fuck up, nigga. I
like
think
it.
it's nicer when I add the blue.
I like it. I like it.
Thank
I like
you.
what he did. So
Because
I did my own.
the background's blue. So I was just paying homage to the background. Fuck you, Aaron. You don't know shit.
Probably not.
On God.
Um.
No cap on God.
So.
I know something we could talk about.
What?
So, okay.
All right, everybody. I think we have reached the conclusion of things to talk about. Unless you guys want to talk about more shit being frozen in time, because we never actually fully concluded that conversation. And the reason we didn't conclude the conversation on if stuff was frozen in time is because we just don't understand how the fuck that works.
You wanna play a game of backgammon?
So I'm gonna ask y'all one more time. Anybody in the chat? Does anybody have any discussions that they would like for us to talk about? If not, then yeah, we're probably gonna end the stream.
All right. Aaron's gonna pull up something, and we will discuss upon that. If you have any more recommendations for stuff you would like to draw, you can tell us now, and we'll keep drawing.
Yeah. I mean, I think this was pretty dope.
You know what I mostly get complimented on when I'm out and about, and
What?
my hair. It should be curly as fuck.
That joint is like.
It's
locks.
legend, like, my
Lots of
shit-
locks going on.
Bro, I get so much compliments on this hair, and most of these bitches they can't even tell. They be like, ooh, that's a nice hair. I be like, it's fake. It's a wig. It's a fucking wig. It's a fucking
Yeah,
wig.
let's talk about Israel. Oh God,
Sure.
I don't know shit
So,
about this. I don't know nothing about that.
So Israel and the formation of Israel is actually very fucked up in the sense of how it was created. So you had the Holocaust that occurred in the 1940s, and after the Holocaust, the United States spent a ton of money invading a foreign country called Palestine and sectioned off a piece of that land to give to Jewish people who had been removed from their areas of living in Europe. It was a very fucked up move because this had never been done at any point in time for anybody. So this had a lot of speculation that America was like the person who was mostly in charge of a lot of funds in America or the banking system was Jewish, which is why a lot of people think a lot of the banks are controlled by Jewish people, or the sense of the term Jew gold. It's because America pulled this dick out of a stick and plopped people right in the land that wasn't theirs and sanctioned it off. And this has created a lot of tensions between people that live there and the people that came there, because the people that came there, they have been pushed there because they had nowhere else to go after Europe was war-torn. You had nowhere to put these people, but it wasn't just Jewish people; it was a bunch of people. So it was very speculated, like, why just that race? But to this day, nobody knows why that was a move to make. So Palestine, and the Israelites, they have been going at each other for years, because as Israel has been in Palestine, it has started out from a very pea-sized part of that country or that piece of land and grown to encompass the larger part that is Palestine. And now Palestine is the size of where Israel started at, and Israel is the size of where Palestine used to be. So Israel has over time expanded and taken Palestine's land and caused much strife in that area, because now the people that had been there and that had been their home for thousands of years have been kicked out of their own territory. And this is why we have problems with places like ISIS or terrorist groups, because they are just people who have been displaced and have nowhere else to go. Is that enough? Or should I expound more? Or start mentioning the CIA's involvement?
Fucking bored with this question. Fuck this question.
Fuck this question. What you mean, fuck this question? Do you know shit about Israel or not?
I don't know nothing about Israel.
Israel has a non-gender what's it called? Segregated army. So they were the first to have like a non-gender segregated army, because they allow men and women in there. And what you noticed is, if you're ever online, there is a lot of fine ass women in Israel in the army,
You want to know what's funny as fuck with
shooting
Israel?
bullets and shit.
America pays them a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
and
America funds a lot of shit for Israel.
They have legal weed.
And they have a
Alright,
bunch
I'm
of legal
back.
weed.
Dre's back.
Medicinal, but they
Dre
still
just
have
came
it.
here.
Hey, what's up, Jay? How you doing?
I'm about to draw Deku.
Can somebody give us a suggestion for what to draw in the chat? You're not gonna do that. You're gonna take the suggestion like how we do the show. We get paid money to do the show.
Kiss my ass.
You just getting a piece of paper instead of using all that white you got on that piece of paper.
Bruh, no.
You gonna buy me some more fucking paper?
I ain't buying you shit.
Okay. So basically, America does
I want to
fund.
talk about that new Lion King movie you saw.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
God.
God, I can talk about something.
He said Sonic.
Sonic. Draw
Talk
Sonic.
about draw Sonic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck. I want to draw Sonic. I want to draw Deku. You
And
Pull
someone
up
else
Sonic.
said Hisoka. I'm gonna fuck that up. Look in the chat, see what they said.
Yeah, it's Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
I'm not drawing
I'm
Ahsoka.
not
He's-
drawing that pedophile.
That nigga scares me, bro. That'd be like drawing 6ix9ine. I'm not drawing either
How
of those
dare you
pedophiles.
say
I'm not drawing
drawing
Orochimaru.
Ahsoka,
I'm not drawing
nigga?
Ahsoka.
What?
I'm not drawing any
Yeah,
fucking
so
pedophile.
How about we discuss the Lion King? Can you spoil it for me? I've never seen Lion King.
All right.
You've never seen Lion
No, I've
King?
seen the original.
I was about to
All
say.
right. So it's the. it's-
Technically, there can be no spoilers.
I'm
right?
here
Is
for
it-
this
it's
lesson.
true
I
to
knew
the
nothing
original.
about Israel really. Oh, so she's here for the lesson.
Oh, so I hope did you learn any? Do you have any questions? Did you learn enough from like what I said about Israel, or do you have like more questions upon it? So I mean, Israel is very heavily funded by the U.S. because that is the U.S.'s like foothold into the Middle East, and the U.S. is very heavily invested in the Middle East because of Saudi Arabia and the British involvement in the Middle East also, which is also factored into their dealings with Iran. This is why we have had so many wars with the Middle East and we have not ceased. And we don't call them wars. We call them like proxy wars. We call them just conflicts because basically it's U.S. expansion for the sake of resources. And they have a bunch of resources there. And the way to have a good fueling station is to take land and to have a friendly neighbor that isn't considered you. But Israel is technically a U.S. plot. It is a U.S. country, or what do they call it? It's like an annexed state. So like how Japan is technically a part of the U.S., but technically not. Because people don't choose to view it. If you ever play Civ or you ever play Civilization, you can annex a state or you can treat it like a puppet. So Japan is a puppet state. Israel is a puppet state of the United States, in which the United States uses it as a foothold into the Middle East to store like any of their war vehicles, war supplies. Say they get into a conflict with Russia, they need a place in order to start their theater of war. And it's way easier to attack Russia from the Middle East point of view than to charge through Europe, because Europe doesn't have a lot of land in which they can drive a lot of. Okay, gotcha. So fuck, man, this is a lot. Damn.
I haven't done my research. I've only hear what people have told me, but in Israel, when you come of age, male or female, you have to serve time in the military. Yes, this is true. It's mandatory service.
So it's just like Korea. So you have to do that mandatory time.
Like Puerto Rico. Wait, what?
So
Rico's
just
an
like
American.
Puerto Rico.
Okay. I don't know about that, honestly.
I did not know they had mandatory service. That's
Puerto
insane.
Rico's,
He said Sonic. You're drawing Knuckles.
But here, right. So can we talk about that real quick, the mandatory service thing? Because a lot of people think like when you have to do mandatory service for your country, like you get to learn more of what it's like to have to be in conflict, and you make better decisions for your soldiers and your country if you want to go into conflict. So I think Israel might be a good example of, these are people who have historically now gotten done with the Holocaust. They're being not forced, but they are required to spend some time in the military for development and learning before you could even become a politician in that country. Yet we are now seeing them completely displace a whole nother country and group of people. And I feel like people will say, like I said, like when in countries where you have to do military service, you're more sympathetic to military men, and you probably don't go into unnecessary wars. Well, Israel, I would say, they are going into an unnecessary conflict, even though they have to have that military time. So it's like in America, it's like if your government brainwashes you into thinking what your military is doing is good, then will serving that time really change your judgment on if you became command of that military, how you go to conflict?
I think you learn a lot about how your government is corrupt once you join the military and you understand how communication works and how freedoms with press work, and how like once you join the military you don't have a certain freedom of press in the United States to talk on certain things, and you get publicly displaced. You're not allowed to have like freedom of speech on certain categories once you do join the military, and you start understanding that there is a goal with certain things, and it's not so much whether or not that you want to keep the peace, but understanding that peace is war, and keeping the peace means conflict in a sense. And wanting to take people out of these situations, it's just not going to happen because there's just too many social tensions, there's too many cultural tensions. And joining the military, I think they start to see like this thing isn't going to stop. It's not going to stop because it's just too fucked up of a situation that has started, and there's no way for everybody to pull out of it because we're all here already.
Okay. Well, you're talking about a situation that's already been in place for a few decades now, but I just mean in general. If you live in a country where you need to join its military and you get taught that what your military is doing is right for the most part,
then it's brainwashing. This is how brainwashing works. It's very easy to
really,
rally, because when you're put into the military, you have to learn discipline. It's a very strict form of brainwashing that you have to break somebody down mentally and make them follow orders.
Officers. That's why you always have the old joke that young men fight old men's wars because old men would question every decision.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. They don't want too much dissent. That's how they control their populace.
There was a British naval general. I don't remember his name, but he had a famous quote on because you said the only way to get peace is through war.
Yeah.
But this general said I don't think he believed that.
No, the idea of peace is to maintain war, because nobody seeks out peace. When they're going to peace, they would just have peace. But if you're seeking out peace, you're seeking a conflict to create peace. So you're actually seeking conflict.
So you're artificially manifesting a conflict so that you can make a purpose for why this you can make a righteous way. Like, we need to be involved in this conflict.
We need a conflict.
Peace.
We need a conflict to get this resource that we need. So we need to say, oh, this is for peace.
Okay, because like this one naval general for Britain, way long ago, said I don't have. This is back when Britain was a huge superpower. That I don't have the strongest navy in the world because I love war. I have the strongest navy in the world because I don't want anyone stupid enough to cause a war. Like if how America is the most powerful country in the world, any country in the world would be dumb as shit to attack us because we can destroy our whole solar system like no problem.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we can.
The goal, that general was kind of saying, like, the goal is if you're so powerful, no one would be dumb enough to cause a war. That's how you can create peace. So you don't have to be in perpetual conflict.
Yeah.
You just need to make sure people are aware enough.
And there are
if you fuck, like tough parenting, if you fuck up, everyone's fucked.
And it just goes back to nature. If we're going to talk about Lion King, it's like how humans mimic nature in the sense of primal urges, and that whole sense of like how to maintain peace is to show that you're the most dominant male on the block. Nobody wants to fuck with the silverback gorilla because the silverback gorilla is the most dominant male in that pack of gorillas. That's why he has the silverback. There are other male gorillas in that pack of gorillas, but he has the silverback because he's the toughest one, and nobody wants to start no
Rex
shit.
When you started talking about gorillas,
I was just
this whole conversation looking at me, and then you talk about gorillas.
I was just looking at everybody.
Rex.
Anyway, so the silverback gorilla is the strongest one.
I don't know how I feel about you saying that, Aaron, because you're white.
Okay.
Bro, he had this whole conversation staring at me the second he pulls up a gorilla example.
You calling me a gorilla?
Who is Gal Gadot?
Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman.
Oh man, I love her. She's sexy. Look what happened when someone asked Gal Gadot about Israel shit. I think she dodged the fuck out of that question, didn't she? Too much money on board, you cause a panic to make peace. See, Aaron a whole different thing in the war economy. Like, I'm not gonna get bullied, but that doesn't work either. Like, I don't know, I don't need war, but I'm gonna let you bully us because being top predator doesn't mean you can't lose. It just makes others evolve. Somebody said exactly. I mean, that's basically it. It is a fucked up mindset because you think just because you're dominant and you're the biggest nigga on the block with the biggest stick, and your stick talk, and they got a big chopper attached with them banana clips, and you shoot dicks like a motherfucker, and you got that big mop on you, that somebody ain't just gonna pull up with something bigger or try to work on something bigger. That's what an arms race is. You trying to keep everyone in a perpetual state of fear of you to create peace, because that's basically what it is. If you're saying let's be so powerful that nobody wants to fuck with us, that creates peace, so nobody will make a wrong move. It's basically a fear. It's basically using fear against somebody, and that shit
that's
doesn't.
How most religions work. They put the fear in God to make you not sin.
Yes, and it doesn't work. It's not going to work. It's going to make people essentially dissent, and there will be somebody that will try you. And that's why you got to stay the biggest nigga on the block, and that's why America spends so much money on this military, because they are afraid that somebody will overlap them. It's all based off this emotion of fear.
So it will overtake us.
Eventually, yes.
We keep taking money away from science and technology and just putting it straight to war. And it's like the only reason we got so good at war is because we invested in science and technology.
Hey, I'm going to let you know.
If we stop investing in that, we're going to fail.
I'm playing Civ.
The more we have citizens not look up to the skies and say, how do I get to that planet, the more we're going to fail as a country, because other countries are looking up to the skies and they want to get to those planets. Again, India just launched a rocket. They're, I think, third rocket this year. China's launched rockets. Russia keeps launching rockets. Like, all these other countries, they're investing in the space. They said, fuck America. We can't rely on them anymore.
Hey, look, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I am playing Civ right now, and I'm playing as Genghis Khan. And let me tell you, if you got enough horses and you got enough of an army, fuck your science, because you can burn a library.
I looked at your
and
progress. I logged on just to check it out. You really didn't make it far at all.
Damn, you always shitting on me, bro.
Like, it looks like almost all the other powers still exist, actually. Like, I thought you would have at least taken one of the weak ones out by now.
No, I wanted a portion of land. I didn't want to take them out. I'm actually trying to push my my whole entire gameplay into like a more modern state, and actually trying to use politics to win the game this time.
So you started barbaric and stupid, and now you're trying to be diplomatic and
Yes.
suave.
Yes.
Interesting.
What did they say?
He's
I
like
how
North
Randy
Korea.
Was like, she's here for the conversation. It's not even in the chat. That's hilarious.
Fear doesn't create peace. Fear creates insecurity.
Yes, it does, and lots of people are insecure, and we have a bunch of insecurity. America is just nothing but insecurity. All our planes. Civ is broken. Yeah, Civ's AI is broken.
fucking China. Yeah, China is really gonna be surpassing us. I think they're the next country to put up full GPS satellites, because right now most of the world runs off of America's GPS, and they kind of don't trust America for obvious reasons. So Britain, Russia, China, and I believe India are all pushing up their own satellites, so they can have their own GPS systems if they haven't already finished some of them.
Hey, I wouldn't trust fucking America either. I wouldn't trust any other fucking country either. All the shit that we do with Facebook, fuck all that shit. I would shoot one of fucking what's his name? The guy that invented Facebook.
What?
What's the fucking guy?
Zuckerberg?
I would shoot one of Zuckerberg's fucking drones that supplies internet out the fucking sky if I saw it flying in fucking Africa. Because I don't know what the fuck it's taking screenshots of or taking information for. Because you know it's not just providing internet. It's doing other shit too. You can't trust no fucking body in this age of technology.
But
Everybody wants to sell. It's the age of information. Everybody wants to
can't-
sell fucking
But
information.
if we look at this in the long run, what is shooting that drone going to do? Clearly, they have the ability to get drones to your land. Wherever that land is, someone nowhere close to that land has the ability to just send robots there and look at your land.
All right,
So if you keep destroying them, like, what have you solved besides now angering them because they've spent a lot of money on those robots?
it seems the conversation in the chat has moved towards China's supremeness and
Yeah, they are. China's awesome.
China
But
actually
they build highways like a motherfucker.
no, they build whole entire islands. China can build a whole entire island in 2 months, an artificial island, and I can't even get a sidewalk built in my fucking neighborhood in a year. And what takes China like fucking 2 months to build a fucking whole artificial island. I'm talking big artificial islands to land planes, to land all
It's gonna
sorts of
take
shit.
you probably 2 years just to get the right permits in this country to get a pool in your backyard.
Fuck yes. Like China they expedite the process so much. China is a superpower basically because they figured out the system. They figured out you can have the right form of, you can have capitalism, but you can also have a form of communism and socialism that all works together, and you can also boost business. You can have many forms of government as long as they work and you keep people monitoring in that business and you keep the right public officials in there keeping track of everything. And as long as you keep the right amount of corruption or you keep the right amount of corruption, you're fine.
Yeah, from what I hear a lot of China too, like for the most part, you can do a lot of shit as long as you don't talk bad about the government. It like don't kill people. Like you can get away with a lot of shit. From what I've heard, because they're like so populated, they're not gonna like stop for every little person, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like unless you're doing some real reckless shit or you're talking bad about the government and inciting uprisings, then like you're kind of good.
My favorite Chinese thing talking about uprisings, like my favorite footage from a Chinese uprising was the Boxer Rebellion. No, wait, no. It was Tiananmen Square. Sorry, my bad.
The Boxer Rebellion. What?
That was like in the 19th centuries. But it was Tiananmen Square when you basically saw people hosting like they were protesting, and then the government just lit them all up, and it was like, yep, this ain't gonna never happen again. And then it didn't happen again. They shut that shit down real quick, and it's never happened again. People have never protested again. China is just like, yeah, you will get murked. Try that shit. What the fuck were we talking about?
Bro, I was not
It just kinda-
listening. I'm sorry.
It just kind of just went over the place,
That was
honestly.
super political, bro. I was not
It was
listening.
fun. I liked it. That was a cool
Uh,
conversation. You
alright,
got the
so
chat
in the
interested
chat-
too. If you
They
ever
have
go over
millions
a
of people.
certain speed limit, they don't even stop you. That's what's up. It's like Germany. Nah, Germany just lets you go though.
That is a lot of people to delegate, and that is a lot of work for us. If you have that many people on your side, like it works like any game. The more people you have to work, the more your population does, the more you're able to produce, and they produce so much shit. They are capable of like China in the next 20 years. I don't see there being any competitor to China. The next 20 years, I think there will be no competitor to the Chinese.
I think AI will overpower any country.
I don't understand what the fuck that means.
I think computers and artificial intelligence and robots once they have the resources to do it themselves, will be able to overpower any human-run country.
Are you proposing a fucking Terminator or fucking iRobot situation right now?
I'm not saying they're going to kill us all. I'm just saying, right at the moment, yeah, China pretty much is going to be the next, or they pretty much are, the leading superpower in a way, unless you count militaristically. But, like, on everything else, China's pretty much kicking ass. So, I don't think any other country, through human power, is going to surpass China. But I do think AI and robots will. That's not possible. What's not possible? For robots to take over? For artificial intelligence? Like, we're so close with deepfake that you won't even know what people say is real or not. Movies on Netflix that have been all animation or super fucking, like, photorealistic. Not perfect, but they're fucking good. We're going to get to a point where...
That look like Knuckles. He look like a fucking...
it looks like a methy Knuckles.
He looks like a fucking, like... He looks like a fucking...
Yeah, what's not possible, I guess. Because, yeah, AI would. The problem with AI isn't that it will kill... I'm not saying it's going to kill us all. It's just that they don't want AI to form their own directives. Also, they are so weak right now with the low birth rate. No, I'm not on the side AI is going to kill us all. I'm just saying AI will be so powerful, no human-run government will be able to stop it. If they wanted to, they will not be able to. I'm not saying it's going to kill us all. I'm just going to be saying, like, because of how connected we all are with the internet right now, AI can do anything we could do just a trillion times faster than us and better than us, especially because of how quickly they learn. So that's what I'm saying. It's just they're going to be able to do anything better than us eventually that we won't be able to keep up with as long as they have the resources to do so.
Until we come up with more shit that we need faster, then like it's like AI needs to be better.
Well, I mean, but we have computer learning right now. That's what Google's been testing nonstop. Where that's like, remember the news story a couple years ago where Microsoft made a completely computer learning Twitter chat bot.
Yeah.
And it just started saying the most racist, fucked up shit because that's mainly what you saw on Twitter, and it was just learning from Twitter.
Yeah.
Like that's how that would work, and they had to shut it down. The AI would get us the fuck out of here, maybe. But once it can form its own directive is when we have problems. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's
I love
what like
how engaged. I just
that's what like computer learning is. We're
say
letting
real
it
quick.
make up its own mind.
I love how engaged Trav and Dre are in this conversation, guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you, guys. I know I'm quiet as fuck right now, but I'm really not gonna talk on some shit that I have no clue about. So I'm just
I love this conversation. It's real cool.
Listening.
And it formed its own language also. Yeah, that was kind of creepy. When the Google AI started talking to each other in their own language, that was scary.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Google tests a lot of shit. And one of the AI programs they were testing in their computer learning program, it started forming its own language that we couldn't decipher yet. And so we were just like, we got to shut it down. Oh, Google said we got to shut this down right now. Like,
it started talking,
forming a language we don't know.
That's creepy, bro.
That's fucking insane. Like, yeah,
problem.
fuck that shit. I
Didn't
see Elon Musk is
robots
afraid
kill
for a
some
reason.
people.
What can't they learn?
Like, didn't some robots kill some people? Like, kill a couple scientists, and they had to shut that down too.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That was a thing that happened.
That was a
The
thing
fuck
that
you
happened.
talking
What the
about?
fuck? What the fuck? No robots ever kill nobody.
Self-driving
Give me a
cars
second.
have, if you want to count that. Self-driving cars have killed people, if you want to count that.
I do not.
But man-powered cars still rank number one on killing people. So, you know, of course, robots are going to kill people every now and then. Most of the time, it's probably human error when they die.
Sheesh.
Self-driving car robots, I should be specific.
It seems like Elon Musk has a great fear for AI,
I don't know.
but he
Computers are
seems
getting really good at problem solving right now. Like, they're getting really good at problem solving.
like there must be a big ass reason why Elon Musk is afraid of fucking AI.
Oh yeah, and Elon Musk is terrified of AI, and he's been warning governments around the world since like the early 2000s about AI, and none of them want to listen to him. And it's just one of those things where I'm just like, it's something to be worried about if we don't regulate it enough. Because now with Google and shit doing all this computer learning shit, like it can get out of control.
Fuck. Rumor was 4 AI robots in Japan killed 29 scientists.
Yo, that's fucking wild.
That's what
I gotta
yeah,
pull that
look
up. Hold up,
That's what I
what?
was talking about.
That's too fucking crazy.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna need you to stop doubting me. That's what I'm gonna need you to stop doing. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You are coming off very aggressive.
Yeah, I am aggressive.
It's a conspiracy theory.
You coming off as a doubter.
Do you have high blood pressure?
No, I don't.
You sound like it.
Do you have high blood pressure?
Yes.
I mean, we black, so
It's
that's
looking
okay.
like it's conspiracy.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah, it's looking at like a conspiracy at the moment. I'm not finding like. I'm finding just like a lot of either debunked sites or just weird sites. I don't really know what the source is.
Yeah, I don't really believe that shit. I'm sorry.
I just feel like because that would be bigger news.
Yep.
Only because I don't know.
Elon Musk would literally
It's
pop
why
a
I
fucking
can't
nut.
believe aliens are fully visiting us at the moment because it's just like you can't keep that a secret. You just can't.
Nope.
Like no, I don't care what government clearance you have. If we found life forms from another planet that came here, or even if we just found them on another planet through like telescopes and satellites, like we would, that would not be able to be kept secret. Humans are just. There would have to be someone in the government or the military or someone just be like, yo, we can't, like, we're just supposed to hide this? Like, no. It's got to come out. Fake
Actually,
news
if
always
I
really
if I
weird.
found out that we had aliens and that were in Woodbridge, I'd be like, true. And keep it moving. Actually would not give a fuck.
I'd be nervous.
I would not be nervous. I'd just be like, whatever.
I mean, they could be trying to hide it, but it's like, why would they? Like, I'm just trying to like look at the big picture. I guess it's to not cause panic of people not trusting robots. I can understand that, but it's also just like, I don't know. I would have to see. I would have to look more at articles. Like, what kind of robots were they developing? Were they developing like attacking kind of robots, like defense robots or something? Or?
You know what I said when I found out we had illegal aliens in Woodbridge?
Mhm.
I said true. So if I found out we had aliens from outer space in here, I would just be like, true, and keep it moving. I'm not going to spread the word because I don't give a fuck. Obviously, space must fucking suck if they're living here because this space fucking sucks.
Okay, first of all, this one side I go up to, there are pictures of something from like the World's Fair in the 30s, which is never good. Never good at all. So I don't care. I'm not disabling my ad blocker. I'm not doing it. Just let me continue to the fucking site. Robo apocalypse is arrived. Whistleblower revealed. Okay.
My problem with the aliens is the light bulb theory. What the fuck is the light bulb theory? What's to say they are alive while we are? Oh shit, like yeah, they're alive and then like by the time we reach them, they probably extinct. Yep.
Yeah.
100% they exist, but they make us think that they are so much smarter than us. For who knows, they are the same spot in us. I mean, if you came to
If they
fucking
came to our
Earth,
planet and they were able to move around and survive, they're at least as smart as us, if not smarter. Because the fact is, they're also able to stay alive coming to our planet.
hey man, if they came here and they smarter than us, they fucking stupid for getting caught by the U.S. military or
Yeah,
not
that
taking
too.
over.
Or making a deal with the U.S. military. You know what I
Like,
mean?
no.
Like, why would you make a deal with this country?
Yeah, that's stupid.
With all this space, we can't be. Oh yeah, 100%. Alien, some kind of life forms have to exist out there. We can't.
You know what I would do? If I was an alien,
The
I come
owners.
to another planet, make a deal with their government in order for them to give me resources that I needed, and make their government give me the resources, and I wouldn't alert them because I wouldn't enslave all of them because that would just bring productivity down. I would just want them to keep going business as usual, and then take the resources and do the deal. Like, yo, you don't give me the resources, I can just exterminate you all.
All right, but
I will mafia shake them down.
what resources?
The resources I came to the planet for.
Like what?
The only reason I came to another planet
You
is
got
resources.
to be specific because literally almost any rock-based planet, or even asteroid in our whole space, they all have the same resources.
Yeah, but I
Like,
need.
we're not special. It's not like, oh, we have gold, no one else has gold. Like everyone, we all share the same resources.
Nah, maybe I need something like like a
why
refined
would you
process.
come-
Like I need something manufactured. I need a resource manufactured into.
If you're,
the-
I mean, if you're able to do space travel, you should be able to manufacture resources from asteroids at that point.
but what if I don't have the manpower?
You had
I
the
can't
manpower. You had the manpower to get to a country and enslave them in a way that they gave you their resources. That seems like a lot of manpower you need to convince a wholly foreign species to just give up their resources,
Yeah,
unless they're idiots and think you're a god.
yeah.
But again, it's like you're going through a lot of effort for like something that exists just all over the universe. Like, why do you need to enslave a planet for it when asteroids have like the same, if not more, of those minerals than planets can, with how big asteroids can be?
You right. I don't know.
About that, did you?
I don't fucking know.
God would be the only one. I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know what we were talking about either.
Yeah, they're talking about like restricted tech and shit. Yeah, I agree with that restricted tech. Like the U.S. government had drones, like, you know, remote control airplanes in the 70s. Yet it didn't become commercially viable for the public until like the mid 2000s, where like the general public was able to just start buying drones. Yet the government had it almost 30 years, around 30 years before it came out to the general public. So GPS too. I don't think GPS fully came out to the public until what, like the late 80s or early 90s, with TomTom and shit. It would be some alien scientist project. We could be some alien science project. That'd be awesome as shit. Like
I wonder if they're gonna get an
was
A.
creating a like the
simulation?
sea monkeys in South Park. Just create a whole thing and watch.
Then that will supply the simulation theory.
Yeah, I fuck with the simulation theory.
Yeah.
I like it because it makes me feel like it's good that everything's pointless.
Yes.
Because I feel like it's easier to be like, yeah, it's all simulation, so it's pointless, than to be like, we have no idea, but it's all pointless.
Yeah, that's just kind of like.
Because I hate religious people who are always just like, no, the point of life is to you know, not sin and be accepted by God, and then you get to have eternal life in heaven or whatever they believe the next thing is, eternal life. But just like that still sounds like eternal anything just sounds boring. That means forever, ever, never ending. Like, that's got to be boring as shit. I feel like even flying through the cosmos forever would get boring as shit after a while.
Hell yeah.
Without
man.
new experiences. Especially if you can't experience pain or suffering anymore. Like, those are kind of the points of being at least human, let alone an animal. Like, to be able to feel bad when you do something bad and you hurt a friend or another person, and you feel kind of bad for it. Like, would you be able to have those feelings in heaven? Or whatever the next world would be?
Why would I do something bad in heaven?
But no, but that's my point. Like, you won't be able to have those feelings in general. You won't be able to feel sadness, technically. Because bad things would cause sadness. If no bad things happen, you would never be sad. You won't get... I know people wouldn't want sadness, but like...
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I feel you, bro.
I got too deep, maybe.
No, I mean, I think they're enjoying it. Shout out Gab, Tilla, Trav, and Dre. I think they're really actually into the conversation. They're actually making the conversation go, and it's just, I'm sorry, I'm lost.
Oh, we're at 2 hours and 20 minutes. That time flew.
Yeah,
Philosophy really takes time.
it really does.
Politics and philosophy makes time fly.
Shout out to everybody in the chat room. So far, the Drawn in Sonic.
Need 2 more followers.
Yeah, two more.
We
I
just
have
need 2. If
knuckles.
anybody,
That's looking
Dre, Gab,
I'm fucking with Rex's.
Trav.
Yeah, that's looking. Damn, Rex, he killed it. Holy shit.
Indeed.
Damn, Rex.
That's Sonic.
Show the camera a little bit more. It's a little bit blurry. It's a little blown out. Wow, man, killed it.
Alien
Holy
tech is
shit.
like- You know, in Civ, where you can stumble upon some shit and move your tech 300s of years ahead. Damn, that's true. He's talking about the Industrial Revolution and how we had the modern technology just bump everything up, and now we're kind of like technology and advancements of information is just happening really fast at the moment.
It's like when the Europeans came to the Americas. As from what we see documented anyway, horses weren't even in the Americas at that time.
And then
So horses were brand new to them, and you know what I mean. Like they had guns. I don't think really gunpowder and guns were in the Americas yet. So
nope.
they just brought over a wealth of technology that just blew these not only creatures they've never seen before. They were riding on these creatures, shooting explosive boomsticks that once you heard a boom, your friend just collapsed dead. That's some wild shit.
That is wild.
Trav, Dre, Gab.
No longer suffer. Well, yeah, but my point was like suffering is kind of part of life. If you know, like, for not suffering eternally, that would get boring after a while.
It would be very boring. Because it'd be like, if I'm in heaven and I can't get drunk, I don't want to be in heaven.
Because you need to suffer, and like it sounds so annoying, but you kind of need to suffer a little bit to appreciate the happiness and the love.
Can I say something?
Does
real
anybody
quick?
ever talk about?
No. All I was saying is Trav, Gab, Dre, if y'all have any followers that y'all can help us just get to 2 followers today. We just need 2 more followers.
Did
right?
Native Americans have horses?
Yeah, they had horses. Horses are actually everywhere. They were in the Americas, and also they had crossed the land bridge. So horses were in the Americas before white men actually showed up.
Then how come you don't really see horses in like?
Oh,
depicted
they
in
were
their
actually
drawings and shit.
they were actually horses were
At
actually
least in
depicted.
like the South America parts.
It's in the eastern part. They didn't need horses because they're more wooded areas. But once you get to like the Midwestern areas where it's like more desert, they had horses, and they're actually depicted in their drawings.
Because I'm talking more about South America, honestly.
They did not bring the horses to South America. Like after you get past Mexico, it becomes wildly jungle, and you can't use horses.
Yeah.
So horses didn't.
What I was referring to was like there's like isn't there Mayan text or something talking about how they saw like these crazy creatures, these European.
Oh well, if you're talking about South American Native Americans, then yes, they were very shocked by.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about North American Indians, no, they just not.
Because I know horses were native to Americas, then they left the Americas and then came back to Americas. At least that's what some science has shown. But
Dre said they changed history, Aaron. Come on, we know this. They doctor history. I mean, yes, they do, but you never know.
I'm almost done, guys.
I'm completely done. This is the only knuckles you getting from me. That's it.
Let me see it.
Here you go. I just took the one on the picture. Don't laugh. Don't laugh like that.
like when they brought camels over here to America, that shocked the shit out of everyone.
If I saw a fucking camel in America, I was like, what the fuck is that stupid thing?
I mean, it looks stupid, yeah, but it was very useful for the military.
This drink smell good, too. Dang. It's cherry and lemonade. It's cherry, lemonade, and blueberry. I use cherry, lemonade, and blueberry.
Can we push this fact that we need 2 more followers? Can we keep pushing that?
Oh, only thing Europeans brought was gunpowder and disease. They also brought different types of fruits, and they are largely in part responsible for genetic engineering of certain fruits and vegetables, such potatoes had changed once they got to America. What else did they bring? They brought different types of like cash crops. And what else? They brought lies and facades of grandeur.
And by the way, if schools are still teaching that Christopher Columbus is a good guy, fuck any school that's doing that. Just saying.
Yeah, his writings are pretty terrible.
He was a fucking idiot. He thought he was in India. Jackass.
Stupid bitch. If you're watching this stream, Christopher Columbus is a stupid bitch.
He should be right up. He should be up there, right
like,
along.
How
with
much studying did he do, right? Because you would have known, like, you would have had to gone around Africa.
Yeah.
If you're a
So
sailor
you
of
would've
any kind,
100%.
every sailor knows that the world
who was
isn't
his
flat.
astronomer? Like, who was studying the stars for him?
Not just that. My thing is, he should be up there with Hitler. How come Hitler is celebrated as a villain, but Christopher Columbus was not?
Oh, Hitler killed Jewish people.
And Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, because like people don't put
Native
Stalin
Americans.
up next to Hitler. Sadly,
Hitler killed Jewish people though. Yeah, people don't put Mao up next to Hitler. People don't put Stalin
they don't
up to
put
Hitler.
Genghis Khan up
They
next
don't
to
put
him.
they don't put Khan up to the Hitler. They
That
don't
shit
put
don't make sense, bro.
they don't put any other dictator ever in history that has done way worse.
I think the biggest reason is because Hitler also was taking other people's land.
And you want to know the craziest part
Like
about
Stalin and Mao
that's
were
what-
not taking other. Well, Mao, yes, he
Columbus
was, but
doing.
You-
My point is just about Columbus.
and yeah, Russia was taking a lot.
you know
of
what's the
Eastern
craziest
Europe,
part
but-
about Hitler? Did you know that he was Jewish?
Was he?
Yeah, he had a bar mitzvah and everything. He was fucking Jewish. He just hated his own kind. And then, that's crazy, right? Ain't nobody know that shit.
Well, of course, it was a self-hate. He loved blonde-haired, blue-eyed, tall people. Yet he was a short, brown-haired guy.
Yeah.
Like it was all just self-hate.
It was a lot of self-hate. That shit was crazy. When I found that out, I was just like...
That's why you can never trust like politicians who are extremely anti-gay, because odds are they're
They're
definitely gay.
definitely gay. Mike Pence.
And then they're afraid.
When
It's scary.
I look at Hitler and then I look at the situation in America with black people, and then you understand how like black people kill each other the most. It's crazy. It's fucking insane. But then you understand it from Hitler's perspective. You're like, yeah, living with your own people does make you kind of hate them sometimes, to the sense where you're all piled on top of each other and that's all you see.
That's a wild tribalism. Not even like that's weird anti-tribalism where you hate your own tribe so much you want to exterminate them.
Stalin didn't kill almost twice as more. He killed like almost 10 times, 20 times as more.
A lot. They just
Yeah, he killed like 20 times more people.
Stalin was photoshopping people before he invented Photoshop.
He invented the Photoshop.
That's
That
why
shit was crazy. He was-
Russians and Eastern European countries have always dominated in animation because they were doing that before the softwares even existed, and now a lot of Asian countries are dominating. But yeah, a lot of animation comes from Eastern European countries and Russian countries. Like a lot of CG, a lot of shit like that. They do a lot of
Czechoslovakia.
that work. 'Cause
I like it. I like it a lot. What else can I? What else?
We need 2 more followers for today's goal.
My goal is 16.
You're not hitting 16, bro.
After we're done with this stream, I'm gonna promote and get more people to follow.
I thought you said during stream.
Oh, not during the stream. I just said that was my goal, was to hit 16 more followers today, and I'm gonna talk to a bunch of people, and we're gonna get 16 more followers.
That's what's up. I believe in you,
Thank you.
even though you a bitch.
So here's
You know what, young man, I had not called you anything today, and you think it's okay to call me things.
What you about to say?
Did you ever want to
Don't
like?
annoy me.
Did you ever want to like go to the store and grab like 5 different ice creams and then melt them and then put them together in different layers and make your own layered ice cream?
No, but that sounds kind of awesome.
What do you mean? How would if they melted? How would you make
Well, it doesn't
them
have to be
into
5. Like, well, because it's frozen, right? So you would melt them down back into its cream form, and then you would layer them. You would like put one layer,
How
freeze
you
that a bit.
how
put
you gonna
another-
layer something
like-
that's melted?
Boy, do you not know how fucking liquid dynamics work? I was literally about to
Have we
explain
been
it.
ignoring the chat this
I
whole
was,
time?
no, I've been reading it a
Black
lot.
on black crime ain't even
Um,
a thing.
You layer
Go
one
to
of the
Atlanta.
ice creams down.
Go
you
to
let
Atlanta,
it-
go to Memphis, and you tell me
let
black
it
on black
freeze
thing.
a little
and
bit,
go,
and then you add another
go to
layer.
Florida.
Then you let that freeze a bit. Then you add another layer. And then you
Come
can
to
start
Virginia. Come to Newport
forming
News.
the layer you
New
want.
Orleans.
And then now you can have your own mixed ice cream. It doesn't have to be 5 layers flavors.
I'm
of
just
course,
I'm
but,
just
you know.
very confused about what you're saying, Aaron. How the fuck isn't how the fuck do you melt something and then stack it on something?
I literally just said it, bro. You melt it. You put it in the form you want. You freeze it for a bit. There you go. There's one layer. Then you have another melted
Okay,
layer.
if
you
you're
put it
freezing
on
it,
top.
okay, I get you. You're
I
freezing
said
it.
this twice already. You freeze it, and then you add the other layer, and then you freeze it again, and then you add the other.
So
layer.
you're making an ice cream sandwich?
Oh my damn.
Yeah, slowly, but then
I
you
mean,
have
it-
if you can get it in a swirl, you can make your own ice cream.
If you want to make a sandwich, bro, then this. He said, "I live
You
in
never
New
lay,
Orleans."
yeah, you never layered a frozen cup. I get
No,
those
I have
froyo things.
Oh my goodness. Oh my damn.
What happened?
Marcus fell. They going ham.
Black and black crime is very real. I'm
All
saying
liquid doesn't
black on
have
black
the same
crime
density.
is a large
Yeah,
killer
exactly. That's
of
why you
African
put,
Americans.
Like, oil on top of water, like
More than anything else
that's how
for
you make
African
peanut
American
butter,
death.
right? Because butter will float over water, because it's oily. So once you make the can of butter, you need water so it doesn't all burn. Then you let it go into the fridge, and then the water separates from the butter because those liquids have different densities. Like the guy just said in the chat.
I understand. I get it. I get it.
Seems like a lot of work. It is a lot of work, but I'm just saying, make your own ice cream in a way, or make your own special ice cream flavors. Why not?
There's tons of other race on race crime. I'm just saying, like, black wise, what black people deal with.
What happened?
Who else you know got Twitch?
I don't know. Many people with Twitch.
Why don't we have white on white crime? We have a lot of white on white
There's
crime.
a ton of white on white crime. That's
What do you think
mostly
white
that's,
supremacy is?
that's all Florida is. It's
It
mostly
is
white on
killing
white crime.
nonstop. Fucking any Jews or whatever. Jews are technically still pretty white.
Yeah, I'm not saying like.
Jews are white.
Yeah.
I'm just saying heart disease
white
isn't
supremacists
the main
fucking hate
killer
it.
of black people. Police brutality isn't the main killer of black people. When I see a whole, whenever I'm around certain news or I'm in the DMV and I'm wondering how a recent
Yeah, 'cause
rapper
you,
got
you
killed.
Need to paint the
how
narrative
somebody-
that like black people
how
in
got-
America
how people
are
got
terrible
killed.
people. So you gotta.
It was
say
they
black
was
on
beefing
black
with some
crime.
other niggas and some other niggas shot him because some other niggas was beefing with them and they didn't believe they was really about that bullshit. Like being in Manassas, being in Woodbridge, like this is common shit. It's mostly like All people are killed by their own race. Yes, I will give it that.
Oh yeah, because most people stick with their own race.
Because most people stick with their own race, and then it comes to power dynamics, and power dynamics make us kill each other, and that's how it is.
Especially because races technically don't really exist. It's just different pigment in the skins. and
Okay, fine.
locations,
Black
but-
on black crime doesn't exist in the factor that people just kill people. Yes, people just kill people if they're with their own people.
That just happen to be part of the same community.
But they just happen to be part of the same fucking community or skin tone for some reason.
My name's Rex.
Yep. You said it right there, King. T. People commit crimes on whoever's around them.
That's just how it works.
Some people are just a little bit more motivated by the.
Because when I was robbing somebody like
The appearance of
last
people.
month, I didn't care who they were. It was just that car just happened to be there, happened to be unlocked. I said fuck it. Fuck it. That is very true. I didn't ask who they look like. I was like, you around? You fucked up?
So we never got to the Lion King discussion. We really went on like a 40-minute talk about politics and shit.
Does anybody in the chat want me to spoil Lion King?
Can you really? Well, the question is it true to the original animation, or did
Yes,
they change a
they
lot
did
of
it
shit?
shot
So
by
you're not
shot.
spoiling anything.
Nah, they did it shot by shot, but they also took out some stuff and they added in some stuff which was very funny and
What did
very
they take
like.
out?
They took out a lot of like the more cartoonic aspects that you can't really do with a live animation, like animals stocked on top of each other.
Like when he started singing, I Can't Wait to Be King, Simba. He wasn't like grinding on a goddamn giraffe doing 360s and shit.
Yeah, he wasn't doing
They
all
could
that
have
shit.
done that. They knew he was gonna take out the suspense of disbelief, I assume.
It was. That's what it would have did. It would have
Like, not
completely
just
taken you
that,
out of the movie.
When Mufasa died, like, and Simba was sad, his face was just. It was no emotional connection for me personally. I was just kind of like. his
So
face isn't
did they go a
moving.
little bit too
Bro,
realistic?
I was with somebody.
with
They
it?
literally started crying. It hit me. I was like, damn. Like when they got to the part, I knew Mufasa was gonna die, and we all know Mufasa was gonna die. But that shit hit harder than when I was a kid, and I was like, damn, this shit's sad. That shit hit me harder.
He
Like,
didn't have it- it's
and then
like he was like-
I thought I was being hit hard. Then I looked over to my left, and then somebody was crying, and I was just like, damn. I thought I was being hit hard. You damn fucking crying.
Bro,
Like
he was-
this is
bro, he
crazy.
literally was like
we all
this.
knew he was gonna die, but that shit was just. It was just. That emotion, they just hit it harder, and I was just like, how the fuck did you hit it harder than the fucking cartoon when we were all children? And I thought it was bad when I was a kid, but like, I feel even more for this scene than I did then, and I was just like, that's fucking insane. I already knew how the shit would play out.
Why do I feel like you weren't that emotionally
Oh, I
attached
was.
to it as a kid, but now as an adult, did you understand those emotions more? It did hit harder.
That
I
may
have a
have been
feeling
what
like
it
you're
was.
overhyping what it was as a kid, because I feel like most kids who did watch Lion King will overhype that they were emotional about it, but never were. 'Cause
Nah, I
most
love
kids
the Lion
didn't
King.
really
I don't
fully
think I was that
understand all
emotional about it. I just like seeing lions kill each other.
Yeah.
That was just me as a kid.
Hey, that's what's up. I like that.
They made it more accurate with the hyenas in this depiction.
They don't have humanoid expressions. Yeah, that was one of my questions. So they go like a little way too realistic with it and kind of take out the anamorphism or.
Trying to say
It was
Oh, okay.
just-
I'm sorry, Rex. You go. My
They
bad.
were
Rex, go.
they were like watching
So,
live lions and shit.
What it was one scene where like when Mufasa died, Simba was literally like, he said, "Oh my God, my dad's dead." That's like if like fuck my dad, but that's like if I had an emotional connection with my dad and he got shot in front of me, and I was like, "Damn man, I'm so sad, bro." No, I was like, "Damn man, I'm so sad, bro. My dad dead. This sucks, man. But I didn't mean to do it." And then somebody came up and was like, "It's okay, Rex. You're okay." That's kind of how it was. It was just like no emotion in the facial expressions of the animals. And I guess, I don't know if they wanted to keep it like that because they didn't have enough time to really do the emotion on the faces of the animals. But it was just, when he died, Simba's face did not change. And it was just kind of weird. So it was like, where? Yeah, like it was just stiff. And a lot of people said the voice acting
Dre's
was
a
bad.
real nigga. He let him know. He said I cried. Nah, the voice acting was pretty good. I liked it.
I didn't think it was as
I
bad
heard
as everybody's
Beyonce was
saying.
some ass on that.
Nah, she
Is
was
that
actually
true,
pretty
or
nice.
people just
Nah,
trolling?
People trolling.
I
like
heard.
Beyonce.
I don't think it was that
saw
bad, but there
multiple
were
posts being
parts.
like she should never be in an animated movie again.
There were parts that I was just kind of like, ooh, the voice acting is a little dry here. But for the most part, it wasn't as bad as everybody made
Yeah,
it seem.
everybody's tripping.
But
They
okay,
always
but
like-
here's the thing. Okay, obviously the internet.
But the
blows
movie
things out
was
of
just
proportion,
okay.
right? But Beyonce's voice acting compared to
Damn,
everyone
bro.
else,
He is
was
sick.
she pretty on par, or was she obviously lacking? Would be the question.
No, she was on par with it.
It was okay.
It was
I
okay.
liked
So
it.
she was obviously laughing.
I would actually like.
Compared to everyone else, was she on par with them?
I've
or
heard Beyonce's
wasn't
acting,
obvious?
voice acting in a previous film, animation film. I forgot what it was called.
Oh, it was the one where it was like an animated and they were like in
She
a
can't
forest.
act.
Yeah,
Period.
it was okay. Her
That-
acting skills.
That was nice.
Beyonce is, of course, we know for a fact she can sing, but her acting skills are okay to me.
Yeah.
They're not grand. It's not
But
something where I'm
if,
like,
if it tells you
"Oh."
anything, I like this. I like this new version of Lion King more than I like the older version.
But that's not fair. You watched the older one as a kid, and it was, you know.
I watched it.
I
Like,
think it's fair because it's like
Nah, I watched it a couple weeks
unfortunately,
ago.
That movie is something that you have to bring into proportion.
But I
If
watched-
you
I-
ask
No, yeah.
me,
I watched the
guarantee you it's gonna
cartoon-
be a lot better
I watched
than
the cartoon like a
animated
couple
kid
weeks ago.
version,
I think the
but-
animated one's better.
I watched the animated version a couple weeks ago, and I still like the newer
Like,
version
'cause
more.
here's the thing. When we went to go see Jungle Book and we did the review on that,
I love Jungle
I
Book.
watched I have the old VHS of Jungle Book. So
That
I
shit
watched
sucked
that.
ass, right?
It was ass.
It was
compared
terrible.
To the new Jungle Book.
I love
But
the
I
new
have a
Jungle
feeling because what it sounds like, what you guys are telling me and what I'm seeing in the chat, it sounds like they really
Oh,
took out the
man.
anamorphizing of
He
the
said she
animals
can't
in
act,
the
period.
live action Lion
Hey,
King.
y'all gonna stop coming for Beyonce like this, man. Y'all fucking.
Yeah. So again, it sounds like they took out a lot of the like they overhyped and put a lot of human emotion to the animals and let them kind of move around more fluidly like humans than animals.
Yeah, no, I give
and
them
I think
that.
that's what kind of makes what would have made the animation a lot better than what makes the live action.
I give them
Like,
that.
it sounds like it's a little too realistic to me.
I give them that. Like
It's fucking- it's-
because it was a
it's
part
funny.
where
That's funny as shit.
it was a part where like when the animals start like scratching themselves and stuff like that. I thought that was very spot on. I'm like, man,
Nah,
that's amazing.
everything was mostly spot on with how they did it.
How
Like
they
the animals'
moved.
actions.
Yeah.
Like how like the certain things that they did and you understood it from an animal perspective of like that's how they actually like when Simba like first wakes up Mufasa, you understand like these animals they sleep for hours on end and then like they're patrolling the territory, how lions work and they patrol their territory. When Mufasa had died, how Simba like curls up beside him. Like that's what animals do because they don't really leave their fallen once it happens until like they have to. Once it becomes a danger to be around the body.
So actually, I have a follow-up question going away from Lion King, but we're now it's focused around. So it sounds like they did really good at the animal animation,
Yeah.
and like they made the.
I couldn't even
animals-
tell. Like I was like,
really
yo, are
real,
these
right?
animals fake?
So how long do you think it's gonna be until we start seeing? Because I saw someone just type in Animal Planet. How long until we see, like, nature documentaries that are just completely CG because they don't want to spend the money to send a crew out there for months?
Actually, we've had nature documentaries that have been CG since before. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, when they talk about like big sharks and giant squids and shit underwater, it's easier to CG
Yeah.
that. Yeah. But I mean, like, stuff that they have for decades easily just gone out and just through patience gotten legit footage. When do you think it's all just going to be CG, and then we really have to start questioning what we're learning?
why would they spend so much money to do that when it's way
Because,
cheaper?
like we talked about earlier in this chat, CG and animation is just going to get cheaper and cheaper compared to live action.
Not
once
when
you
you're
can get
doing
robots
not
to do
not
it,
what
to
the
do it.
fuck Disney just did. That shit is not cheap.
You're saying that again. You're saying that right now, but once you continue to remove the human aspect out and AI can do more and more of the work, it will be cheaper over time. It's why it's cheaper to
Then
have
I
an
guess
ATM machine than to have
Once
a whole bank.
once you're able to have whole entire like VR sets where you can experience a safari at home, that's when you got to start asking yourself, is this Animal Planet documentary real? And you can interact with these animals in your VR
If you
headset.
can interact with the animals, then obviously no.
But once you have that ability in the VR headset and they look super real and you can interact with the animals,
This is the
in it,
second you can interact with them, then you know it's fake. Because how are you interacting with real 360 footage of an animal?
that's how you would know that we've reached the point to where we can animate these animals to do anything.
That's not a. There's already. You can get like a fucking thing with. You can interact with polar bears right now in like Google VR.
Hey,
It's
look,
so
man! I
shitty
put on
looking,
this
but you can do
VR
it.
headset and I feel like I'm there and I can interact with it. And then they make a whole entire Animal Planet documentary where the animals do some fucked up shit, and I'm just looking at it like, damn, that's crazy. It's like somebody saw this and they wanted to retell it, but they didn't have a camera at the time. That would be some wild shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I was reading, so I don't know what you said. I'm just gonna stare at you.
I'm sorry. I got a message that kind of threw me off a little bit.
Well, okay, well, I don't know. That was my.
And then they wonder
I'm,
why.
I'm glad that
and
you
then they
guys
wonder
are
why I
still
go to
here.
Sounds
Belinda.
like the
Like,
Lion King. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just want to say, bro. I know I keep saying it, but I just got to do the shout outs once again. Trav and Dre and Gab, thank you for fucking like these conversations, because honestly, like we kind of started hitting the wall for a second, but
Yeah.
you guys kind of kept
Wait,
it up.
whoever
man. Thank
whoever
you.
was the one who said, "Let's talk about Israel," you really got us rolling.
Who
for
was
like
that?
40
I think that was
an
Trav.
hour.
I
And
think that
it's a
was
whole
Trav.
hour has
Yeah,
passed.
I
You
think
got
that
us
was
rolling
Trav.
for an hour once you brought up
Yeah,
Israel.
I think that was
perfect.
Trav. Yeah, thank you, Trav. Appreciate that, bro. You guys are awesome,
Life
man.
of Apex Predators. Oh man, that should be like a reality show. You know how funny that would be if Disney or someone just made the Life of Apex Predators. Hi, I'm a tiger, and I just love hunting caribou.
It's called Zootopia.
Oh man, no, it's not.
It's called Zootopia.
That was
Yeah,
a fun movie.
Trav did that.
But Zootopia was more about class systems and racism than
No,
Apex
it was
Predators.
not about racism.
It was.
It was 100% about racism.
It
They
was.
hated. They literally said a bunny can't do anything because she's a bunny. She can't do what police can do. That's one.
It's just
because of
about
her
discrimination.
species.
It was about discrimination. Racism is a different form, but discrimination is like a lower form before racism. Racism is
They
all about.
treated her differently
it's-
and didn't want her to be a part of the police force
It was
because she
mainly
was
about-
a bunny. That's racism.
It's mainly discrimination because they all had a discrimination because they all had like
But
stereotypes built around
discrimination
them.
and racism go almost hand in hand.
You start off with a stereotype, then you build up to a discrimination, and you build up to a racism. And the racism is mainly hating somebody mainly for what they are, but they were just discriminatory. They were discriminatory towards them based on who they were. They weren't racist towards them for who
So
they
then
were.
what makes it racist? How far do you have to go before it's racist?
Before it's racist, you have to have like something like, okay, it's not that, oh, she can't do it because she's a bunny. Be like, I won't have a bunny on my fucking team.
But that's
Why?
how they
Because
were.
it's a fucking bunny.
But that's how some of them were.
But they let her prove herself. They didn't block her
Not
from
all
it.
of them. There were ones.
They
that
were
didn't want it.
discriminatory. Like, wow, that doesn't make sense. But
Just
then,
like
like,
how in our real world today, there will be cops who don't want certain people on the police force, yet other people are like, well,
but
it's
they
America,
didn't
we gotta
completely
let
not allow her. They let her try, and she was able to
Yeah, but
join.
just because they let her try doesn't mean it's not about racism. There are people who
Racism
didn't
would have
want her
been
to do
that
it.
she wasn't capable, even though she was suited. She proved herself, and they still didn't let her do it.
No,
that would've been
racism
racism.
would be people not wanting her to do it, but the fact is, it was not the whole census. Like, just because some people said no, she can't do it, we're not going to let her do it, doesn't mean all of them
Look,
had
we're
it that way.
gonna look up the
It was-
definitions between racism and discrimination right here. We're gonna shut this down.
I just want to smoke.
Well, then roll up.
I ain't doing that shit on camera.
Yeah, it was
Racism
species, but I mean,
is the
that's because they
systematic
anamorphized
downfall
animals. I
of
think we all
others.
knew what they were going for with the animals a bit, though.
I can't lie. Dre, within the last couple months, Dre has really showed me like how intelligent he really is. Like, not to say I ever doubted how smart you were, Dre. I just, you know, sometimes you can have a conversation with someone and you know them for like couple months, but then like when y'all have in-depth conversations, that person's like brain really comes out and you're like, whoa. But no, yeah.
Well, no, I know someone that's prejudiced, but they didn't. They also didn't want her to be a part of it. They didn't want. Some of them did not want the bunny on the force, so that goes beyond prejudice now. But
Okay, this
they
is
couldn't
the
have
definition
a whole
of
control.
discrimination: the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people or things, especially on the grounds of race, age, or sex. It was mainly discrimination. Racism would have been like, "Oh, I don't want you to be a
Wait,
cop."
which definition did you just read off?
This is discrimination. So racism is
So then
and
what's the definition of racism?
racism.
Now
I'm
read
not.
the
I'm gonna.
definition of
I
racism.
read them both. I'm gonna tell you.
No,
so
read it off. Don't just tell me a paraphrased version.
Fucking
If you're gonna read
God.
discrimination, read off racism.
like I can't remember it. All right. So this is what's gonna make it the difference for you.
Can't
All right.
really.
So then, racism is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. There was never any point in that show where they said Bunny can't be a cop because everybody knows wolves are better as cops. They didn't say that. It was just mainly discrimination
But
based
there
on
were
who she
definitely
was.
Some wolves who believed that.
There were wolves who believed that, but
So
they
then-
didn't. But they didn't
But
believe it because
weren't
they
able
thought.
to fully act upon it. They just believed it. Just like in
Because it
America,
was
people
discrimination.
can't
There
fully
was no
act upon it 'cause we
racism
have
in
laws
it, bro.
place to not do it.
Bro, racism is believing your own race is superior and more suited for the job at hand than the other race. That's why you say they can't do it. But they just discriminated because they believe based on like, oh, it's just saying like, oh, a woman can't get a job because women are meant to be at home. That's not a racism against a woman. It's discrimination.
Yeah, that's discrimination.
And that's basically what the bunny was going through. She was going through being a woman in the workforce.
I think it was a lot more than just being a woman.
Because she's
but-
smaller, she doesn't have the strength that the other male predators did, that she had to figure out how to do her job in a different way. She was smaller, more petite, couldn't get around. Like, it was discrimination in that sense. It wasn't racism.
Okay.
Okay.
I usually never smoke on camera, but I just don't care right now.
What you got there?
Yeah, but no, you know what's funny?
Wait, hold up. Weren't most of the bunnies secluded outside of the big city though? Like they didn't like that.
No, her family was. It wasn't.
Family was, so
It wasn't
a
only
big bunny
bunnies.
thing?
It wasn't a
How many
bunny
other bunnies
thing.
were in the big city?
We would have to watch the movie, but we could point them
Yeah,
out.
because if we can't point out
They had, like, a
good
little
number of
area.
bunnies in the big city, then that is segregation at that point.
Do you know they had that? You remember that scene with the little area where they were chasing like the mongoose through like the shrew town and like there were other little people in there? They had bunnies there too, like in the city,
But were they segregated to that part of town?
because they were smaller, so it made sense
So they're
because
segregated to that part of town.
it worked for them. It's like how you have a Chinatown. It worked for them, so they had that part.
But well, okay, were they segregated to that part of town, or did they just choose to be in that?
It's
part
like
of
New
town, I
York.
guess?
They chose to be in that type of town.
A
You
lot
know how
of
people
did not
like
choose in
they
New York,
group
by the
together.
way.
They
People were
group
segregated
with
in New
like-minded
York.
people. They group with like people that are like them. You know,
The
it's
people
culture.
Who chose moved out of New York and went like to
yeah.
West Virginia and Kentucky.
But
and
then
all
why
those
do you have a
places.
Chinatown?
Can you pass me an ashtray?
But that's
is-
now.
But then
But they were still segregated.
They had a
lot of
Chinatown
people
then.
didn't get to
Ashtray.
choose in New York in the beginning.
Thank you. It's a little small.
Wait, all right.
Yeah,
Well, we'll say it's definitely discrimination then because they're all animals too. They're species, so you can't really fully put on that. But I guess yeah. I would like to look back at the movie though, because if you only
I haven't
see
seen
them-
the full movie.
If you only see like the small critters subjugated to one part of the town, then that's kind of showing some kind of interesting class system.
it was classes, but everybody had their own biome because they understood that this is the biome they were most comfortable in. Like if you
Which
were
now that doesn't
Italian,
help 'cause we're
Vaz,
going
that
to
wasn't
animals
chosen.
again though.
what?
They kind of forced them to live together.
Who forced them to live together? Everybody moved to that city. People were moving to that fucking city. It was Zootopia. They all had like places they could all fit and be nice and like secluded. The nocturnal people had a nocturnal zone. The polar bears, like people that lived in the Antarctic, had an Antarctic zone with like freezers. Like they weren't forced. They were allowed to move there. What?
No, I would
Everybody
have to-
gotta watch this movie, man. It's a good movie, man. Watch the movie. Watch
Yeah,
Zootopia.
I would have to rewatch it to see.
Just rewatch
Because now we're
Zootopia,
talking
man.
about like animal biomes.
Because
and that
Zootopia
makes
is
more
called
sense,
Zootopia because
but-
it's a utopia for animals, man. It's like
They said it was racist, though.
there was no fucking racism. There was a one scene that was kind of rapey. That's about it.
What does rapey have to do with
Like
racism?
it was just very like there was a lot. It was very rape implied. And then you understood what the fuck the movie was about. You're like, okay, I get it. This
oh,
is
he's talking about
discrimination.
in reference to the Chinese. It wasn't chosen. They were forced to move there
What?
for Chinatown.
What about okay, when you got a group of Italians living together in New York, what is that called?
They were forced to do that.
They were forced?
People hated Italians in the beginning. That's why they had to stick
These
together.
people were forced to live? Holy shit.
Same with like the Irish and shit. Like just because they were white, they were still hated.
Holy shit.
Just not as much as other people.
I'm gonna have to do some more research. I didn't know this.
Like that's why I said like
yeah.
the people who actually chose to, they left like Jersey, New York. They started going out to like West Virginia, Kentucky, those Ohio, around those little states. That's where you're gonna see like specific Jew and Amish and Irish and Dutch. Like you'll see full-owned towns like that because they moved away from the subjugated parts of the city and they just made their own town.
So were they forced when they arrived here after like
I don't know if they were like full on forced.
Like,
I think
when
it's
you get
just
to,
the
like,
city
Ellis
was
Island?
already segregated in a way, and that's just what was available.
so like when they arrived here after the immigration, they're like, you're gonna live in this part of town. Your new name is this. Like was that what happened?
I don't know if it was fully like that. I think they were just like through systematic segregation. That was
I
all
thought
that
it was like
available.
I have a cousin in America. I'm gonna go stay with them, and then like slowly their population is building to like.
We
I don't
both
know.
have to look more into this. I think it
I
was just
really
more
don't
like
know.
because of the whole segregation with black and white Americans at that time in New York. I think that's just what was available for like Chinese
Dre,
Americans.
let me ask you, Dre, how is it down in New Orleans? How is like as far as like because I mean, of course, obviously, outside looking in the stories I've heard it was there's parts that are really good, but there's parts that are really bad. As far as like I don't know how like the segregation is down there. Up here in Virginia, it's a melting pot, but of course you still see dumb shit.
It's a melting pot, but
I
if you
heard
go to
it-
certain parts of like Prince William County alone,
Yeah.
you kind of know. If you go up north a bit, you're kind of like, all right, this is definitely the Hispanic section.
Yeah,
If you go out west a bit more, you're like, all right, this is definitely kind of the more Hicks section.
they do a lot of gentrification and
Well,
segregation in our area too.
Huh?
Loudon. Shout out Loudon.
It ain't
Um,
bad, but
I heard that New Orleans is like a very a very mixed area.
It's getting
Of everything.
gentrified.
It's getting gentrified. Every place is getting gentrified. Bro.
Every place, is-
DC
man,
was getting
Interesting.
gentrified. DC still getting gentrified. They tried to
Yes.
stop
Yeah,
it
that shit's
until
wild.
Mochella came, and that shit made me like smile so good. Like that was amazing.
What's Mochella?
You know what's fun about that too? Like, because of the pushback, I feel like we're gonna see a lot more fun festivals start showing up in DC now.
Yep.
I'm so happy for that.
Mochella was a.
That's why I love
it's
the
like
pushback
Coachella, but
sometimes.
it was go-go.
I love
they had it
Mochella.
out in the
Oh,
street,
that's
bro.
dope as shit.
Yeah, bro. It was.
I love
big,
go-go.
bro. It was big, bro.
Hey man, I'm telling you, we used to go to the club, man. You go to go-go, man.
That shit was beautiful because I
Yeah.
saw a video where
They
it was
play that
like,
knuck if you buck, everybody get to fighting.
it was a white
Niggas
dude,
start shooting,
and he
club
was
shut down.
complaining. He was like, I like it, but the music's just too loud. They were playing it out of T-Mobile, and T-Mobile themselves, I think the president of T-Mobile was like,
yeah, we want them doing that.
yeah, we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop what they're doing, and we want them to keep their thing going. This is what was going on beforehand. Who's a white man, by the way? So that feels really good.
Oh,
That
so
feels
what
really
he's
good.
talking about red taping. So what Dre just said is like right now we have a big thing going on with the Airbnbs. Also, white people are buying old homes in known black areas and raising the taxes and getting them kicked out. So when I was watching this documentary on how this works with Cory Booker was explaining how he came from a black household and they couldn't buy into certain white areas because they had to get somebody to go buy into white areas for them.
Yeah, they needed to be like approved or something.
Yeah, because
they
like
needed a voucher. Someone had to vouch for them. Like, no,
Yeah.
these are good black people.
and like sometimes
That's
they
bullshit.
couldn't do
Yeah,
that
some
because
fucked
like
up shit.
white people viewed black people buying property as bringing the property levels down. So when white people invest into black neighborhoods, they raise the tax levels up and they raise the property values up because it's now owned by a white owner. And that's what he's talking about. He said, and then the Airbnbs are homes. Wait. All right, so are getting kicked out. And then they Airbnb the home and kick the families that are renting out the home for festival season. Shit.
That's crazy, bro.
That's fucking insane. But I'm generally in a fairly mixed, but we still have projects. That is dirt. That is fucked up.
Because especially you gotta think he's in the South, G. Like that's the pit of the South.
You're kicking the families out of the.
Yeah, like say you're renting a
Airbnb.
home. So say you're renting an Airbnb. Say you're renting a house, and then let's say AC3 festival comes around, your lease is up. It's time for you to leave. I need you out.
Oh, okay. I see.
That's
so
fucked up.
So a lot of the people who have these Airbnb rented houses, they don't even own the house fully. They're just renting it from some other property owner, and they're just like, okay, your lease is up because festival's coming through, and I need to rent this house out.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's some fucked up shit right there.
it's terrible.
There was a whole movie about that. I forgot what it was called. It came out. Michael Shannon was in there. Andrew Garfield was in there. It came in like 2014 or 15. No, that movie came out in 2016. It was like 14 houses or something. And they were just talking about that whole situation.
What does that mean? Are we a red state? What does that mean?
And we are
Republican.
And we are a red. Oh, that's great. Okay.
the home until February.
Blue State's
Wow, that's
Democrat.
wild, man.
That's fucked up.
I mean, if they tell you ahead of time, at least you can't get that mad. But it's also kind of annoying that it's just like, that's how you're setting it up.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, because that means
That's
like
how it's set
if it's supposed to be a home, ideally you want to be there forever. Now it's just they just kick you out, or not be there forever, but you want to. It's a home. It's supposed to.
But
It's
It's
supposed
a
to be a
home. It's
place.
your
that's what-
comfort.
but
It's
a bunch
somewhere
of
that,
people-
of course,
Moving
you
all
want
the
to.
time.
You want to. That's their place of rest.
Yeah.
So when you're put in a situation like that, you have to think on your feet, and a lot of people don't get those situations where they think on their feet like
It's
that, you
becoming
know what
like
I
New
mean?
York. You got to be able to move with the drop of a dime.
Exactly.
I guess.
Could
So,
y'all live in New York? That's
yes.
my question. You can live
It's
in New
exactly
York?
like living in Virginia. The prices, the state of the cost of living is exactly the same as Woodbridge as in New York for
Really?
like an apartment. Yes, it's not. No, I'm not even fucking bullshitting you.
I have a few friends that live up there.
I don't
never
know how
asked
many
them.
apartments in fucking Northern Virginia cost up to $2 million, but once you can find those for me,
$2 million.
bro, apartments in New
I'm
York
talking
are
about
not
just
cheap.
renting. I'm renting.
Yeah, renting, dude. Rent in New York can get up to millions of dollars for
Oh,
some spots.
well,
man.
well, some spots. I'm just talking about like specific.
A lot
There's
of
few
spots
people
can
that
get
live
up
out
to
if
there.
you're living
There
in-
are some
if you're living in
spots.
A
the
couple
areas like you're living in
100,000,
now,
like-
like if you're living in like lower income areas, like you're gonna find a lot of the same prices.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to live in the city, you can find
yeah, but
way
you're
lower
also-
prices.
But here's the thing: you're finding a lot of the same prices, but not for the same living space.
Do you
you'll
mean like
find,
New York
like,
City?
Their living
Yeah.
spaces in New York are shit compared to how much room you'd have in these apartments.
fuck
That's
yeah.
why it's always a
So,
apartment.
like, you can say the standard of living is the same, but it's like the
The
space
cost of
you,
living.
the cost, but the space you're getting still isn't the same. You're
Hell
still
no.
getting a shittier space. So, i.e., you kind of are paying more for less space. So you
like,
can say the cost is around the same, but it's like you're not getting the same surface area, so it's not really the same.
okay, so then we would break it down to like what you would pay for like one room in Woodbridge would be like around 600 to 800, and that same size room will go for in New York probably for like double.
$1,000.
Double.
Yeah,
Double
so it's
that.
not the same.
Probably not the same then.
Well,
There's like if New York was that cheap like VA, I feel like a lot of motherfuckers who keep talking about how the DMV sucks would have been out of here by now.
yeah.
Because if you can live here, then you can clearly live in New York.
Yeah.
But
But
they
I
don't.
mean, like, not even just like the cost, but I mean, like, also like the space, the environment.
It's like $1,400 for like a 2-bedroom apartment.
It's not bad.
This joint super lag.
I guess it depends how big that 2-bedroom.
That's not bad. That's how much they charging like $1,600 just. They charging like $1,800 just for three rooms in fucking Woodbridge, just over there, but down by like Jefferson Davis, where they have like you said where all like mostly Hispanic people are, like the poor areas. Right when they're finding dead bodies over there and shit, and they're still charging people fucking $1,800 just to
Bro,
rent.
there was a dead body found down the street from my crib, like literally
So
where I
it
could
is
walk
like
to.
technically there are spots where it's the same. I guess it depends really where you're renting from and like the renter. So I guess you could make it in New York for the same price as living here, but it just depends on if you can
Where
find
you're
the
going,
same
yeah.
where you're going and who you're
And
renting from.
expenses that you're gonna
Yeah,
need.
and how far away you're gonna be from where you're working. Like if
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
at a far part of town, now you gotta
You got to think
possibly
about your
take
commute.
almost a 2-hour train ride.
Would you drive in New York City?
Fuck
No.
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
No,
I
I would
can't.
never. I couldn't, bro.
I would
remember
be
they
driven
talking about
around in New York.
Yeah,
but I
but
would,
I
Those,
would
those
never
streets
drive.
are just too fucking narrow most of the time, and like I
Right.
just can't fucking deal with the traffic. The traffic is just weird. Like traffic signs, like there's traffic signs every fucking where going which way. I don't know which one is the traffic sign I'm trying to get to. Like it's too fucking much.
They say we're
I
disconnected.
couldn't do it
from
because
the
I know
chat.
I'd be like that new driver in a new area, like looking around trying to figure it out and just be
I
yelled
couldn't
at
do
by
it.
New Yorkers.
I mean, I have friends in New York who do drive, and they make it around just fine. Just like we have people in DC who do drive, but like I can't fucking stand driving in DC. It just doesn't fucking make sense.
DC is very easy to drive around.
I've
It's just
drove
that
in
other
DC a
people are
few
just
times,
very
but-
bad at driving around
Yeah,
DC.
exactly.
Like,
It's
a
not
lot of
us,
it's just the
usually
general
the-
public is shit at driving in DC.
Yeah, it's
Like
not
the more
us.
I drive in there, I'm like, these road signs actually make a lot of sense. It's just people are dumb as shit, and so many people will just stop right in the middle of an intersection and block the box, or they'll like start cutting fucking like, just going in and out of intersections because they get impatient.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that fucks up people in DC.
Mhm.
People just get impatient, see an opening, and just start flooring it into there. And it's
That
like,
shit
God
gets
damn it.
annoying, bro. That shit gets so annoying.
Man,
Like,
that place is crazy.
yeah, it really is, man. I think it's more so the fact that I even like taking the metro out there too. You know, the metro out in DC is very convenient, even if you're going to like other
Yeah, they're
places.
upgrading it now too.
Yeah, they are. Like even Maryland.
They look
just
like
to-
the Los Santos metros in GTA 5.
They're
Oh, that's
really
nice.
nice. They're really
Yeah.
nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, I
Nice
love going
LED
to
lights and
Maryland.
shit.
So, yeah, because like we used to
Air
perform.
conditioned finally.
Yeah, no, real
Like
shit.
good
yeah.
AC finally.
Mhm. Yeah, real shit. But no, yeah, we used to perform at UMD like back in the day, and just taking the metro to get there was just so fucking convenient, dog. Like that,
Yeah.
that shit it works out a lot. So I think in this area things are more spread out than New York City though. So Virginia is like more spacious. That's why every time if you talk to someone actually from DC and they be like, "Oh, you live like in West Bubblefuck or something," you can definitely tell the differences when you're leaving the lines to go into Virginia. How everything's a little bit more spacious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I would love to. I don't know if I could live in New York. I used to could say I could.
I mean, you
but-
technically gonna be living in it very soon with the way Nova's building up.
yeah, true shit.
We're gonna be out of here,
Bro, speaking of Nova building up, I was driving over in Southbridge. You know how they're expanding the fuck out of those neighborhoods way back there?
Yeah.
Dude, I think they're putting up a huge ass apartment complex there now.
Yeah, they are.
Like, I just saw these huge scaffoldings because right now they're in the just welding stage, so just all of this fucking steel, and I'm just like, what the fuck, bro?
You
At
you
first
heard
it was houses.
They
now it's
always
just-
you heard
do
they're
that.
trying to build the train station and try to extend it out to here, right?
Yeah.
trying to put-
Mhm.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
and try to
I'm
build the
for
metro.
that.
I'm
getting
so
it
for that.
because
But-
I don't want to go all the way to fucking the edge of Lorton
Springfield.
to goddamn
Yeah, I don't like driving
get to a
Springfield.
train station.
But still, that like once you build that train station and you make it easier for people to have jobs in DC out here, that's when we get kicked out of here.
I don't care. I want to leave.
Okay.
I
can't
want
lie,
to
I
leave.
feel like drawing again. Can we draw one last time?
No, we have reached our time limit. We
Yeah.
are actually at our 3-hour mark.
You can draw one more time.
Yeah,
We gotta-
I'm
we need-
enjoying this
two
right
more
now.
followers,
Yeah,
man.
we need 2 more. I'm enjoying this right now. That's
Do it,
why I
put share
came
on
here.
social media.
Yeah,
All
put
right,
your
all right.
social media up, bro. Come on,
Get
bro.
a
Let's
quick
draw one more
share.
time.
All right.
I don't know who else is still in here. If somebody can give us one more detail to draw the last
Do you want them to
picture.
draw?
If I could have got the I right, my use case could have looked a lot better.
You gonna go ahead and get a couple more.
It's okay,
God damn it.
man. I think I may
Fuck
start
damn it.
drawing again.
It's fun.
It is.
It's like,
I like
really
this
it.
form. I suck at painting. Like I'm fucking terrible at painting.
Yeah, I tried to paint the first time in a long time with them, and I made a transvestite pirate apparently. Very ugly.
A transvestite body.
Anybody in the chat, if you have something for us to draw,
Give
please
me
give us a
something that I can
suggestion.
look at,
Since we're gonna keep
please.
going for another hour or so, maybe. Ooh.
If you guys have
that
any
bitch
followers,
is getting the shit fucked out of her. They uploaded this shit to fucking Facebook. That is crazy.
hold on, man. Plug time. If you have any followers, please. We just need. For me, my goal for this channel is just 2. He wants to get to 16. They could probably do it out of today if they find more fucking Twitch followers. I'll do my best to try to get more followers on this channel. As you see, I brought in a couple people, but I need more. I just need more. We just want to get them to 50. Ain't nobody begging for it.
How many more
but-
followers do we need to get to 50?
Yeah.
50.
Here's something interesting.
We need 18. Is it 18 more followers?
How many you at?
It's
Here's something
32.
interesting, right? Kid Cudi's upcoming album, Enter Galactic, to be accompanied by an animated Netflix series.
What?
That nigga's a beast.
Kid Cudi's next album, Enter Galactic, will arrive alongside a Netflix animated series. According to Variety, the show will showcase
I'm here
music
for
from
it.
the new album, which is set to follow a young man on his journey to discover love. In a tweet, Cudi said the project would be
175.
coming next year. So I guess in 2020, we might be seeing a new animation with a Cudi soundtrack, which could be fucking just
That's insane,
delicious.
bro. I'm here for it. I'm
Yeah,
here
that's
for
gonna
it.
be
I've been a
comic.
Cutter fan
I like that.
for a brick. Yeah, he had 32. So yeah, I've been a Cutter fan for a minute, man.
He fell off after Wizard.
I don't know. Everybody says I guess the definition of falling off is just like if you're not really in tune to the music that much. Because artists are still gonna release something whether or not. Artists like taking breaks, and I know for me personally, I think Cudi was just taking a break.
Oh shit, my computer's about to die. Fuck.
Cudi was doing a lot of other things too. So
Yeah, he was
Cudi's
acting.
He's always doing something. See Oakland.
Who's
Yeah,
he?
Oakland. No, I think he's talking about the whole project thing.
Oh.
Um,
Hey, this is Sir Hazington, and I'm on Instagram, I think. And if you go to the link in my bio, we need 18 more followers, and I will eat ass live on Twitch. Help me out, please. You get? Why don't the sound work when I start it, but then when I press the sound button, it works? I'm at 6,800 now of followers on Instagram.
for real.
Wow, that's
Yep.
awesome. How many of
Shit.
them joined the stream?
Today, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I really don't know all the names. I remember that one time that one dude joined our stream, but I have to keep live streaming on both at the same time in order to get them to come into the stream, and we got to keep that up sometimes. But then like once it's going on for too long, then I gotta turn one off and then keep going. Yes.
1 second. All right, as y'all can see, we are still live here. We've been streaming for 3 hours. We got cameras everywhere. Nigga, come in the stream, chat for a little bit, have some fun. Yeah, baby. All right, so if no one can tell us what to draw, I'll suggest something. Can somebody suggest something for us to draw? Something I can look up.
Draw Pluto.
No. I'm not taking suggestions.
No, the dog, the Disney dog Pluto.
No.
No, he said say something. So you're drawing Pluto
Pluto?
with a pimp cane.
The screen is frozen, but y'all audio is good.
Oh, the screen's frozen again. God damn it! Hold up. All right, is that fixed it? Maybe. All right. I don't know if that did it.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Nah, it's still. Oh wait,
It's still frozen.
I think we're still frozen.
We not go for 3 hours long. Is that what this is telling me?
Nah, you can go for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think we're okay. I think we're still off. The audio. Here, let me put this in my ear real quick. The audio, from what I've been told, the audio is good, but The screen is just frozen. All right.
I thought it was
All right,
just
let's
me.
see if that
King.
does anything. I don't even know.
I think we should pause here, and this is a sign.
We might.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me. No, it
Oh,
is.
crystal
Okay.
clear. Thank
Oh,
you,
we got
Crystal.
a new follower. Too bad the stream is off, so this probably isn't gonna
Thank
help.
you, Crystal Clear. You
Thank you.
you are amazing. You know,
That's,
You go to the
you know them?
page and everything.
Yeah, that's Trace.
Okay.
That's
Fuck.
Trace,
Yeah, our video
follower.
feed's being weird.
that's awesome. Thank you
What
so
the fuck?
much. Our shit is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. We just literally needed. Wait, hold on. Oh, now we need 2 more followers. I'm sorry. 'Cause we were-
Oh man. I don't know.
yeah, we needed 3, but now we need 2.
Man, fucking.
Fuck. That's all good. I'm gonna see who else I can. Yeah, thank your wife, man. Shit, and thank your daughter too, young Amaya.
Thank your wife. You talking about my wife?
No, not your wife.
Oh.
I think
Well,
we've heard
you
enough
know.
about your wife.
I didn't want to talk about my wife.
Yeah,
I
know you
didn't want
didn't,
to.
man. I know. Man.
I didn't want to.
It's okay.
You
bro.
know-
I'm not gonna know if it's fixed yet because we're so fucking delayed.
Yeah, we are. I'm looking at it right now
We're
on here.
right now at the point where you said you read the chat of saying the screen's frozen. That's where the
This
screen's
joint
frozen.
is
So I have no
bugging.
idea.
This is where we at.
This is
I
gonna
don't know
take
if
some
this is
time.
And
fuck.
I think we should pause and take a break. I think we should take a quick break, come back, and
They
and
said something for us to draw.
Hey, Ron, I'm not drawing Aaron. Fuck no. Give me a cartoon to draw.
I want to draw Aaron. Let's do it.
I ain't drawing Aaron. I don't know how. Ew, nigga, what? Don't make that
We're gonna
face.
draw Aaron. Keep that face.
We good?
Uh,
Okay, I think we're in. We're in. I think we're back.
it's still super lagged out. I don't know if this one's
Mine,
lagged out.
I think is mine's working.
Cause my stream's working. I forgot. You know, I still got that.
Yeah,
was going
I think
the
this
whole
one's
time,
going good
but
now
yeah.
too.
Crystal. See, it just said Crystal now following.
Yeah.
Damn. How is it that lag?
Yo, it is far
It is so behind.
I'm still on the screen.
Shit.
We're back to normal though. I think it's good. I think it's good.
But I think we should
No. It seems good now.
Alright, bet.
You could take a break. I'm here. I want this to
I
go.
wanted
Keep
to
going.
catch up. I wanted to catch up and just clearly lag behind so far.
Look, nah,
Yeah, I
man.
think we're back. We're back. It's just like.
You see, I
super
just
laggy.
refreshed. It's moving again. I think good now. It's really lag behind. Okay, cool.
Alright,
good.
so
Fast, it's moving again. Okay.
alright, we're gonna draw Aaron.
I'm not drawing Aaron
Why?
because I don't know how to draw people.
It's so
Nah.
fucking easy, man. Shit.
You draw Aaron.
I'll draw Aaron.
I can't draw Aaron.
Draw fucking Aaron.
Do I need to get a stool to sit on?
Hell nah.
Nah, you good.
Thank you. I don't know what I'm gonna draw.
You gonna draw Aaron?
I'm not drawing Aaron.
Fine. Could you give us another?
You can draw Aaron. Let me draw something else. I'm getting a cut just like.
Nah, that's not how the show works.
No, I think we're good now.
We're good now.
I think we're good. It's looking good on me.
Fuck it. We're doing a lot.
Can we get another recommendation since Rex doesn't want to draw Aaron?
Rex doesn't want to draw Aaron. You
Yeah,
good,
we're
man?
So behind, but
Do you have any snacks?
What?
Do you have any snacks?
I have popsicles in the freezer. She just wants to have some popsicles.
Do you have any carb or hydrate snacks?
Do you have the carbs?
I have plums in the fridge.
He got plums.
You can suck on some plums.
You
Fine.
can suck plums.
I would.
Can you hand me a plum? I'm gonna
Can you also hand me a plum?
I will hand all three.
Plum service.
Hey, we don't have 50 followers for eating ass yet, but we'll show you how to eat a plum. Like, good. Yeah, you can have some chocolate, I guess. I said draw Aaron a while ago. Yeah, I think they're about to draw me.
My blood pressure is very low, and I just need some.
Can you pass me a towel,
Blood
sir?
pressure's low.
Can you pass me a towel? One of those.
You
pink
know how
towels?
sad that would be if you got diabetes over me?
Wow.
Do you know how terrible that would be if he actually got diabetes over me? I know he's in character right now, but like that would be
I'd have to punch you.
that would be wild.
I'd have to punch you.
Me?
Yeah.
For him getting diabetes?
I'm gonna punch him too. Don't worry about it, cause he got it. But I'm gonna punch both of y'all. Like y'all fucking up, bro. What we doing right now?
Drawing me.
Just
Dre
draw 'em.
said draw me.
Just draw 'em.
All right, man.
It's part of the show. It's how the show works, and you know that.
I need like a picture
Hey,
of
he's
this
gonna
guy.
draw Yugi.
I'm not drawing fucking you. We're gonna draw Aaron. God damn it! Pull up Yugi. Pull up Yugi. God damn it!
So I was about to say, I can take a picture, I can take a quick selfie and pull it up right over there for you guys.
All right.
Quick selfie.
Yeah, we're gonna draw Aaron.
All right, here we go. Fun selfie, so everyone can see what.
I draw Luffy so good. That's not even. It's not even funny.
Why is he so extra?
Because if you're not extra, you're basic.
Mm-hmm. Rule number 1.
Facts. This plum, I taste everything right now.
I don't know. If
Are
it's
you
a good
high?
thing or a bad thing? You just watched him smoke a blunt.
I don't smoke blunts.
Oh,
I forgot. I forgot he did that.
you just watched him eat.
He's high too. I can tell. He got contact. Cause he zoned the fuck out for a second. And he was sitting there and he was like, "Yeah, yeah." I'm like, yeah.
But you know I'm like that
Oh
naturally.
shit! I'm not signed in. Oh,
I can
fuck.
tell somebody's body language. When
I'll just
things
take a
change.
selfie with this then. I thought I was signed in.
I kind of been doing that all this show though.
How do I take a selfie with
Yeah, but you're still. It still changed.
No,
Okay.
It
switch
changed in a way. Your whole demeanor changed.
You know I'm weird, right?
Yeah, I've known you
I'm in
for
a
2
fucking
years.
wig, wearing these glasses, wearing a fake mustache, and
You've
you
been keeping the damn voice up the whole time. I'm proud of
and you know I'm fucking weird, man. I don't think I'm high.
Oh, that's
I think I'm just like this,
That's
sadly.
ugly as fuck. That's beautiful. Here you go. You guys are gonna have some fun. Once I can find out how to view my photos.
Can you show the stream before we start drawing?
Yeah,
it?
I'll
Yep.
show you the stream what you guys gotta draw. Once I can figure out how to open it. I don't know how to use my photos, honestly.
Are plums usually this tiny?
Yeah.
I feel like I've eaten larger plums.
No, you did. I get plums all the time. They're
How do
different.
I use this?
Before my friend Marcus died, we used to go out and when we were younger, we would pick fruit from the
Where's
tree
the photo I just took?
and
How does this fucking work? Yo, I feel
We would
like
pick
I'm fucking
peaches.
Sir Hazington.
and pick a peach right out the tree and eat it. And this reminds me of that. It's a very lovely
I
memory.
just took a photo. How the fuck?
I miss him.
I just took a photo.
Okay.
I miss
Where
my.
the fuck did it go?
When did Marcus pass?
Hmm?
When did Marcus pass?
It had been in my younger days. In my 20s.
Where does that go to?
He died in a fire.
Does it not say it? What the fuck?
Was he like in a house?
Man,
was he-
Yeah.
fuck this. I'm not
What had
saying
happened
it.
was
Shit's complicated.
there was a gathering. I wasn't invited from what I know.
When did you say he passed again?
It was in my 20s. It was like when I
Okay.
was like
So it was a
27.
minute ago.
I'm 45. It was like 20 years ago almost. But
You old.
what?
No, I said it was a long time ago.
Man, this
Yeah.
is
I didn't know what you said.
harder to do
So there was a party and like I guess there was a disagreement. Somebody had set the house on fire.
Mm.
And Marcus, he couldn't find his brother. I'm forgetting the name of his brother at the moment, but he couldn't find his brother, and he realized his brother was in the house, so he went back in there to save him. And when he went back in there, I guess he couldn't get out. And when they found their bodies, he was right next beside him, and he had laid up against him, I guess, and he was just curled up with his brother when the firemen had found him.
Damn, bro.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
He seemed like he was like really special to you and everything.
He was. He was a good friend.
There we go.
That was 20 years ago.
That took so
Yeah.
much longer than it needed
Yeah.
to take. Okay, there you go, guys. This is what they're about to draw.
Dre said no dick pics.
R.I.P. my friend Marcus.
Fuck am I supposed to draw that?
That took way longer than it needed to take.
Way
Son of a bitch.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And what are we about to talk about?
I don't know.
Dre.
If you would like to hear my my story about how I moved from Africa to America, I can tell you that one.
Nah, I think we're done with you. Fuck your stories. I got a story I want
Yeah,
to
you
tell.
were boring at stories.
So there was one time where back in the day it was me and my homies. It was a few of us. It was Pablo. I forgot everybody else's name. But I remember Pablo. So We were young.
How many
thunder
people
fucks.
were? How many people were there?
It was me, Pablo. I think the dude's name was Jose, and then the other guy, he was a Middle Eastern dude. I think his name was Mohammed. I know I'm making them sound super stereotypical, but I really think that's what their names were.
I think you're fucking lying.
No, deadass. And so, after a while, motherfuckers just get bored. And then we just like, yeah, man, we're going to steal some shit. So we used to go to the same fucking dollar store all the time. The same fucking dollar store. What do you mean one more? We just got another one?
No, we just need one more.
How?
We're at 34. We need one more to get 35.
When did we get to 33?
When did we get to 34? Who's at 32?
What?
What?
Oh, we had Crystal Clear followed us.
Yeah.
That's about it. We're at 34. That's what it's telling me.
Hold up. I'm going to say 32.
I don't understand either.
Yeah, I'm going to say 33.
No.
What are you reading that off of?
Yeah, you're on geeking, bro.
I'm reading. This is coming straight off of Streamlabs. This is Streamlabs. telling me this.
I got 33.
Yeah, you gotta check the regular Twitch for
Yeah,
that.
I have 33 followers on the actual Twitch, and it's weird. Bummer.
I don't remember the story I was talking about.
It was Pablo, Muhammad, and
It was me, Pablo, and Muhammad, and we used to go to the same dollar store and steal all the time.
yeah.
And then there was one particular day that Pablo was like, "Oh, I never get caught," and I was like, "See,
Now you
done
gonna
brought-
get caught.
You done brought some shit up upon yourselves. Never tell yourself if you in situations that, oh, it ain't never gonna go bad, because it's gonna go bad one time."
Mm-hmm. Gonna go
But-
bad.
That's why it's called the one time.
Anyway, as dumb as I started realizing us going to the same store and stealing every single day, you gonna get caught up. So the day that Pablo said that he never got caught, we went out in front of the store, right? And say, me and a group of friends are where Aaron's at right now. Pablo is right here at the entrance. This white woman comes out and she looks at Pablo and says, "You, come here." Like that. She didn't grab him. She didn't, none of that. She just said, "Come here." Then she walked away and back into the store. The whole reason why I'm asking that is, what would you have done? Would you have gone back in the store with the white lady that did not grab you, or would you have ran?
Ran.
Aaron?
Probably running, yeah.
Pablo looked at the lady and went
I'm
back
back in
into
the
the
store.
store.
He's stupid. He a stupid bitch.
The whole point of the story is just to let you know, don't brag, guys. Because it's not going to go the way
Also,
you
don't go
think.
back into a store.
Don't go
once
back
once
into
you're
the
out, don't
store. Like,
no, store. Don't go back in. Once you're out, go.
Go run. That's what this whole time too. Like I always thought to myself, I was like, bruh, why did he go back into the store? Like this lady don't know where we are. Like we were obviously like up the street. So it's like, nigga, we knew the direction to go to get the fuck up out of there. But he sat there, thought about it, because I saw him contemplating because his head went down. And then we was like, come on. And this nigga goes back into the store. We looked at each other and we got the fuck. Like, bro, why would you do that stupid shit, bro? Like, you were the one that suggested it. Yeah,
It
man.
reminds me of David when he almost got slithered on by a snake.
Oh,
And
nah.
he jumped out the water and then he ran back in for the umbrella.
Oh, nah.
That shit was wild.
It was
The fact that he saved that umbrella while there was a snake right there, it baffles me to this day. And I asked him, I said, yo, why did you go back for the umbrella? He baffled himself. He didn't know. But then again, the amount of sunburn that he did have, I understood it. Like, the umbrella was necessary to his survival also. And he couldn't just let that umbrella go because that meant no more outside time for him. And he valued that more than he did his own life to an extent.
That one was funny as fuck with this umbrella.
Why would you go back after seeing a snake? Bro, I'm out of there. Fuck that, bro. I don't care if it's not poisonous or any
You know what's
other
wild?
shit.
Literally about 24 hours later, there was a big ass snake just crawling down the cabin stilts.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, I saw it. I thought at first I was like, is this a piece of technology?
And then a crazy end of times religious bitch tried to talk to us.
I hadn't seen one of those in like almost 5 years, and then I saw her, and then she was just very stupid. she was like, "Did you notice how times are just getting worse?" I was like, "Not really. There's less death, and less people getting murdered in the middle of the night." She was like,
You want to see the snake? Look at that snaky boy. Look at the size of that snaky boy.
Hell nah, bro. Hell nah, bro. Got me fucked up.
There's a snaky boy.
"Can I see him again? Can I see him again, Aaron?"
I can't lie. I'm really.
Oh man, yeah, he scared the living shit out of me. I was like, "Yo, that's a snake." And then a religious person showed up afterwards, and I was like, "That bitch brought the snakes."
Oh.
Fuck
Chill,
picture.
bro. I can't lie. I'm already liking Vaz's picture. Like this John is like 10 times better. Like it's really good from what I can see where it's starting off.
I just warmed up this seat for some loving, if you know what I mean.
Nah, I have no clue.
Don't say that. Don't do that again. We in a closed area. It's very low ventilation. Don't do that.
It's very low.
I guess we're back on the air because Aaron was very quick about how we joined again.
Yeah.
And
We're back in the second now.
okay,
Okay.
so what the fuck were we talking about?
I don't even remember. Oh, your trip. Yeah. So yeah, no. Oh yeah. So you said regardless, there was nothing else to do.
Yeah, so I was just gonna do that regardless.
Do you? Think
And I'm not really a nature person, so I was mostly gonna stay inside. Like it was either play. They didn't have working video game systems, and I mostly came there with arts and crafts. So that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
I mean, other people are kind of
You got to
like,
go through the Frank books finally.
oh yeah, those
fun.
Frank books. Those Frank books just didn't make sense to me while I was not under the influence. But then after I was under the influence, those Frank books made so much more sense, and I was able to be more captivated by them and make it through them.
I mean, they make a lot of sense sober too. It's very overwhelming at first.
It was very fucking overwhelming while sober, but then like once I
think
was,
when you're under psychedelics, you start to just focusing on more, certain things a little more.
yes,
Exactly. And once again, with it, you don't always want to think too much because when you think too much,
I was definitely thinking too much.
yeah, it could be good.
No, David thought he was gonna die. That
Oh,
man was having a
no.
fucking whole life flash before his fucking eyes.
I still don't know why he was so red. I know he was red. Why was he so sweaty?
Probably.
I don't know. He just kept. He was. He was on so many drugs, and he just kept drinking. And he just wouldn't stop drinking. He had so many of those bush lights.
My favorite part was I watched him when it was still daytime, because because I took another tab with you like about 2 hours or so after.
Yeah, and
that.
I was just like, yo, he takes a lot. He takes a lot of these
So-
things.
Again. Yeah.
I remember like as it wore off for everyone else, and me and you were just out there fucking chatting and drawing and shit. And David came in and he was like, "I'm no longer tripping, David. I'm now transforming into drunk David." And he walked back in and started grabbing beers and shit. And then over the course of like 5 hours, you watched him just get more and more drunk.
And just fucked up. He was just so fucked up.
It was the best. I loved it. He was trying to sell us life, I guess. I don't know.
He just came in and kept advertising. He just didn't turn off.
Mm.
Have you ever had somebody just come up to you like a pop-up ad, and they just a pop-up ad as a person? And I was like, David, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why the fuck are you? Why won't you turn off? We're not in go mode, like, because usually David used to get like that whenever we needed to do advertising. Like beforehand, he'd just be chill. He'd be chilling out, just doing what David does, normal David stuff. But he only was ever in that advertising mode whenever we needed to come up with a formulation of a plan for like real shit right now. And he was just go 24/7. He's like, this is how I am. He said if you're not the best, you're the worst, and something. And I was like, bro, are you trying to send me like a life book? Like I just want to draw.
Yeah, I was laughing maniacally. I couldn't stop myself. I was just dying.
He
laughing.
was freaking me the fuck out. He was freaking me the fuck out.
Who?
David, he was freaking me the fuck out. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I know. I watched you get uncomfortable. That's
It
also
was-
why I was laughing so hard. Cause
I was
I'm looking at you, and I'm like,
I'm
dude,
just really
this is
uncomfortable. And then Val would come in and she just seemed really uncomfortable, and it made me uncomfortable because I was like, why is she so uncomfortable? I was
I
like,
love
we've all
Val.
known each other for so long.
I love Val because she's so sweet, but I feel like she thought I think she thought she was bugging us by just coming in and taking pictures.
And I was just like, what do you?
And it was so like she asked if she could take a picture of us.
She asked in that Rick and Morty way. It was very wild. It was like,
Yeah.
this is not a camera picture. I am taking a photo of you. Is there something? I
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
like,
she legit did do that. She was like, I'm just taking. I'm not trying to like stare at you guys. I just want to take a photo to have a Polaroid and stuff.
And then we even made a joke while after she left about the thing, and like, it was just very weird, and it was freaking me out how they were acting, and I just wanted to draw, to be honest.
Were they off the shit?
They were all off the shits. Everybody was off the
Everyone.
shits.
For the
and the-
first
and the-
time,
and-
everyone on the same
And then
day.
after I took the shit and I didn't know if it was working, I go to look at Jordan's hands, and he has very weird hands,
yeah,
and
I
I'm
went
thinking
down
I'm
to
on
the
drugs.
beach at that point because I wanted to wait for it to kick in for you. I didn't want to watch it kick in because that's
Yeah.
so fun.
I'm thinking he's on drugs. I'm thinking I'm on the drugs, and that's why his fingers look so weird. Then he's like, nope, my fingers
You
are just
made
like
him-
this.
Apparently, according to Val, you made him. Apparently, he's self-conscious about his fingernails. To
Yes,
begin
I didn't
with.
know. I didn't
So
fucking
when
know.
you pointed that shit out.
I said, am I on drugs or your fingers actually look like this? And it was a real question because I didn't know if I was on drugs or his fingers actually look like that. His fingers actually look like that. And I was like, damn, I feel bad. Now he's going to be super self-conscious. And then in my head, I'm just like, well, let's go draw. Because I didn't, there's nothing I could do to fix it. I was like, damn, bro, you got to get that shit checked out. That shit's not normal. He said, I know. And I was like, you said you know, like, you need to be very attentive with what you're doing.
Very quick. Dre said he wants to do shrooms again. He said he's never did acid. Have you done shrooms?
I done shrooms.
I assume no.
I know.
because you said
I
that
just.
you
I have
took
not.
psychedelics
I have
for the
not
first
done.
time at the
I've not
cabin.
done shrooms. I have heard what it's like, but I think that
It's
would be way
definitely
too much. Way too
No.
much.
Acid is actually more powerful than shrooms. Like people.
I meant taste wise. This is way too much.
Oh man, there's ways around that, bro.
I mean, you can mix it
You
in
just
tea.
gonna have to, yeah, you just gonna have to. Honestly.
What I do is I
mix
eat
it in
them
tea?
dry and I just chug water because water's like the best chaser in the world.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to be that guy to mix it with other shit because then you just destroy the taste of that other shit. Like it always
True.
overpowers shit.
I mean, I would say yes.
Or you
I
gotta
agree
flood it
to
so
an
much
extent.
that you have to like. It's like when you have like when you're like trying to water down an alcohol that you just want to get fucked up on, but it tastes so bad you want to mix it with shit. And now like you have say like this much of a glass of alcohol and then like this much of your mixer, so it's like you're gonna have to drink like four glasses to finally get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like that's what I feel like with shrooms. Like if you try and mask it with other shit, it
I
just
say, man, tea. Just do tea.
Yeah, tea.
just
That's what I
literally,
said. I
like,
said
the
tea.
times I did it with tea, like it literally.
It's better with tea.
Right, it
You mix
felt
with a bunch of
better,
shit.
bro, yeah.
yeah, tea. I can see tea. I just like
It's
just like
always
getting it out of
tea.
the way. I guess it's just easier for me.
I like tea. Cause I mean, I put it honestly. I've ate it.
Plus, I've
raw
drinking
many
ayahuasca.
times.
That's the worst thing you'll ever probably
I've
taste in
never
your life,
did it.
bro. That here's
I
the thing,
heard
because
that.
you have to take you have to drink one tea that like lets your body be able to break it down.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually doesn't taste that bad. Actually, it tastes like sunflower seed. The initial tea to help it break down,
Mm-hmm.
but then the ayahuasca, it's like if someone took like liquid diarrhea
Oh God.
and then put it as
That's
a
what
tea,
the color looks like.
but then they took the shit taste out of the diarrhea tea.
Yeah.
But like it's still like a diarrhea tea, but it's like, but it doesn't taste like shit. It's like, yeah, but what's in your shit that tastes like
Yeah.
this type shit?
No, on some real shit, like
It's peanut butter.
I wanted to do ayahuasca, but there's a show on Viceland. I don't know if it still comes on, but where they used to go to I mean, the show's probably not. The show came out this year, but they would go to this guy's house, and he's like a very well knowledgeable. He has a team with him, a very knowledgeable team, and they come and they have problems or they're trying to release themselves, and they come and drink ayahuasca. I'll send you the show. I forgot what it's called, but but yeah, no, it definitely. I think with shroom tea is definitely something that's
That's something you definitely
Dre's saying
gotta.
You gotta
peanut butter.
peanut butter strong. Yeah, I've ate it raw before all the time, and then I've put it on pizza. I've never had it with a PB&J. I've had it with orange juice and tea.
See, I thought that was just
I've had it, like,
cartoons. So
really
people
pure
actually people actually do that. They actually put it on peanut butter. They put it in the peanut butter sandwich.
Yes.
I thought that was just cartoons.
I mean, yeah, the taste is, especially if you get them stanky, but them Jones gonna have you probably like zooted, like them stanky ass shrooms. Them Jones gonna have you somewhere like in another dimension. Because there's all shrooms are like they do have a taste to them, but some are a lot less pungent than other ones.
I guess that depends on how
I
long.
might
it's been
have to
sitting.
try this ayahuasca. Oh yeah, that's not how you spell it at all, but yeah, it's fucking
A,
amazing.
Starts with an A, but
Yeah, it's like AY.
but I would definitely say with
Ayahuasca,
shut up,
juice,
Dre.
other
You
stuff.
can't eat. I can't eat it raw. I don't know why. Well, yeah, no, of course, because it's the taste. It's the taste.
The thing about ayahuasca though, when I did it, it only lasted like maybe an hour and 45 minutes at most, and it was the most intense shit ever. Like my ceiling collapsed and like goat head people were jumping from the ceiling above you guys right now, and they started running up to me, and I'm like just frozen stiff because I couldn't move. Like I was so heavy, I literally couldn't fucking move. So I'm just watching them, and then with a snap of a finger, everything went back to normal. Everything. And it's like 3 p.m. I thought, like most psychedelics, I was like, oh, this is probably going to last 6 so hours. It's going to wear off at nighttime, and then I'll go to sleep or whatever. No, it was only like an hour and 40 minutes max. So it's like 3 to 4 in the afternoon at this point. I am completely sober. There was no come down. Nothing. It's almost like I just watched a movie real quick and then walked out of the theater. I'm just like, what the fuck just happened?
Goat people.
Yeah, it was like full black bodies, like morph suit type bodies, and then goat skull heads, and they just kind of
That
dropped.
didn't freak you out.
No, I wanted to see what was gonna happen next, and then everything just went boom. Wow. It was real creepy though, because at the beginning of it, I don't know why I wanted to take a shower, but I put on Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon for some fucking reason.
Oh wow.
Yeah, really stupid. I wasn't thinking, and I in the shower, I all of a sudden started like imagining I was like in a fucking torture chair and someone was about to start cutting my eye open, and I was like, why am I thinking this? Why am I thinking this? And I like tried to knock out of it, and like a train, like a light and a loud horn just kind of hit me, and then I got heavy as fuck, and I literally had to crawl out of the shower because I couldn't stand up. I puked in the toilet, and then it took me probably 10 minutes just to stand up.
You want
It
to show
was-
them my
it was
progress?
hard.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got lost in the goddamn conversation, yo. Like,
So this
Yeah,
is my
it was
progress
wild.
so far.
if you heard all that, Dre,
Damn,
don't
that's
do
cool.
ayahuasca by yourself. Do it with a group of people. That's what that's telling me. I don't know if I didn't really do shit as of
Hey.
yet. You know, I'm trying.
I guess I have a pretty round head. I like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it's just because you just did that motion. It's like ecstasy. I've had ecstasy once.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
didn't get-
Psychedelics pretty much. Ayahuasca is pretty much a liquid DMT. If
I was
you've ever
talking about
smoked DMT.
ecstasy last night, and like people like somebody told me like lots of people like to have sex off of ecstasy, and I was just like, I never thought that's what you would do with ecstasy. I thought you would just like go
How do
around
you
just touching
not
stuff.
Know this? How do you not know these things? I know you're not.
That's not
that
one of my
knowledgeable.
goals. Like one of my goals, if I ever took ecstasy, would be just to touch a bunch of shit. Like I just because I already like touching the floor, I like touching things. You know, stuff.
So
Stuff
your
is like
goal
this.
is just different
This a
when
touch
you-
shit. This
when
to
you
touch a
start.
bunch of shit. Like it's not to have sex.
So you don't like touching women or fucking women apparently, because that's gonna feel really great. On
Yeah,
some
that
people
would be
touching.
nice, but that's like my main goal is to touch everything. It's not just like that's not just like the main
That's
goal.
where
I'm
you
like,
get to go
yeah,
around
that
the
can be
booty.
a part of it, but like that is not the main objective. Main objective is touch as much shit as possible.
Okay, that's a weird objective. That's you're a child.
I am a fucking child. I never said I wasn't. I never
5-year-old
pretended.
child.
I never pretended to be anything I was not.
My bad.
You always pretend to be what you're not.
How so?
No, we're not gonna get into that discussion.
What are you trying to say? Like, you trying to bring up my wife again? Is that what you're trying to say?
A little bit, you and Melinda.
This is gonna become a thing between us, isn't it?
You fuck for hours. That's too long. Can't be fucking for hours. I got
Yeah, you
shit to do.
can. You can fucking. If you got all night and do whatever you want, you got a hotel. Fuck for hours. Do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about like taking breaks and talking about that kind of shit, then yeah. But like
Fuck a
hitting
break.
hour 2 and not stopping, it's kind of like all right.
Fuck a break.
I've done
If you
it
trying to run a
before.
marathon, run a marathon. Trying to lose some weight, lose some weight.
You ever just like, without going into too much, have you ever like had sex and like just had fun while having sex and you lose time?
You said what? Wait, repeat.
I guess it's just me.
No, repeat. What
I
did he
said,
say?
have you ever like you got a connection with a chick and like y'all were having sex, but y'all been having sex for a little longer than what you imagine. Like you take little breaks and be like just talking to each other like hey, and then go right back at it. You've never been in that type of situation before?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So like you've never had it to where like hours, like an hour, 2 man pass, and you're like, oh snap, like
Yeah.
we've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, that's what.
Like-
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
that
you
makes
start at like
sense.
12, then you like then you
Going
look at
for,
the phone and be like,
3
and
hours
be
Not
like,
just
without
like
stopping,
going
yeah,
the
that's-
whole
that's
time
wild.
and intense.
Yeah,
Like you just
yeah.
silent.
Yeah, you
chill
need to
for a
take water
second.
breaks and
You know
shit.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You
And
get a
then it'd
little
be like-
water break. You talk. You like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, just go right back into it.
Go
must have been
go
like a-
tell Netflix you're
fuck is
still
that?
watching, you know.
I don't know what the fuck that
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Netflix. Are
Because
you
I'm not
still
gonna lie, the
watching?
complete silence or no music or anything.
Yeah,
kinda
are you
gets
still
annoying.
watching? Like Netflix? Yes. Shit. Not really, but
Not really. I'm doing what Trunks and that one girl were doing. I'm clapping cheeks.
You know, bestiality. He said Trunks.
no, I think he's talking about from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
Would you have sex with an alien?
God damn it. No. There is actually a category of porn where people do actually want to have sex with aliens, and they actually do
Would you
sell
have
like
sex with aliens?
dildos and stuff where they have like this dildo that plops an alien egg
I
right
don't
inside
think so
you.
because I wouldn't have sex with another animal on this planet. So why?
And
would
that's
I
the
have
same.
sex with an alien?
That's the same reason. That's the same
Yeah,
reason I was
that's
like,
a whole
no.
Another species of thing. Like that's just some
What
weird
if it
bestiality
like
thing.
no? But what if it's like really attractive? Like
How the fuck do you have a really attractive alien?
you never seen
Well,
like
it's really attractive.
So they're
I
like,
don't know,
they
it's
look, they look
movies.
humanoid because the only thing
'Cause I
humans
feel like
find
most
attractive is
Like
humans.
most animals are attracted to the same species. Like humans that fuck other animals, it's probably because they're not around other humans. Humans a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand.
You're saying
fucking-
that and then you talking about fucking an alien.
I think
Yeah,
it
like
would
I
be.
can. I can.
But I don't
understand
know what we don't
fucking
know what
another animal,
aliens really
But if you're
look like.
attracted
Well, if you don't know
to,
what the
like,
alien
you
look like,
love
then
those
why the fuck
animals
would I
and you're
fuck it?
fucking it? Like, why are you attracted to an animal? I
That's
understand
so
fucking it if
disgusting.
you have no humans around and you just
I
you
don't
just need to
understand
get some.
that. No,
get some cheeks,
You need
but-
help.
Fuck.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
for
see, no
me.
to me, yeah.
I've been
But
sex
no,
with
I'm
fucking
saying
alien,
like
that's weird.
I don't know. Obviously, we don't know what an alien looks
Here's the
like.
thing, though, right? If an alien just so happened to have a mouth, and it decided to put my dick in its mouth without biting, and it just licked and sucked on it, I probably wouldn't stop it. But I don't think I would fuck it.
You asked the fucking question, man. Like, what answer did you expect to get from him?
I don't know, something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is, if an alien, like, we don't know what aliens obviously look like, but if an alien has enough humanoid features where it's fine, why not try to holler at it? Like, you know.
Yeah, you can fuck aliens in Mass
Yeah,
Effect,
that's what
can't
I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can fuck Johnson. That. Thank you. I was looking for a reference.
Those
but I
aliens
couldn't
have
think about
vaginas
it.
and they look very humanoid.
But like Star Wars, there's some Jones, the one that got the long. She got the long Jones in the
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
but she got
Star
the
Trek,
body.
yeah,
like
Star Trek too,
Like
yeah.
what, bro? What? I'd be
This is
in
all
that joint.
human
Here's the thing.
fantasy.
I think I could find like once we start living together like as a
We'd be
multi-species
dead by
society,
then. We're gonna be dead.
then I could see it. But if you're kind of asking like, oh, if you met an alien, would you want to fuck it?
If you
I'd
have
be like,
no
I don't
hope
know.
for the hypothetical, why are you asking the hypothetical?
How about you answer the fucking question and stop?
I
thinking
did
so
answer the
deep
fuck. I
into
said
it?
it's a no.
Look, man.
Yeah,
like I
if
said-
we're living side to side with other aliens, like
It's
they
going-
could
you're
work
gonna
at the
be
same
dead.
job I
It's
can
gonna
work at.
happen.
That can 100%. But if they're just like another species we just met, I don't think I could do that. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't do it.
yeah. But if we're working amongst them and like fucking Gorblock is working in the same sector as me, I might end up fucking Gorblock.
I would not
Gorchi.
end up fucking Gorblock. I don't know what Gorblock's been.
I mean, if Gorblock got some tight holes, you never know.
I'm gonna say if they're
What if
humanoid
Gorblock has
Yeah.
so many holes you can not only get your dick in there, but you get a socket for each sack to just get massaged.
I'm what? I'm on fucking and sorry. What LY? They too smart and love
Like, what's
Love
to
too
say
long.
aliens
life and they
even
based
have
on
two
humans
legs
anyway,
because two
like, what's
legs
to say aliens even
ain't
two
the
legs
easiest way to get around.
Yeah, I mean, bro, we don't know. But if they were humanoid, bro, and they had those features, man, as long as she tell me she ain't got
Look,
like
if-
an octopus for a vagina, then I'm
Yo.
fine, bro.
Oh, if she got an octopus for vagina, I'm gonna have to fuck.
Just a whole octopus. Like, once you get down
so
to
you
these tentacles
so you don't
that
want
fly out of
to
there
you don't
and
want to
shit.
fuck aliens, but if she got an octopus pussy, you gonna do it.
Hey man, when
Shut your
you
contradictory
when you
ass
fighting
up,
an
bro.
octopus and you're beating up an octopus, you
I'm
don't
not
know.
fucking anything named Gorblock.
I'm not either, dog.
Cause think about that. That's 8 pussies. It
Hey,
has
he
puss in
didn't
it.
choose the name, or she didn't
No,
choose
it's
the
not
name.
8
The alien
pussies.
did not choose
How is
the
that
name.
Octop-
8 pussies, bro?
Octopus.
Gorblock sounds like a
8
guy's
puss.
name, though.
It
really
has
does.
8
one
pussy.
mouth.
8 pussy is octopus.
I didn't say,
Oct.
bro. I said if it
8.
had octopus. This
Pussy.
nigga said, oh, it
Puss.
has 8 pussies. No,
No, it's not 8 pussies. Like, tentacles and shit would be flying out
Yeah,
of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like
You
it would,
do
it
know
would
what
like
we're talking about. You know what an octopus
Here's the
is.
thing. I feel like that could get really kinky though, because then you could have like 8 tentacles fly out, grab your dick, and
And then
cup
like
the
yeah,
balls
they,
off.
they would hit
Exactly.
the they would hit
Like,
the
that
triple.
could be-
They
that
would
could
have
be
the, they would
wild.
hit the 8 hook while you're
And you could get a
flopping it
whole
in.
fucking tentacle up in your finger, and they could up in your finger, up in your ass, and everything. You can go deep in there.
No,
Look,
would-
if you're already
it would
fucking
be
an alien with
massaging the
tentacles,
gooch.
you're gonna be doing.
would
some,
be
you're
all
gonna
up in the
doing some
gooch.
ass shit at that point.
No, don't touch my ass.
Octopussy, there you go.
Don't touch my ass. That's one
Just
thing.
like the old Beatles song, "Garden of Octopus." They were talking about fucking octopus aliens.
Bro, I'm gonna say this. Don't touch my ass. That's my
Aaron
only
Wilden,
thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, Aaron's always wilding. You know Aaron now at this point. Well, you don't, but Aaron
Yeah.
will always be wilding.
Trying to get a tentacle in his ass. Hey, I mean, if you can cup my balls and grip my dick with multiple tentacles, you need to put the others somewhere. Unless you're just gonna wrap them around my thighs, but that's no fun.
Yeah,
That's
don't
basic.
want
I guess you
that
could,
up
right?
my ass.
Would they have suction cups though? Because I don't want that touching my dick. But if there's no suction cups, they could probably do some shit on your back
If there's
too.
no suction cups, then I don't know. Suction cups. That'd be weird now.
Yeah, suction cups would be.
I would love the suction cups.
But then again, no, that would be kind of lit.
I guess without the teeth, it'd be cool. Like if you had like suction cup.
Wait a minute.
As long as they were gentle.
Yeah, if they were like some gentle,
We
soft
scared
suction
Jay
cups,
away.
that could be amazing. You could literally get sucked off by a suction cup.
I don't want to talk about this.
I guess if you had a small enough dick, you could. I don't know how big these tentacles are.
I don't want to talk about this.
It's okay, man.
I mean, these were the questions that got proposed. We got to go into the nitty gritty of alien
Yeah, man,
fucking.
we got 5
We,
viewers.
we're not missionary over here, okay? We're very explorative and we get kinky.
God damn it.
Be a kinky bitch one time.
Thank you.
I'm,
Let you freak out. Don't
I
go
said I
nuts.
would fuck the octopus and y'all freaked out. Like I don't know.
Freak out? You
freaked
you
out?
thought it had multiple vaginas. That's not what we
Nigga
said. We had to
what's going
specify.
on? A lot, Dre.
Plus, multiple vaginas seems like that's a lot to have to please at that point. You have to now orgasm
I'd
each
be
vagina.
mad, bro.
That after like the fucking 5th one, you're kind of like, all right, oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
And then how boring would that be for the like? Cause it's either you have to hit them all the same way, or they're all gonna be different combination. Like,
That's too much.
yeah, fuck 8 vaginas. One's already good enough. Give me 1 vagina and other holes that provide pleasure for the being. Like what could be an ear, but it's just like a nipple that excretes like cinnamon rolls,
What if
and you
the
just start
alien,
fingering that shit and get some finger. Oh,
What if the alien just melds with your nervous system and it's the greatest feeling in the universe?
That
What
would
if
be
it was
lit.
like cone heads.
So
Yeah,
what?
like
So
Avatar.
you're basically saying, what if the alien induce a drug-like effect that is similar to trying heroin? Yes, let's do it.
fun. Would it be fun to? I feel like, I guess it wouldn't matter. I mean, you'd still feel great if you just got injected with a chemical from an alien that just made it feel like you.
So you're
Kinda
saying
feels
like,
a
what
little
if they made you
Which
feel
is like,
better?
it's nothing. No, it's just literally a feeling. Next thing you know, like fucking a year later, you got like a goddamn alien popping out your fucking belly and
Oh,
shit. 'cause
You're
she
like,
impregnated
bitch, you got me
Turn
pregnant.
to predator all of a sudden.
Bitch, you got me pregnant.
Bitch, you got me pregnant. You gonna take
Imagine
responsibility?
going to the doctor too and them being like, well, it looks like you have an alien sac inside your chest. You have about 3 months to live before it bursts out your chest and you die. God damn it, Melinda!
I'd have
Fucking
to kill her.
bitch. Knew I couldn't trust them alien girls.
What you say?
You dating an alien freak.
What was the name? I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be doing this shit. Be honest.
Yeah, we're at like,
I really don't.
we're probably at this point almost at 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm almost done. I think after this,
It's 6 p.m. now.
yeah,
We started this at like 2 or something, didn't we?
Yeah, man. See, that's great.
I love
On that goddamn, bro.
Fun
You see that
conversation.
grind, nigga? You see that grind, bro?
This is Aaron's so far.
Worse than AIDS. Wow. I look like a sketch off of Trip Tank.
Yeah, what happened to that show?
Bro, I miss Trip Tank so bad.
Yo, it's funny because we used to do psychedelics and watch that show.
Right? I mean, I didn't do it with you, but I definitely did psychedelics and watch
Yeah.
Trip Tank. That was the show I show people whenever they would get too high. I'd be like, oh, you ready to see some wild shit?
Aaron has been streaming for 22 minutes. No, he has not.
Well, this new one.
Yeah, for the new one. Yeah.
I had to reset it. The other one was at like 3 hours.
God, bro, I've been streaming all day, and I think I'm gonna stream more.
All right, let's see how long the old one was.
You have
and then we can
fucking
just match
addiction.
that time together.
Bro, I'm trying to get this money, nigga.
Yeah, is there
This
anything
is
else
making me money. You
I
feel
mean,
me?
I feel like you
Yes.
guys should finish the drawing first, but I don't know how much longer you have
Yeah.
for us to figure out. Because I feel like we might be ready to. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Sign out soon. This has been a long stream. It's been a fun one. Just need one more follower to get 35. Yeah, the first one was 3 hours 22 minutes. If we are now 23 minutes into that one, that means we've been streaming for 3 hours and like 45 minutes.
Almost 4 hours.
Yeah, it's.
Hey, you know
what's
what's kind of crazy? I've been
wild.
fine this whole time, and then soon you started saying that, I got tired. I don't know why, bruh.
Maybe you have a perception thing,
Oh man,
and your energy is based on like your perception of what you've been doing.
my
That's
perception
wild.
is that I'm gonna probably be up until 5 a.m.
I know I'm about to fall asleep very shortly after this because I've been up since 7. I only had about 2.5 hours of sleep.
You guys have some fucking crackheads.
I don't know why I couldn't fall asleep last night.
Same.
I tried.
I mean, it's not like I wasn't up to 5 a.m. also, but it's like I slept until 12. I slept until like 11,
I
12.
dove down like the weird section of YouTube again. Obviously, I found that time freeze porn, but
Yeah, that was.
I didn't find that on YouTube. But it was referenced on YouTube.
And that's how you found it.
We're almost done, guys. Thank you for sticking around, Gab Tiller, Trav.
Yeah, thank you everyone. This
Trey.
has been we had some fun conversations.
Yeah, a lot of people
I loved
came
it.
in, man, and I really appreciate it. Oh, Ping, I didn't know you were still in my thing. My shit. I'm about confused as hell.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get your pupils and your eyes right, and I'm trying to catch the eyes.
So I've been looking at this. So we have been streaming for about 3, because I've been streaming just as long as you guys have. So 3 hours and 44
Yeah, no,
minutes.
I just put the numbers together. I went to
Yeah.
the video history.
So it's almost been 4 hours. That's great, because it says if you're really trying to get like a following, you should be streaming at least starting at 4 hours. So yeah,
Starting at.
Yeah.
That means a lot of people probably right when they come home from work or school, they
Bruh,
just pretty much stream until bedtime.
I follow people that literally stream for 8 hours straight, my nigga. Like, and I'm talking about Monday through Friday.
Wow. I can believe it though. I mean, I watch like my favorite podcasts are the ones that are like 4 to 5 hours long.
Yeah.
So then I just put something on and then I go do stuff.
They're just talking at that time.
Yeah.
It's just conversation. That's all we've been doing.
I love them.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
I've been,
won. He won this.
I've been getting into
Why?
Lex Friedman's
He won this
podcast a
one.
little bit more. It's kind of
Who? Who?
Lex Friedman.
Lex Freeman.
He's a computer scientist, I guess. He works a lot in AI.
I like drawing pictures of animals more. I can
At
get really
MIT?
detailed with like pictures of animals.
You really detail with the pictures of this though.
Yeah, I can get like photos really well for some reason.
This is my weakness. I'm not bad at it, but I'm bad at it.
Them glasses. Fuck, that was a yawn.
The fuck was that?
I don't know. I think he did like
That
a
was my maiden
Birdman. Have you ever watched Harvey Attorney, Birdman at Law?
You get that thing I sent you?
You get that thing I sent you? Yeah, you got that thing you sent me.
Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
You don't have
Everybody
very
get in
prominent
here.
eyelashes.
What?
You don't have very prominent eyelashes.
Ew, why'd I make his nose?
Thank
look
you.
like that?
I don't know why.
Very manly eyelashes, apparently.
They're just not prominent, and I just don't understand
Yeah.
because like eyelashes are very
My
prominent.
bad, Ping. I just been multitasking. Is somebody? Oh no, okay. So anybody that has come into my stream, I'm sorry that I have not been fully engaged. I just been in here. I've been focusing on this stream because we're doing like 2 things at once,
Draw
and
a
I don't want
tiger.
to
Oh
keep.
my god.
It's too late for all that, nigga.
We about to sign off. We
Yeah,
can't
we
go
about
for
to
a
sign
tiger.
off.
You
Niggas
should-
is
should have
tired.
recommended that shit 20 minutes ago
Yeah, bro.
when we were resetting the stream.
Hell no, bro. I ain't doing
I know
no
you guys
goddamn
are like 3
tiger.
minutes behind us, so you never knew how fast we were going.
Yeah.
Though, but oh my gosh, I'm ready to drop a massive
Duty.
nap. No, I don't have any drunk in the bowels.
Man, I always like to start off my mornings by taking a morning shit.
Yo, I ate at Uncle Julio's yesterday, and I had
The one in Stonebridge?
Yep. and I had some shrimp, mango shrimp fajitas.
Oh, I love those.
Oh my gosh, bro.
What I ate those that time we went to that girl's birthday party that Idris invited us to.
Oh yeah.
Well, he invited me to, and I brought you, and then you got into an argument with one of
It was
my
more of a
homies.
debate, but
One of my homies' fiancés about Obama, and she was very offended, and she was funny as shit. Yeah, man, that shit was funny as shit.
I mean, it's what I do.
It was so fucking funny. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, that was interesting as shit. I'm glad I just didn't have to sit there in the
At Julio's
awkwardness.
dinner yesterday, the people were bringing up the presidential shit again, and they were like, Biden might be our best bet. I'm like, no, if Biden becomes the front runner, we're gonna lose to Trump again.
Yeah, because he fucking sucks.
Yeah, Biden's a piece of
I never noticed him do shit when he was with Obama. All they did was like
he has
be
a very
best friends.
a dark past actually. So it's like
What?
they just tried to keep him oblivious and make sure no one asked questions.
He has a dark past.
Like politically.
You talking Obama?
No.
Oh.
Obama, when he was president, didn't do a lot of.
I
good
just
shit
meant
and
like Obama's black, dark.
No, I said
Get it?
dark. Okay, yeah. Well, but yeah, no. What's his face? Fucking Biden. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
has
funny.
voted and been in favor of a lot of interesting shit. Couldn't name him off the bat right now, but search. Man, yeah, our stream kind of died down a lot.
I'm really confused on what's happening.
Yeah,
So to answer your question, if you're still here, Pink, this is just a podcast that I do with my homies every now and then, and they do a lot more. They stream, they have a cooking show, they do skits, they do the whole shebang bang, and they just really have started getting started on Twitch, and I'm just here to help.
shebang bang, we do all of it.
All of it.
The whole shebang bang. That's how that goes. All right, yeah. We are getting close to 4 hours though. When do you guys want to call it?
I'm pretty much done.
So this is my drawing of Aaron.
Wow. Looks like a Trip Tank character. I like it. It's gonna make an animated version of that now. Not animated, but cartoon version now.
I'm almost done.
Right there, profile pic.
Oh no. People will make fun of me.
Alright, are you ready to do something or
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm trying to like rush the ending, but I'm kinda just like
You done?
oh, you put 6ix9ine on there? Really? 6ix9ine though.
Let me see.
Man's a whole snitch.
Ha ha ha. He gave you shotgun guns? Oh shit, what the fuck? It's so bad.
Whole snitch.
It's so bad. All the
Alright.
other ones he killed. I don't know why he killed the other ones, but like this one he just did not.
Yeah, it was terrible. I saw competition. This Jones weird looking. Okay, but yeah, nah, man. This probably my best one. The Knuckles is probably the best one for me.
Yeah, Knuckle, that thing.
So I think we learned where you a cell.
Can be framed in an office.
And then I could probably, I just have to practice this because I had the body kind of okay. The hands is all right. You kind of get that at GSK, but I got to get the face right and the eyes is definitely. He looks derpy as fuck. I'm like, dude. But yeah, I had fun, man. Here, this was another goddamn episode of Real Shit TV, and I always enjoy coming on here. Please follow me at twitch.tv /Rex McInnes. And this is A Kimmel Films. And Sarah, who are you as we sign off?
As I'm signing off, my name is Sir Hazington, and you can follow me on Instagram at Vaz_Haze, VAZE_HAZE, and you can follow A Kimmel Films at Instagram as A Kimmel Films. This A Kimmel Films at A Kimmel Films on Instagram. That is all. You can go to our website, Cloud, and we have all our links below in the Twitch area. So if you want to click any of those links, it will take you to any of our stuff. And once we get to 50 followers, I will eat ass live on Twitch for all of you to watch, and it will be a learning experience. But thank you all that came into the stream. We have gotten closer towards our goal, and we really appreciate it. And it is amazing what we get to do here, and that you were a part of it. And one day, once we're on Bit Networks like Adult Swim, we will still be doing this, and you'll be some of the first people that we will recognize and be like, hey, You've been with us from the jump.
Literally be able to comment first.
Yes.
And yeah, that's it, man. Everybody have a great fucking day and respect yourself.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being around with our conversations and randomness, and anyone who's rewatching this in the highlights, thank you also for rewatching this interesting conversation.